back here either.
What are you using toothpaste for your mic?
Yeah,
mount?
yeah.
That's fucking sick.
I don't go anywhere without my scope.
That's good. I approve. What's up? See you guys are going. It has begun. I'm gonna quickly. Actually, I was gonna get you to post this before me, but I can do it right now.
Is it still echoing? Seagland.
So go ahead and help us with our fucking audio.
This is gonna be the troubleshoot podcast for 45 minutes, and then the real one starts.
Better not. Hey, echo. Hold on.
No.
Well, look at the Elgato. Is that filter on still?
The compressor?
The noise gate.
Here, let me hide my.
Yeah, the noise gate is. Is it still echoing with Mac's microphone hidden in his shirt?
Well, look at the Elgato HD 60 line.
That's only. Wait, isn't that?
Oh.
Or isn't that all of it?
I should put a noise gate on the ours too. Yeah.
Wait, what is that?
not a bad idea.
line?
That's me and Sweed's microphones.
Okay. Dude, don't be too loud and it won't catch. Yeah, but if it echoes a tiny bit when we're like loud, it's whatever.
Exactly.
As long as we're not like popping all over each other's feeds the entire time, because that's hard to edit around.
Yeah. We're just relaxing now because we're just on our feet for 3 hours fucking with cameras.
I don't even.
Actually, this barley wine's got a little kick to it.
It does. I like it. We got like a little bit left too if you need a small refill there, but we also got the other Russian Imperial Stout to go through as well.
It's a good sip and drink. Oh, all right, chat. Today, I guess, welcome to the Tax Write-Off Podcast. I mean, the After Dark Souls podcast. It's me, Loopine, and I'm joined by Mac and Sweed.
Howdy.
And we're just going to be chit-chatting about whatever comes to our mind, but we're going to try and keep it loosely Souls-related because that's what we're all here for, right?
I think so.
Would you guys rather talk about Dark Souls 3 or Elden Ring, do you think? I mean, we can do both.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to say about Elden Ring. There's nothing to say about Dark Souls.
I think we've said everything about Dark Souls that there is to say. Like, you guys want to talk about glitches? Do you guys what are you guys' ideas on glitches? Are they good? Are they bad?
I think glitches are okay. I think they're okay.
I can't even start it ironically.
I know. Well, like that's the problem. Like I don't want to turn into because that's what I think the problem that I have with a lot of Elden Ring discourse is just like, yeah, the people want to talk about the balance, but I'm kind of just sick of it. Like it just seems it always gets sucked into like talking about the balance every time. And it's like, I've heard this story 100 times, like, I'm kind of over it. Yeah. But I mean, that is the thing. Like, would be nice if it had better balance. I agree with that, but it's whatever.
There are more things to talk about than just the meta balance too, because there's low level balances too. For example, right? I don't know if you guys have seen Dang It Jam's new build that he made. It's a double fucking jellyfish shield build. So when you buff it, it gives you 20% extra AR. So he has two of them, giving him 40% AR, and then he's got all this buff stack for like pots and shit.
It just gives flat AR buff?
Yeah, 20%. And they stack. And they stack. So then he's got all these like cracked pot like talismans and shit on. He's doing 1,200 damage with a fucking pot. Invading low level, like invading like RL 30, one potting somebody and just blowing them up. Like
I haven't heard about the shield strat, but Cosmo for did you ever see the Zephyr event that Rofo the Germ put on?
Yeah, I did that one.
Germ? He did this like Zephyr event at Stormvale with like SL30 and under, where you had to make like a wind theme build and only use like the storm shit.
Okay.
So I made this character named Zephyroth, but for that event, Cosimo Dito Scana, is that you say his full name? Cosimo Dito Scana, the French guy, the French streamer.
Kazi.
He fucking made a Gestalk build, the guy who like is a stalker on you, and he fucking made a Giant's Flame like pot build where he had stacked like all the pot throwable damage buffs, and yeah, he was just one-shotting people with like long bombs, like fucking Hail Marrying.
That's
Giant's Flame
ridiculous.
pots, and yeah, like literally one-shotting people at low level.
I'm literally so rudimentary with like what I know about Elden Ring to the point where like I kind of know how to make a strength build. Nothing else.
That's all you need though.
Yeah.
Like strength, I think is the best because of like all the shit that you can use in it. Yeah. Like even a lot of the dex weapons, like Nagakiba, it does fine on strength. Like all those fucking dex weapons.
The katana?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, it's all right. It's not terrible.
Like the washing pole of Elden Ring or something?
Nagakiba's tournament banned.
What?
Because it's so fucking long.
Its moveset's just ridiculous too. Like
too long.
It has just weird things.
It's like damn near twice the size of the Uchi. Like,
oh my god.
It is about washing pole length though, but it's actually like it's a good weapon. It's actually one of my favorites. But if that was not for Man Serpent Hunter, And if Man Serpent Hunter had a changeable Ash of War, that would be the best weapon they've ever made. No argument.
Is that the like
opinion.
sword spear weapon? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that one's goofy.
Got the crouch attack, like it's everything in its kit. Its kit is perfect. It's just the Ash of War. But then I guess if you hit the Ash of War, it's quite the meme, and it still does a lot of damage if you hit it.
It's like insane hyper armor too. So it's like if somebody's dumb and just like R1s into you 9 times, it takes 9 R1s for like your thing to actually like attack, but like you can still poise through it. That's nuts.
Yeah, like fucking. I've seen people die to like the second L2. Like there's a second L2 if you follow it up.
The rare follow up
From the Serpent Hunter?
Yeah,
What
I've
the
seen
fuck?
people kill with that. Like there's a follow up weapon art.
What does it look like? Because the first one you kind of like you
It's
like
you over,
and then attack,
and I think it's like a stab.
No
and then
way.
it comes like
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's like
I've never
18
seen that.
seconds to cast that. And yeah, people die to it. It's like, uninstall, please. Like that's ridiculous. Like you're clipped, bro.
just give it up.
Nobody clipped that. Nobody fucking clipped that.
But they buffed the Ash on the Serpent Hunter. I didn't know that.
They what?
They buffed the Ash on the Serpent Hunter.
Oh,
It doesn't
that
feel
makes
buffed.
sense. Yeah,
It's
no one
still so
uses it.
goddamn slow.
You would
Like
never know.
yeah.
I'm curious. This isn't Elden Ring related, but there's a hypothetical that I like to ask people, like just to kind of feel out the situation, right? So
Yeah.
if there was a tiny clone of Hitler, like someone figured out how to make clones from like DNA or whatever, but like they were imperfect, right? Someone made a tiny, like a 2-foot tall clone of Hitler and offered it to you, and you had to take him. Not like either way, what would you do with him?
I would probably raise him as my son and see if I could like make him a good person, because then that would be like the foundational like research thing for like the whole, what do they call it? Like, are you born evil or is it a product of your environment? That would be like the landmark cases. Like, can I make Hitler good? But he's also like a little person.
I forgot a detail.
Is he just permanently 2 feet tall, or is he like a big baby?
I forgot an important detail. He's already like 40 years old.
I was gonna say, like, how old is
Yeah,
he? Like, has he already committed
And
like the worst crimes?
I don't think he was the
history?
chancellor at 4 years old, though.
He thinks he did it. So he has all the memories of the real Hitler.
So it's like his second life?
Yeah.
Like Isekai Hitler?
He thinks he did it.
I think I just put him down.
Would you? But he didn't do anything.
But that's all right.
But he's kickable sized, though. That's
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
like,
And I get to tend the rabbits.
Would you wait for him to
very
do something
based of
wrong?
mice and men reference.
Yeah.
Would you wait for him to do something wrong, or would you just preventatively?
I think you could.
If he thinks that he did everything already,
But he didn't do it.
But he's like, I'll fucking. Is he like? He's like, oh, if I could have like gone back and done like 1 or 2 things differently, probably would have worked out. Like, I just don't go to Russia in winter. Like, is it gonna be like that?
I mean, I don't think he doesn't have the resources that he doesn't have like all of Germany behind him or anything. But
It's the hot tub. That's too expensive for my blood.
he's just a little guy. I don't know. So you would kick the shit and kill him?
I think so. Like, if he's got the bad memories, that's already the incentive to what else can I do?
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, how much further could I go if I think I've already done all these bad things? He's not gonna feel bad about anything because he's already done all the bad things, or he thinks he did. So it's like
He's already died once.
that's a rotten egg, and you might as well just not crack the shell. You might as well just put it in the garbage. Like,
He's one of those babies that has memories from like of the moment he was born, and it's like he goes from the bunker.
Jesus. I kind of like your original example, but like applied to 40-year-old Hitler. Like, so
I can fix him.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Plus, he's so small. Like, what's he gonna do? No one's gonna take him seriously.
Oh right. I
Right.
guess I keep forgetting he's 2 feet tall.
Yeah,
in this world.
exactly.
that only enrages the fire. I think it's like that only adds the spiciness to it.
They would probably just put him behind like on a podium stand, and the public would just never know his actual height.
So you think he would get? You think he would?
Actually, in today's internet age, I don't think he could do it anymore.
I think he'd get canceled. Would Hitler get canceled?
Hitler, he was a real jerk. I think he would get canceled.
He was kind of a-
society.
Not a guy. He's not a nice guy.
He was not a very nice guy. No, he's a big jerk.
kind of, yeah.
I said it.
Yeah. Unsavory
So
character.
what would you do with a 2 foot tall Hitler?
I would just keep him in a box.
You would
Just make them suffer.
It would be clear. Like I would feed them and stuff, but like I would monetize it to the best of my ability. Like
a clear box to put them on display.
yeah.
Like a circus freak.
Yeah, exactly. Like come to my house. Like $15 for a ticket. Come and see this guy. And he really is like people wouldn't believe it. Obviously, like no one would believe it until they come to see, and it's identical. Like, and when I say like 2 feet tall, I'm not talking like a little person. His body is perfectly proportionate, like a full size person, just scaled down.
I shrunk the chancellor.
Yeah. Yeah. So it would be a spectacle.
Holy shit.
What's up,
Were we
units?
talking about Pontiff? No, we just went straight into Hitler.
No, we're talking about every Pontiff host.
It's a classic.
2 foot tall Hitlers, every Pontiff host.
Basically, I would kill like Pontiff hosts, but not maybe Hitler. I would give him a shot.
Yeah. I mean, because like, yeah, I agree. If he thinks he did it, he's gonna do something bad. He's a piece of shit. But like, it goes into the idea of like, are you like, even if you're terrible and evil, like technically, if you haven't done anything, like, don't you deserve a chance?
Yeah, obviously, I would say that's pretty because like it's like if in the future people can like do personality tests that are so accurate that they can predict if you are going to be a criminal and take action on you preemptively.
Yeah.
That seems like an infringement on human rights.
Like social credit scores and stuff like that.
Like something like that. If we ever got to like a state like that, I think people would not be pretty cool with that. So yeah, I think like that's probably falling in line with that test of like, if you haven't done anything bad yet, you should deserve some innocence and like your basic human freedoms. Because our human freedoms extend, I don't know, they extend even to when you're dead. Like if you're a corpse, you still retain your human rights. It's like we take that shit pretty seriously, I feel.
Really? Wait, human rights for dead people?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So wait, what? How does that work?
Like you can't like the way I know it, because I'm a fucking dentist, is like I was working on a cadaver and they had like a mouthful of gold teeth.
Whoa.
And they're like, you can't just, you got to leave it. It's like theirs.
Wait, you
own it still.
You worked on a dead guy?
Oh yeah, when you go to dental school in year 1, as a joke, you start in cadaver labs the day after we take out everyone for like get them shit faced like the year 1s. And then they spend the next 8 hours in a cadaver lab just reeking of formaldehyde with like 30 bodies.
Oh man.
And we do head and neck anatomy, so we just do like a little bit of torso and stuff like that. So you get a cadaver for like, you're assigned a cadaver for the year. Like you do multiple dissections, right?
The same one?
And like, yeah, and people are like, oh, why don't we, she looks like a Marguerite. I'm like, don't fucking name.
like,
That's fucked
gross.
up. She has a name. She had a name. And that's fucked up on so many levels, right? But anyway, the most fucked up part is that because we do head and neck anatomy and it's a totally untouched cadaver, what's the first step? You got to cut the face off. So, all right, here's how to cut the face off. You got to cut around the eyelids. You got to cut around the lips. And then, you're going to go from the top and just like skinning an animal.
What
so
the fuck?
So for a lot of people, it's tough because it's their first time seeing a dead body, and the first step is, all right,
Cut their fucking
cut
face
the
off.
face off.
Jeez, that's intense. Like, I had no idea.
Yeah,
that
to
was
be
a thing.
a dentist?
Yeah, a lot of people puke and stuff. I mean, it's not, not
yeah.
a lot of people, but like it's common
You
to like,
gotta
have
be-
one or two. Like, yeah,
I can't
I
even
don't
watch
know if
people
I can
get
do it.
shots.
yeah. I can't watch myself get shot. I can give shots all day. Getting them fucking sucks.
Donate your body to science, they say.
Yeah, and then have a bunch of hungover med students being like trying to like fucking doing like nerve dissections and stuff.
Hungover jackass can chop my face off. Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy
sounds
too.
nuts.
We have like a funeral for all the people that donate their bodies to science. So we have like this giant funeral you go to. And, like it's pretty, like the people are like pretty emotional. Like it is a funeral, right? So like, you're like, oh shit, like probably take this more seriously. But then you read stories like that one guy in the States quite a few years ago. He, well, I guess here where we are, we're in the States right now.
True.
He fucking, or no, it was a woman. She donated her body to science, and somehow the U.S. Military got it, and they blew it up with like a fucking giant explosive, like a
I
test.
heard that.
They just blew her body to kingdom fuck.
Is that science?
They were like
It
testing
is for
bombs.
science, but that's not ethical.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, do they?
But like the dude didn't find out till way after, like they didn't want him to find out.
Wait, who found out?
I think her like surviving husband found out.
okay. I
that
thought you
they
meant like
blew her
the,
up with like a fucking pound of, or like a box of TNT, like something goofy.
Jesus. I think you meant like the guy found, like the dead guy found out. Like, oh, wait until he finds out he got exploded after he died. He's
He's
gonna
up there like, what the fuck, bro?
He's gonna be pissed. Oh
Or
my
maybe
God.
he's looking from down there getting doinked by the devil. I don't know if he was a bad guy. But
Doinked by the devil. You know what that reminds me of? When they had that beached whale in the 50s. Oh. They had this massive whale that like washed up on a beach and it was dead. And they were like, the fuck do we do with this like massive multi-ton whale that just washed up? it's dead, it's decomposing. So what they tried to do is they tried to blow it up to blow it back into the ocean from there, and it just sent chunks flying
into town.
yeah, like all the parked cars got hit, like they were denting the cars from like whale chunks hitting it and shit, like
Christ.
Yeah, I see that
think
because
it's
like
50s.
that's the big problem with corpses in general. But whales are so big is all like the gases from the decomposing. So yeah, it's like a fucking explosive. Like just standing next to a decomposing whale is extremely dangerous because they could just blow.
I watched a whole like YouTube documentary about specifically like beach animals and whales. How
Like sea creatures that we don't know.
exactly
Blobs.
like yeah, the fucking blobs, and then they like tested the DNA and shit, and it's just like it like they didn't know what it was, and then like they kept the sample for like 30 years or something, and they tested again. It's like, oh, it's just a whale. Like for
Shit, it was a whale.
yeah, like for like fucking 30 years, everyone and like even science like thought that like or like monsters were real because they didn't know how to test the flesh, and it's like
Yeah, it was. I think Jacob Geller did a video where it was like fear of the ocean, and like yeah, he touched on that briefly of like this phenomenon of like people in the early like 1900s having these fucking weird blobs wash up on the shore. They're like massive, and they're like, what the fuck is this? And then that's how like all this like sea creature shit starts and all that stuff.
it's cool.
Yeah, but you look at it and you're like, I don't know what the fuck that is. It's like a blob, like it doesn't have organs, like
Right.
They're like, what the fuck is this? Like a whale placenta, like some shit.
I'm genuinely terrified of the ocean.
Me too. I don't like swimming in it. I've only done it when I'm drunk, which is I almost got swept away one time, but that's a different story.
God.
I was just really drunk, and it's the way like the currents picked up, so I was just clinging to the ropes on the buoys to get back.
Jesus.
Like holy shit! I was just too out of shape and too drunk to swim back. Basically, I was really hammered on tequila in Cancun.
Those undertows can pull you fast though. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, that's kind of scary.
That shit is scary. I don't understand the ocean at all, anyway, so that's why I kind of just
Yeah.
respect it.
Respectfully, is the echo bad? Because we've spent a lot of time trying to fix it. Is it only bad when we're getting loud, or
probably
or is
bad
it
when
just
we're
all
loud.
all the time? Because it could be just because me and you are so close to each other.
This is true. I
'Cause we
could
are
split up,
sharing that
and I
same
could
one.
also. How bad is it, you guys? Because I can actually turn up the noise gate some more, and then that could. What do you guys think? Should we try? Because if we're both talking, then we can get a little bit of echo potentially. But if I crank the
I can
noise
see that.
gates, the other thing is we're on the same audio signal, so it shouldn't really matter. Because it's
No,
we're still getting-
because it's trying to take my mono and mix it to your mono to mesh it together. I think, right?
Oh, and it's just me that's echoing, eh? If I'm echoing, then that means I'm getting picked up on your mic. So then, yeah, maybe I'm talking too loud.
If it's not unwatchable, then
Yeah, we're over it.
to turn it up a little more. Sure,
Okay.
do you want to? Maybe just
Yeah.
like 5 decibels on the
I can
threshold. Or something.
absolutely do that, boys and girls, and everything else in between. Or would that extend outside of boys and girls? And
Oh Jesus
Right
Christ.
into the
Wait, if
fucking
I'm-
mic. You're just like, I am going to destroy this.
wait. So if I'm echoing, then I have to turn up our noise gate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I feel like I want to ask you more about like touching dead people.
You can. It's the After Dark Souls podcast, which means this is all the shit that I do after Dark Souls. It's not necessarily just Elden Ring. You know, it's kind of weird because I've just been playing Elden Ring PvE for like months and months. Sweed's been doing actual Elden Ring PvP, and Mac's been stuck with the DS3 PvP.
He's not stuck. He's
I love it.
willingly playing.
No, I'm saying. I guess I phrased it poorly, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like,
Definitely not bored of.
I kind of want to. I want to just get that last because I actually did a DS3 Invasion stream and I was drinking and I wasn't like a lunatic. I was actually having fun. I kind of want to get that last little vestige of activity, I think, and do some more DS3 invading.
I don't even think it's the last bit because Elden Ring brought a lot of new players to it.
I
They
don't
were
think
like, yeah, it's meant to
DS3 is
be-
never gonna die.
No.
Never.
I don't think so.
At this point, if it's people still playing this fucking game, like
If people are dedicated enough to run Meta Pontiff at 20 FPS with CE deloading half the fucking map,
Yeah.
people are going to keep playing this goddamn game.
That's the thing is meta will eventually die, but low level and mid level, there will always be people playing the game. So like when I invade at 46+6, I get invasions for like fucking 5 hours straight.
yeah,
And like
Sick.
I might have to move around, but like if you have Wex, you're set.
yeah. I gotta read. Does it work again?
Oh, they haven't added it for the brand new patch yet. So
Hope
that's
they
what I'm
do.
waiting on.
Someone's God,
The only problem I have is fucking.
It's going to be just like a value change. It's like I'm sure they changed something on the back end. They just need to find the new binary value that they need, and now I don't know.
We need Luke Huey on tech support.
No, we don't.
Oh wait, did he make Wexos?
No.
Oh yeah, fuck Luke Huey. Well, he did the Sekiro PvP mod at least. So I gotta thank him for that. I gotta thank him for that. But Blue Sentinel. Wait, actually, they patched Blue Sentinels. There's no more kicking.
Really?
Yeah, they're
What do you
gonna
mean? No.
Sleep fucking posted a screenshot in Discord and like, yeah, they're fixing Blue Sentinels, but they're gonna remove the ability to kick hackers.
I think it's only hosts can kick now.
Oh,
At least that's what I heard.
okay, I
Why
heard
do they
wrong.
keep
I don't know,
getting
because
kicked?
I've
No
been
one
kicked for canceling, but like recently.
Such bullshit.
Yeah.
In the year of our Lord,
Canceling
2023.
later,
In
bitch.
2023, yeah. Fucking A. Fucking like almost 6 years after the game comes out. That's how it was always supposed to be. That's how Miyazaki wanted it.
How it was meant to be. This is his true vision.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking the problem with 46+6 is my build is like the most ungodly twink ever at that level. And then 63+8 is not, it's still pretty active. It's the build I stole off you, the Big Ron.
Big Ron, yeah.
I literally just 100% stole your fashion. Like,
No, that was part of it.
4
'Cause we
years
were
ago.
doing Big Ron hosting that one time.
right.
One of Gopher's top clips is of him killing us when we were doing Big Ron hosting. And he's like, he just screams, he's like, fuck you, Sweed! Fuck you, Loopine! Get fucked, you dumbasses! Like, I don't know, we gotta find the actual clip at some point, but he's,
GG's! GG's! I killed those fuckers! Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Tell those fuckers I said get fucked!
he goes off like, I don't know, like when Gopher yells, he peeks his mic and he just like goes silent for 3 seconds and comes back and like,
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's like in Smash tournaments when the like announcers go, oh, and just instantly the microphone cuts off for like a full 10 seconds. I forgot. Yeah, he was streaming invading us. Dude, I have a quote too. I never remember the command if it's exclamation Corvian's Y, something like that. But it's Rusty, or I should say Abby's like fucking quote being like, "Was that fucking Corvian's Y monstrosity really SL60?" It's like, yup. Yeah, I missed my DS3 builds because I don't have like solid builds in Elden Ring right now. This will be the game that makes me get CE and make builds with CE because
too much
I think
shit.
building is reasonable, but the second I have to get cookbooks and shit, fuck my entire life.
I'm working on my pretty much my third character, like third PvP one, because I did my main character left at 125 when I played through the game, and then I made that my meta mule, so that has like all weapons plus 25, all the armors and stuff, and then I made like a super low level one, and now I'm making a new one on a different starter class, and I'm just like, fuck this PvE, dude. I don't want to do it anymore. There's so much to do. And I'm just burnt out. And I'm like, I've done like half the game. I've played through the capital now. And I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is too much.
Do you play the whole game on every character?
Hit the wall.
No. So basically, I have 2 characters.
You need a
that I
sorcerer
did.
starter, and you need fucking like have different classes at different levels. Like I have a meta mule set up,
Yeah.
but that's about it. Like I have some other half finished builds. I have some like my SL16 plus 17 is like. Or 76 plus 17. What did I fucking say? 16 plus 17?
Yeah.
That's the most sleeper SL range. You guys have to try it. But that one's pretty good, but I don't actually get that much activity. I thought I made it for like max activity, and it's not that.
You got to
great.
test recently. They've been fucking with activity in the background, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because all of a sudden,
It was
well,
bad.
so there was the Steam sale that was recent, like around Christmas time or whatever. But like activity skyrocketed randomly after the arena. And it's like,
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
but they fucked with it before. Like they changed it
Oh, you just
after
mean,
that.
like,
After that
invasion
first
activity.
patch, they reduced they increased the cooldown timer for hosts, so you don't get reinvaded so fast. But then they also did that thing where you 100% prioritize Taunter Tongue hosts. So if there's a Taunter Tongue host in a certain area, you would only invade them as long as they were alive. So all the invaders would get queued up to invade this one Taunter Tongue host because they were the only one in that area that was Taunter Tongue. So instead of invading other people in that area that weren't Taunter Tongued, all invaders would get put in a queue to invade that one person.
Hmm.
So it would slow down activity because, yeah, you'd pop your finger and you wouldn't
That was
find
the
anybody.
theory,
And you're
right?
like, why am I not finding anybody? Because the one fucking Taunter Tongue host in that area already has 2 invaders in it. And now you're queued up for that.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden,
Was that confirmed as to how that worked? Because it made perfect sense to me, and it was like,
so Bemused did testing on that. So they went, it was Bemused and somebody else. Not Bemused. It was Baranki. They were a DS1
Baranki?
player. Yeah.
Ruka Baranki.
Yes.
They're Italian.
So it was them and somebody else went to some like whack ass level, like meta +3 or something like that. 125 +3, and they were doing this testing with them, and that was like, I don't know. Yeah, and that's how he figured it out. He was like, I'm only trying to invade when like this one Tongue tongue person is hosting. I can't ever invade this other person. They're Tongue tongued. But now all of a sudden, activity is like skyrocketed.
That seems like an easy fix. Like it's just a queuing problem, right?
Yeah.
That's fucked. Did I ever tell you?
They never like officially said anything about it. So that's where we're like,
That's fucking Dark Souls in general though. Just all the back end shit that they don't want us to know. Like, guess we got to do our own poise calculations and shit.
they'll data mine this. Somebody will write a script and like,
someone's gonna make an Excel calculator fucking for free. Who gives a shit?
yeah.
Speaking of fucking meta +3, do you remember like my ideal Dark Souls 3 meta level, the new meta that I had described? Do you ever hear about this, Mac?
I don't think so.
I always said for years that because everyone, DS3 is gonna die eventually, all that shit. I was always saying that it will never die as long as we create a new meta, and that meta would be SL 802 +1 in the Demon Room.
Would die 10 times faster.
No, dude, fucking invasions, because everyone's got +1 weapons, right? So negative damage, and people would just hide forever. So like literally 6-hour invasions. Like we're talking, you get one invasion, that's your like night.
Dude, no way.
The demon rooms are the worst fucking place to invade too. That's like,
Jesus Christ.
howdy gopher.
That would be epic. What do you mean?
Mustache gang, let's fucking go. Here,
We all grew our
everybody lean in
mustaches.
real
Midwest mustache gang.
Am I
Is
fucking
this the close up?
quick. Just close, yeah, get nice and close.
chat?
That's that shit.
Some
Mine
mustache
is-
ASMR.
The weakest by far.
Mustache ASMR. You said you like ASMR, right, Mac?
I'm actually, I actually like ASMR a lot. Oh, fuck.
I mean, there's no shame in it as long as it's like not that like ear licking.
Okay, so here's, okay.
Oh god, yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't say anything. I'll let you explain.
No, yeah. Okay, so ear licking is like
Off limits.
absolutely terrible. So ear licking is gross. Like anything where like someone's like fucking like slopping all over, that's fucking disgusting. Good ASMR is like tapping on stuff with your fingernails or something, or like scratching or something like that, or like glass tapping against itself.
Scratching is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tapping can get a little bit like, I don't really like ASMR. Like I can definitely, I have like a sensory to it. I know for sure because like, it sounds weird, but when my cats, like I used to have a cat growing up, then he would like purr in your ear because he liked to clean your ears out.
Oh, dude.
So
my cat did
when
that
he would
too.
purr right in my ear, I would feel like a tingle in my back.
That's ASMR.
and I was
yeah.
like, ooh.
Oh.
So that's why I know I have like a sensory for it. But like I don't know, like the tapping is like weird. People get like too into the tapping, and it's like, shut the fuck up. Like just scratch something for me.
Yeah, I don't like talking. I don't like hearing people's voices.
What, arts and crafts.
Or yeah, that too.
As
These are my scissors now.
No.
Talking wine,
No,
it is
no.
it is a barley wine. This is what it is.
It tastes like barley wine for sure. Also, hello, Corrupt, Unbreakable. Oh, Mod. When I was setting up, and Creo, thanks for the follows. I saw you guys follow when we were setting up for 3 hours before we actually started this.
You guys just a reference to like our view up here is like above the camera. So if we were like looking above you, that's
We're looking, yeah, we're looking at. We have my laptop. You guys, I'll take pictures after and post them or something because like this fucking setup's whack. We got like 3 cameras and like my laptop streaming to the TV so we can read chat.
someone's
is.
grandpa died.
Crazy. Yeah, I'm in my mansion with my. This is like just where I live now. I actually got like the king suite so we could film this podcast, and it's actually not that much room, but that came in clutch with the fucking 8mm lens, so it doesn't even matter. We could have this camera like 2 feet away from us.
You guys would not believe how much is. I mean, this is like a double laptop, triple fucking capture card, 3 camera, 25 microphone setup. You wouldn't fucking believe it. Seriously.
All the lights I brought on the fucking plane, all the lights in here, tripods.
I took one picture about like an hour and a half through. So
Yeah.
it's like we got a decent like setup of the bullshit that we're looking at right now.
We'll have to do a little setup tour before we take it down.
Honestly, yeah, because
That's
we
ridiculous.
have. Well, no, because it's only recording off that one. It would be the GoPro that we'd have to like off with, but that'd only be for recording, right?
Yeah, that's what I was
It's not
thinking. I
stream.
could, if I had set the IP addresses on my phone, I could turn it on and like show stream, but I'm too lazy.
Oh yeah, through your app. Yeah,
I could have done that,
would've been nice.
but it's like, because like sometimes these hotels are like on
CGNet,
like,
like,
so
so
you
you don't even have like an IP address to use anyway. It's like a
Carrier
carrier grade
IP
IP
address,
address, so
like-
like a bunch of different people have the same IP address, and it doesn't work. You
Can't
can't
port
forward to your computer.
Oh.
Sure. Like the remote access.
with that kind of internet. It's tricky, but whatever. trials and tribulations. The more IRL stuff, eh?
Yeah.
It's the shit you got to deal with.
I was doing it a little bit on my phone, and like all the audio was fucked for no reason, and I think it was because of like the software on my phone. So I just gave up. I'm just gonna wait until I get a new phone.
That was why I bought a new phone. My S8 has securities where it doesn't let things record its internal audio. So I had to get a new fucking phone.
Stupid.
And all the new phones don't have fucking headphone jacks for my expensive ass microphones. Then I gotta get fucking like S10 off Amazon for God's sakes.
Jesus Christ.
Why the fuck did they get rid of headphone jack?
Yeah, we're spending like hundreds and hundreds of dollars for just things to work.
10% better audio.
Yeah, exactly. So I do want to actually ask more about the dead people and the teeth and stuff, because that's really interesting. Like, is it because they won't, like, what do you, okay, first off, how young do they start you with the cadavers?
I was, so that was when I got into school in 2016. The fuck was that noise?
The cream of the crop.
Taco the best.
Taco, thanks for the follow. Dude, fucking the speakers are so dog shit. All I heard was, woo! Just Macho Man just like huffing and puffing at me. Thanks for the follow. What's up, Kodakas? What was it talking about? Oh, the dead corpses. So it was 2016 when I got into dental school, so I would have been like now, I'm 27. I would have been like 23, 20. And I was the third youngest in my class. There's like two guys. There's one guy who's like a full year young.
Okay.
He was the guy who did the implant fellowship in New York.
Oh, my name, yeah. Remember it forever and ever and ever and ever.
Yeah, that's my audio bites. Thank you for the bits. Oh, thank you for the 100 bits, Seek. Thank you very much.
You little
I have to pay these guys and split up the tips. Buy some beers or something later. Oh, speaking of that, actually, unless you had more to talk about the fucking dead corpses.
No, I mean, I just want to hear what you have to, like, because, like, had you ever seen a dead person before school?
No.
Really?
No.
So, like,
but I've skinned a lot of animals.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's
I grew
really
up
different,
hunting.
though.
It is different.
That's so different.
That's
so
so not
So I was
skinning
good
a
at
person.
skinning.
So you're saying you have the technique?
Yeah. Well,
Oh
like,
my god.
well, because like I don't
You
know,
can do it quickly, but it's still fucked up that you're doing it.
like you shoot a bear or like a deer or something, right? And then like you're like, oh, I just killed this animal. Like I gotta carry that now. And then you just fucking skin it. So I don't know. Like I didn't kill them, so it was a little bit easier in that part.
Okay, also, the language you used, you said we have to cut the face off.
Yeah.
Explain that a little bit.
Like paring the face off. Okay, so basically no one wanted to do it. We had a group of like 5 people, and they're like, oh, like everyone's seen the bodies, like, oh my god. We had no pukers in my class, thankfully. It was really hard though, because we're all really hungover, and like it just reeked formaldehyde. Like it's a huge room. Like I would say at least like 30 to 50 bodies in it. They're in like these steel trays that you can lift them out because the bottom is filled with like formaldehyde. So you can like dip them in. So it's like there's just like 30, 40 of them, because it's for all the dental students, all the med students basically. Right?
Okay.
Work on these cadavers year round, and yeah, you do like, okay, we're gonna do muscles dissection. So you're just scraping fat off like all day. And then you're like, okay, you pin the muscles, and then we do tests. So like we'll have a practical test where they'll just have all our cadavers, and they'll have pins in different like structures, like different muscles, like different parts of muscles, what nerve, and then it'll be like they'll stick it in a nerve, and they're like, what kind of innervation does this give to which muscle? And then that'll be a test. That kind of shit.
Only in like the face area, right?
Face, but then we did a lot of neck muscles. Then we did like thorax. We did briefly like the chest, thorax, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's actually not that much above your diaphragm. Like it's like your lungs, your heart, and that's it. There's like one fucking nerve that kind of goes down.
Huh.
All this shit, nothing to do with that shit.
Jeez. I don't know. It's like,
Yeah, that was my Monday mornings.
oh, also, I forgot earlier, I was going to say, is it, okay, I like getting shots in my mouth.
It's a lot easier to take a needle in your mouth.
But I mean, I like getting shots in my mouth. Like,
It's like nice.
it's kind of actually satisfying.
Depends.
What kind of shot? Like just
Like
a
like a
numbing shot?
Novocaine in my gums.
Yeah.
Like the pressure and the feeling is actually kind of satisfying. I'm so scared of like getting blood drawn on my arm or something.
Muscular, yeah.
But when a dentist puts a needle in my mouth, I'm all for it. I don't know why.
That's
I don't know.
weird.
It's different. Like it's easy. They feel better. Shots in my mouth. Yeah, come on, guys, don't judge. Yeah, no, like my assistant just likes getting needles, like in general.
That's crazy.
It's a lot less sore than an intramuscular. And also, yeah, blood drawn, I can't. I got over the needles in dental school because same thing. We practice on each other. So like 9 every Monday. Yeah, it was Monday morning. What the fuck? Maybe it was like Wednesday morning. We did Cadavers. Monday morning, we practice injections on each other. So it's not like you're getting one needle like for one tooth to do the job. You get 9 freezing.
Wait, so they just
your
numb you
whole-
up every day or every
Yeah,
week?
like I look like I fucking had a stroke because like my whole left side of my face is completely numb. Like everything is numb. And then it's right before lunch. Then you go and then you try and eat. And half the class is just like fucking drooling all over themselves. They don't even realize their mouths are open. So like either you would be getting 9 shots or you're giving like 9 shots that morning, depending on the week.
You do that every week.
Yeah, for a year.
Is that okay for your body? Like your muscles?
Is that permanent? Like, is there any
I
side
think the
effects
worst,
for that?
not really. You can have some problems, like you get a hematoma, so like you rupture a blood vessel, you get a blood blister, and you can get like trismus, which my one friend had, where they kind of when they pierce, they kind of went a little too shallow, so they went through the muscle on the inside of the jaw, which is usually fine. But in this case, it like really tensed up and it was inflamed, so we had like a tense, like really like sore jaw for a week. That's like the worst.
Huh.
You can't fuck up too bad.
What about the gas? Is that bad for you?
Gas?
Like like it just makes your whole body tingle?
Oh my god, my nose is bleeding too high. The gas?
Like laughing gas. Not laughing
Oh,
gas. but,
laughing
like,
gas is sick.
Is that bad for you or is that okay?
No, it's like the safest anesthesia in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, someone
like
told me it was
fail-proof.
like not good.
No, it's like fail proof.
Oh my
Probably
god.
not good if you do it recreationally, though.
Oh, yeah, I
Because it's just nitrous, right?
I don't even know what it is.
Right? Isn't it? It's just nitrous? Lupine? Because like you see people at raves that just have balloons. Like you look for the people blowing up balloons, and that's just fucking nitrous that they're taking.
I guess, yeah, and then their voice sounds all silly.
That's helium.
Wait, does nitrous? Do people who do balloons not also have a funny voice? I swear, I watched that
Honestly,
Channel 5
it makes sense that they would.
at the Fish concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh man, I just hit a fat balloon." I don't know. Maybe they just sound weird. Maybe they're just weird.
Maybe they're
people.
just really drugged up.
Yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
just. It's not the drug itself; it's the fact that they're drugged up.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's why they sound
People,
fucked up.
they
I don't
just
know.
they can't they can't handle it. What's up, Fabian?
Get high whenever Lupine has. What are you on about?
Skinning the nail.
Oh, he's talking the laughing gas. Lupine, you got a connection on laughing gas?
Yeah, I could. I have to reapply for my license, so I need like test subjects.
Yeah,
I'm just
test subjects. This is scientific now.
Yeah.
So basically the way it works to get your certification is you need to do like 6 people. So you basically, the thing about nitrous, it's basically fail proof and it's reversible. So you just run pure oxygen in people and it clears all the nitrous out of your blood.
Oh,
So that's how you just come out of it and you're back to normal instantly.
It's super easily reversible.
wow.
So what we do is you have to get certified, you need one person watching you take blood pressure and all that shit. And one person is the dummy. Like I would get masked up and they would just gas me up, 10 minutes, take me down, and then I'm back to normal, and then we just literally trade. So then the person who's gassing just sits down, and then I gas them.
No fucking way. You just been
Like,
like
it's
out.
awesome.
You've been out for the last 10 minutes. They're like, all right, now
you're
you
finding
put it
it.
in me.
Yeah, and you're just fine. Now it's like, okay, now you're like strapping me up.
Oh my god.
That sounds kind of fun. Not gonna lie.
Dude. I didn't know it was so safe.
I'm just gonna knock you out for 10
It
minutes.
is
I'll
super
bring
safe.
you
Like
back,
it's
though, don't
the way
worry.
the valves and shit are designed. Like it's like how elevators can be like foolproof, but like you can't administer more than 70% nitrous. It's extremely safe. There's no like toxicity. The worst you could get, it's like nausea as a side effect, really. When you're combining it with like IV sedation and stuff, you can watch out for. But I mean, you can kind of oversedate people where they're kind of like sleepy, but it's nothing. The worst thing would probably be reverse hypoxia, where you have people that are like, I'm feeling nauseous, and they just take the mask off, and they try and just leave, because you have to like flush pure oxygen afterwards to get it out, because otherwise it still sits in your bloodstream, and it also pools at the bottom of your lungs.
Ooh.
Oh,
So then actually you're walking around breathing, but you're actually not absorbing oxygen. So then you can actually pass out after.
that's
Can you like die from that or no?
Maybe my friend did it. Like literally, like reverse hypoxia is the worst side effect or the worst thing that could possibly happen. And then when we did it for the first time each other, he's like, "Nah, I hate this," and he just took it off, and then he was fine. So we're like, okay.
This sounds like, I don't know, that just sounds like it would be a very good thing to do recreationally. Like it seems like, is that literally what they do in like the fucking
Whippets.
But that's what's whippets? No, whippets are way different, right?
Pretty sure whippets are just nitrous, aren't they?
Wait, whippets is like what? Yeah, like kills your brain cells.
yeah.
That'll make you stupid.
That's. I think that's nitrous and something.
Oh,
Whippets is like the bottom of like a whipped cream can.
it's nitrous to keep it cold, right?
What?
Like,
It,
put
it
nitrous
is
in,
it
like,
is definitely part
nitro stouts and
nitrous.
stuff.
I have no idea. I just,
I don't know.
But
either.
like whippets are bad. Like
yeah,
don't do whippets.
That's
That will
that's
kill
like
your
huffing
brain.
gas type
Maybe that's
drugs.
different. Maybe
Yeah.
well, like music festivals, they got the balloons full of like laughing gas and stuff too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we were
what we
talking
were.
about that earlier, and I think that's just nitrous. Yeah, when you put your plug in,
Oh, yeah.
when you plug yourself.
When you went, yeah,
Dude, I get fucking nosebleeds like a mad cunt. I don't know why.
it's a bleed.
It's just a small one. Before I would get like insane double nose, like 3 hours, like crazy.
Jeez.
This will be good.
Ladder up, bud.
Yeah. Oh, Mac, I got you a gift.
What's that?
Nope, bro.
Is this a fidget spinner?
Not a fidget spinner.
Gotta be IEMs.
Yo, wait, what the fuck? Are these actually for me? Or
Yeah, bro. Remember I told you I bought the Aria Snows?
what are these?
They're the Moondrop Aria Snow IEMs.
Oh my god, dude!
And I got you a pack of spring tips too for Moondrop.
Holy shit, dude! Thank you so much. Oh my god.
Problem. Remember when I was telling you I bought the Stellaris? Then I was like, this sounds like shit. I'm gonna wait till they make it sound good because I wanted their planar Moondrop or their planar IEM. And so I returned it, and then I got those when they were on sale. They're pretty good. But I kind of want to get a new pair anyway. Like I was gonna give them away.
Dude, you were crazy with the headphones. It's insane. Like I want someday. I very much want to be like a big crazy audiophile guy because I love trying out different headphones and speakers and shit.
nice.
But like it's so expensive.
Yeah, that's the thing. You buy and try. The used market is crazy on this shit. But for those, like, I don't know, they're really good. The gist with the Aria Snows is that they're like little tiny bass boost, like the treble, like are a little bit bright. And fucking, I don't know. It's very like relaxed. That was the problem I had with it, where like I had more fun on my dusks, but the dusks are like $400, right?
Yeah.
But so like those are perfect for like relaxed listening, I would say. But I listen to a lot of high intensity stuff like hardcore punk and like metal, like stoner metal and shit like that. I figured I'm like, well, Mac listens to like fucking Zelda music, so that'd be perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
A shot because you use the CRN, right?
Yeah, the like whatever. They were like $36. Is that what are they?
They're like a critical.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to think of his name.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like collab. And then there was some beef about it. Like I guess there was some drama about those headphones. I don't know why.
Yeah, the problem was KZ, the company, had like an issue with quality control. So people were taking a bunch of those IEMs and they were testing them and they all sounded fucking totally different.
Oh,
like
weird.
basically the components they were using and the glue and shit were just like, it was just random. Like if you're gonna get a good one or a bad one. So that was the issue though.
Guess I wouldn't even know. Like it sound good to me. I guess I bought them
Well,
like right
you know,
away.
I got a good one. But like that was the problem. Like KZ has like they make a $20 IEM, so
Yeah. I guess you can't complain that much.
exactly.
It's like yeah, just buy another one. I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just buy 10 of them. And I'll find the good ones, return the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I think they fixed it up though. UKZ and KZ are different companies. Fucking annoying.
I don't even know the other QKZ.
Yes, there's KZ and there's QKZ, and they're both different companies that both make IEMs in the ultra budget range.
Huh.
Fucking annoying.
The returns is something that I was thinking about because you said that you want to try a different, like a bunch of different speakers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can you just like abuse the return system on Amazon where you just like
Yes.
you just buy 5 of them and then you just like use them for a month and then just return all of them and then just
Yeah. There's also audio stores you can rent stuff. You can like rent microphones or rent a speaker.
That's different though because you get your money back when you do like a full return.
Yeah.
You
that's
can you
true.
can fully use it for like a month and then just get your money back. Because my buddy would do that with ice augers with for ice fishing. So he every winter he goes to Shields, buys an ice auger, and it has a warranty for like 6 months. You don't need an ice auger for 6 months out of the year.
Oh my God.
So he gets the ice auger, uses it all winter, drills all his holes, and then at the end of winter he just goes back to Shields and returns it. It's like a $300 ice auger.
That's super
Like,
smart. Honestly.
Yeah, they got like a
Just
6 months return window on it.
It's just like just needs new blades is all.
I don't know why it's a little dull. I don't know. Like
I'm not gonna be using it for a while, so don't really.
Honestly, that's
really like
the way
it.
to go. I think you should fuck brands as much as you can.
big
Amazon,
brands,
you
yeah.
could
Small
definitely do
brands,
shit like
no.
that.
Big brands, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people do headphone trades. There'll be like forums and stuff, and they'll buy and a lot of like selling used kind of shit. But also people do trades, and then they also just like kind of mail each other the same headphone pair. And
Oh, okay.
like they'll like chip in and do like, let's buy the new like Odysseys or whatever, like $3,000 headphone, and then they just mail it around. Everyone has it for like a month, kind of thing.
It's kind of sick.
Yeah, that's a way to do it too.
What are the ones that you wear all the time on stream?
I have the Dan Clark Audio Noir 2s, which are I think with Canadian and all the shipping, it was like $1,400 Canadian, but I think it's like 1,000 on the dollar American.
Wow.
The cable itself is like $200. It's got like a proprietary pin setup. It's fucking. But I really like them. The problem was I was like, dude, the fucking head strap slides. I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm like, it's a luxury item and it's fucking like sliding off my head. It's fucking dumb.
I remember that.
Then literally like a month ago, 2 months ago, I realized there's a fucking screw on the head strap that you just tighten. And I had bought the fucking Focal Elegias, which are like, they're also $1,000 headphone, but they're like one of the best things that Focal does, which is a French company. And every year at APOS Audio, they go on sale. I was gonna order them and send them to your fucking place, and I was gonna pick them up.
I remember that.
Every year they're 70% off, so they're like $400. And then every time I try and order it, so I tried to order it, and they're like, "Fuck you, you're Canadian. Actually, we canceled your order." I was like, "Bro, just ship it to Canada. I'm giving you $400, motherfucker."
That
Like,
is nuts. $400.
get it across
for,
the
like,
border for fucking $30 or whatever it is. Like, but
tax and
anyway,
shipping.
so that's why I was buying those, because it's the same thing. It's a closed back headphone. I think it's a plain on. And so that was a good thing they canceled it, and then I found the screw and I just tightened it. Now it's great. But it's really good. It's neutral. I would say still though, the Dusks, those the Moondrop Blessing 2 Dusks, those are my favorite thing to listen on.
Really like period?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But they don't have like soundstage like a headphone does for like editing and stuff.
Right, yeah.
But they're sick.
I don't know. IEMs are nice just because, like, I mean, I think a strong pair of just in-ear headphones is better than like any over-ear noise cancellation.
100% agree.
Yeah, like
I use them on the plane. I got my, I have a critical mod. I have the Truth Ear Zeros. I took those on the plane. Fucking, there's kids in front. There was like literally 8 kids on my flight here.
yeah.
What the fuck is it? Family Day in fucking Minnesota? Like, holy shit. So like, but put them in, you can't hear anything. The thing with auto, because like, I don't know, if you're looking at Bluetooth headphones and it's like the automatic noise canceling and all that shit, the only thing it can do active noise canceling is bass frequency. So the plane engine, like Arcane was saying, because he just flew in back from fishing. There's a lot of like flying fishing guiding basically in Canada.
Yep.
So like you put some on, can't hear the engine. It's like those loud fucking prop planes, right? It's like, yes, that's perfect. But you're on a commercial plane when there's fucking kids, that's not bass frequency. That's fucking high end. Like you won't hear the motor on the commercial plane, but you'll hear that fucking kid screaming in the aisle beside you like nothing.
Yeah. Or like,
That's why you with an IEM, like it's just plug in. It's like an ear. It's like earplugs, but then also you're playing music right against your eardrum.
right.
Don't hear shit. It's passive noise cancel.
Isolation. Yeah.
And I got the memory foam tips too on the degree tips. Can't hear shit.
Yeah. It's yeah.
The only problem is the earwax. But you can wash.
Don't you
them.
clean your ears?
Yeah, I clean them before I put them in, and then I wash the tips.
How do you clean your ears?
Q-tips.
You use Q-tips? Bro.
Can't, dude. I fucked my ears too many times. I got
What?
tips.
Am I the only one on this?
So
gotta get a wax
back in May, I had a bad ear infection.
Oh.
It was bad. It was 2 weeks long before I went to the doctor because I hate going to the fucking doctor. I refused to do it, and it was because it was like it was like a little discomfort, and tried to use a Q-tip real lightly, and then I got packed in there, and I'm like, fuck, here we go. Couldn't hear for 2 weeks. Everything was swollen up. It was to the point where like I went to the doctor finally. And she looks in it and she goes, "Oh my God." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. That's why I'm here." I'm like, I need you to understand I'm here for a reason. I need your help. Like, I don't need you to give me suggestions right now. I need some fucking medication. So she had these like tiny little like rolls that were like super tiny. And basically you stick them down deep in your ear. And then when you put the drops on them, it expands. So it expands out and it fills your eardrum and it gets the medication all around the inside of your ear. And I was like, that's amazing. She is full force pushing this fucking thing into my ear. And she's like, it's only going halfway. Your ears are so closed. I can't even get this tiny little thing in it. She was like, so we're just going to leave it here halfway. Like,
Let it heal a bit and then go back in.
yeah, so she told me, yeah, just come back on Monday. And I'm like, I'm not coming back. Like I told her, I was like, you don't understand. I don't come to the doctor. I'm getting this. I'm getting the drops you recommend, and I'm not coming back. Like, you need to give me a few more of these. And she's like, no, you need to come back. And I was like, no, fuck that. So I used this thing. I had it in my ear for like a full day, and I was just like, continually dropping into it. It was working, feeling better. I'm like, awesome. And then at the end of the second day, I was like, I need to clean this. Like, I need to pull it out, see where I'm at. Can I hear anything?
The plug still in there?
Yeah. So I would leave that plug in because I only had one. She wouldn't give me more of them. I only had one, and I'm like, I'm fucked. I gotta use this thing. So I took it out, and I'm like, shit. I still can't hear. I'm not doing good yet. So I took this sponge material, basically, is what it was. And I like washed it out in the sink really well, cleaned it really well, got it the best I could, and then I wrapped it up super tight in a paper towel. And I wrapped it up really tight, and then it dried, and it was like a dried like super thin stick again. And I was like, perfect. Slid that fucker back down in there, dropped a few more, and it expanded back out. And I had to do that for like a week straight, and it finally like worked. But I was so mad that the fact that she refused to give me more of these. And I was like looking on, like trying to find them online, like, can I order these somehow? And nobody sold them because they're a medical only thing. And I'm like, this bitch only gave me one of them. She knows that I'm in a bad spot right now. And she only gave me one of them to use.
Fuck. No antibiotics, just this fucking drip. I guess it was an antibiotic liquid.
It was a strong bottle. It was like $100 for that bottle that she recommended me. So it was some serious shit, but like, worked. So then I kept the bottle. I'm like, I'm not getting rid of this in case the next one comes around.
You just keep it, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Keep the leftover. I have patients that do that all the time with the antibiotics. They just keep the extras, but then they only get like, they'll take like 3, and it's like not really to do it. Like you can't really get anywhere with just 3 doses of fucking antibiotics. They like have just a couple laying around because they forget to take them at the end of their whole cycle. But
Haven't you
that was
ever,
brutal.
you know the wax vac?
Yeah, I've seen that shit.
Yeah, don't
you
you
have that?
No, I don't have that.
How do you clean your ears then?
Just water.
Pour water in your ears?
Yeah.
Hot water melted out.
No, not necessarily. I just like when I'm in the shower, I just
stick your finger in there?
kinda, yeah. Just wash it out with water.
Yeah, I just do that, but when I get out of the shower, I just take a Q-tip and just fucking
But you don't put it in deep, do you?
in there a little bit. Dude.
Haven't you seen the guy? Oh, I just imagine something so bad. But
Like a perforated eardrum?
like yeah, someone like doing their ears, and then someone opens the door and
Is that a thing?
I think I've heard of that happening before. But the guy in the wax vac commercial, he just like pokes it in like an inch and just goes ah.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Oh right, in the infomercial, like, have you ever? Is this you?
Yeah.
And it's like fucking, you're like, oh,
Is the wax vac the one that you screw in?
like spins right, and it sucks it out.
It's just
on
like
an
it's just
auger?
you just
that's the one I'm remembering. It's
Yeah,
like an
you
auger.
shove it in your ear and it. I don't even.
Oh,
I've never. Oh Jesus! I've never seen it in a store before.
There was one person in dental school that kind of did like what you were describing, where they were wax carving. So we do a lot of wax carving for like molds and shit like that.
Oh jeez.
They were wax carving, and someone like fucking like slapped them on the back and just went into their eye.
Oh my god! Like the tool went in their eye.
Yeah, yeah, blinded them. So
No way,
yeah,
dude! You just said that so casually.
it happened. It was like one-time thing, like a long time ago, and that they tell that story in all dental schools.
Oh,
like,
you didn't know them?
Yeah, well, like it's fucking. We work with like scalpels, right, for like carving like shitty acrylic. So you're like working on a sharp instrument. Like my friend actually, Nina, she was working on her denture, and she just brushed her fucking scalpel off the desk, and it stuck like into her leg, right through into her thigh. She's like, "Woo!"
Oh my god! I guess if it's
so sharp.
Yeah,
scalpels
yeah.
are fucking stupid.
Probably
sharp.
just
You could
take it
drop
out.
a hair on it, and it would cut in half. Like it is
God.
insanely sharp.
I want to try that.
That'd probably be the best blade to drop in your leg, though.
If it doesn't hit big artery.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
But yeah,
I guess.
typically it's a small hit because it would just, it's a clean cut, right? You just
Right.
take it out, you heal like, should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, could have been bad.
Could have actually gone to the hospital. Jesus
Whoops,
Christ.
my main artery. Drop the scalpel on it. Like,
Faithful just. Well, the good thing is we're literally at the hospital because that's where our school is. So
sure.
Yeah.
you just take a walk down the hallway and you're good to go.
Yeah, fair enough. Just a trail of blood behind you.
Holy shit. I use car keys.
Car keys for cleaning your ear.
God, dude.
I'm definitely a finger. Like, definitely like
Finger in the shower.
get your finger in there. Yeah, we gotta be in the shower because you want it to be warmed up so that it's like looser and like more malleable, right?
Yeah.
So then and then I just scoop it out, and then like if you got to do some extra cleaning, then you can use a Q-tip and do it real lightly around the edge, sort of clean. But like,
You ever get your ears flushed before at the doctor?
Yes.
I kind of want to. It sounds.
You should.
Sounds pretty good.
You'll get
I'm not gonna lie.
Dude,
I'm a pussy when it comes to shit like that. Like I'm like, oh,
it's so satisfying though, because they
I don't enjoy
have
it.
you ever seen what comes out of your head when they do that shit?
I like Dr. Pimple Popper shit.
No, I can't stand that. That's so gross. But the
She
ear,
has like 10 TV shows.
yeah, that shit is. Why is that so popular? Why do people want to see that?
I
Pus?
heard somebody say that their
so
main way to
satisfying.
calm down from an anxiety attack is to watch popping.
That's what.
And I am like, what in the fuck?
R/oddly satisfying. I just popped my abscess of 9 years.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe I can't judge because I like weird stuff like ASMR and you know, the anal destroyer. Like those are my thing, you know. But like,
Right.
I think.
pimple popping can't. That's just only gross. Like that's like wanting to watch someone like clip their toenails with the fungus or some shit. I don't know.
Like popping your own is one thing,
gross.
but watching others get popped, that's where I'm like, I don't see the satisfaction.
Yeah.
Doing your own where it's like,
I will say, like,
know.
I pop abscesses for a living. Like, same thing with a scalpel. You just touch it, pop it, drain it. Instead of like bop it, twist it, pop
scalp it.
drain it. But like fucking, so I do that for a living. I don't get any like satisfaction out of it. But I will say, taking out a tooth, that's kind of oddly satisfying for me.
Really,
The
someone
whole-
else's.
Yeah, like,
Like
the way
you
it comes
doing
out.
it?
It's like I always like say it's like when you pull off a scab, but like a little bit more that kind of feeling.
so when you pull a tooth, is it really fucking grabbed on there and then all of a sudden it's just, I'm not grabbed on anymore?
No, it should be.
Or is it like a
So the
really
bone
like a
is-
slow pull out, same tension the whole time?
In theory, I think it's like it goes two ways. So like in theory, the bone's really spongy. You push it and it expands the socket, and then it's just a hole that's bigger than the tooth, and it just comes out. That's how you want to do it.
Oh.
So you basically wiggle it to create more room. So oftentimes what works with my patients, I deal with like a lot of like First Nations patients, and they just genetically have like fucking super dense bone. They're just like everything like it's not moving, right? So then the tooth breaks and you gotta drill it out and it's a fucking huge thing. So usually you just stick a little spoon in there, you just wiggle it, give it a second. Like this is my technique anyway. Let it bleed so the blood fills the socket and it kind of like breaks the suction because it's held in there by suction.
right.
And then you pop it out when it's ready. But then it goes like fucking pushing, fucking you hear it break, so the root's broken like way down. You're fucking seeing there and you're trying to fucking scrape it out and it won't come out. So I mean, I don't know. I don't really like hammer on the tooth, like try and pull it out. It's just like when it's ready, it'll come. Because if you do that,
Sure.
same thing, you're just gonna break the tooth.
Get
Then you
yourself
got
into more
3
trouble.
roots in there that are not like loose at all, and you're trying to fucking see like way down. You're like, or it's on someone's top jaw, and you're working like upside down like this, like fucking digging around for like 3 hours, and your back spasming. Like I want to die, and I go home and just lay on the couch. I'm like, fuck.
That makes sense that like the suction is like, that's the fucking hard part. Cause like I watched this YouTube channel of this guy, he does like off-road recoveries where he's like, people go like with their Jeeps, they go out like on a trail and they get stuck and this guy has to go and pull them out.
Oh,
He's done a few videos of people getting stuck on the beach. So their rear tires get stuck into this like super wet sand and they get stuck in there. And the hardest part about it is that you have to like slowly break that suction or else like no amount of pulling is going to get it out. Because normally what you'll do is you give it one good swift pull and that's kind of jumps it up and then that's how you get something unstuck.
Stuck, yeah.
But if it's suctioned in there, if you pull super fucking hard on that, that suction's just going to grab even harder.
Right.
And you're going to be stuck even more. So it's like he's on this like, he's on dry sand trying to slowly pull somebody out and he's just like digging himself deeper into it. So it's like suction's a real bitch. That's what I was thinking like with your roots. Like if the root gets stuck in there, like
Yes.
yeah, now you're dealing with something that's like 80% encapsulated by gum and
It's
suction.
below the
or,
bone, like, and it's just not loose. And you're just trying to find the right tool to get between it and the bone and like just do something. Just get it wiggling, get it moving.
some sort of space.
You can push straight down because basically you can have 2 different objects in the same spot at the same time. If you push down, it'll pop it up, kind of thing. So it's just a lot.
if someone gave you like $20,000, would you do dentistry on like a tiger?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like it's like
Someone do a gold crown for a tiger.
really?
I thought that's why you brought it up.
What if they don't put it down or not down, but like what if they don't sedate it and you just have to like fight it?
Oh fuck no.
$20,000?
Dude, if people are fucking like flailing around and grabbing my hands, I'm like, no, get the fuck out of here. You're gonna have to see a specialist. Like,
Well, here,
I'm not dealing with this shit.
How about this? If someone gave you $1 million, a baseball bat, and said you have to beat this
$1 million?
tiger, $1 million and a baseball bat, and they said you can have you can keep the $1 million if you like fight the tiger and win, and then do dentistry, like replace its tooth or something.
Nah, I wouldn't do it.
$1 million, bro. I mean,
Bro, put me in the cage with a fucking 600-pound cat. Fuck
you have a
no.
baseball bat.
your hands are insured for $1 million. Like one bite of that tiger and he loses his like.
I guess.
I guess I get double.
Now all of a sudden he's got to do an
insurance.
insurance claim.
I don't know, but
like,
it'd be a cool story.
True. I guess I get $1 million either way, but damn.
oh, he says keep your mic straight. By the way, sorry to interrupt, but like,
Oh, I'm flying. I got this thing flying all over the place.
I guess I don't know.
yeah, same.
So is there any amount of money you would take to do that? Or is
Any amount?
your
Yeah,
life
for
isn't
sure.
worth?
I
It
would
just has to
say-
be your
I would say
secure.
like 20 million.
20 million.
20 million, put me in the cage with the tiger.
Is that your estimated net worth? And
Getting eaten alive is the downside, I guess. Is my estimated net worth?
in your neck in your lifetime, you're
I
gonna
would maybe, I don't know. Eat it?
Oh my God, dude, I'm never gonna make $1 million.
My lifetime, like, I mean, all investments and everything. I don't know.
Shit,
Probably.
big baller.
Like, I think 20 million would be more than I could.
So if someone gave you $50 million, no, you said 20 million was the lowest for a tiger with a baseball bat.
Yes.
Okay, I like that.
Because just beating the tiger into submission is the hard part. Like, doing the gold crown is like probably the easiest.
I would go a totally different way. I would do like a
You would do the
"Hey,
Chris
tiger,
Pratt, like,
we're
whoa."
gonna be real nice. Yeah, Velociraptor type of shit. Where it's like, yeah, I would get right up next to him, you know, get like his neck and head like right against his leg here, and we're buddy. Okay. And then it's like when we're comfortable, I think I'm gonna straddle the tiger. But, like I would have the tiger's head in between my legs, so that I would have like control. I could like pinch his jaws if I needed to.
Headlock.
Yeah, basically put him in like a real loose headlock. And
Yeah.
just be able to like work around him like this.
But would be able to do a 3-hour drilling session on him then? At that point with it conscious?
So you'd have to knock him out. That's what I'm saying. Is like
You get him, you chloroform him. Once you get him into that spot,
You have
just
to
fucking
drill? I thought we were just pulling a tooth.
well, so they give you
I thought we had to pull a
Well,
tooth,
actually,
right?
talking about it, because veterinarians do a lot of like dental, like shit for animals, right?
right.
Cats have like bad periodontitis, so they get loose teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So probably a scenario you're looking at is loose, like infected teeth that are just not connected to the bone anymore. They're just flapping in the wind, we call them.
Oh jeez.
So like you could probably get to that point where you're just like fucking get close enough, and pop her out.
I think that's what I would do. That'd
But
be
I've
my
seen
goal.
people do gold crowns on tigers,
That's badass.
like gold tooth fucking tigers. They can do it on dogs too.
That's like some Walking
Service
Dead
dogs?
like Ezekiel shit.
we need Goldie to comment on that because Goldie's got a gold tooth. You don't know Goldie?
Goldie? That's like
Gold teeth.
Oh,
on
gold tooth,
Twitch.
yeah.
Well, she goes by Goldie.
She's a real gold tooth.
Yeah,
that's why her name.
That's
is
why her
Gold
name.
Tooth.
Yeah. So it's like so in her description it used to say something about I'm shining or something like that. Like with my gold tooth I'm shining or something like that. When she was like 14, she got one of her like a cap on one of her tooth that she needed. And she was like, "Fuck it, make it gold. Like I already need this cap put on. Make it fucking gold." And like,
I'm of the same
that's
mind.
baller.
Gold teeth are sick. I still like gold teeth. See them?
I would get.
They're pretty
You know,
common.
it's like if I had to get
we had a
tooth
patient do a
replaced or
front one.
something.
We had a patient. We could not. We're like, you're gonna look like a pirate. You're gonna look like a fucking idiot. He's like, no, I want the front tooth to be a gold crown if I'm getting a crown. So we did a fucking gold crown for him.
I would do it like bottom row, like here. I think.
Probably a lot of people do the bottom. I see a lot of patients that have bottom teeth gold and then the top teeth are ceramic. But it's like, but people are gonna see the bottom ones more than the top ones. Like if it's a top molar, almost never see it. No matter when you have gold teeth. You could do that way.
I would just want to be like,
Exactly.
just
You
show
show
it
it
off.
off.
I want gold
You
tongue.
can see the top of it when you're talking, basically.
a
So it
little bit
depends
of
on how
glint.
much show you want. Like I had a patient in my first year of working. She was a 73-year-old and she had a gold canine.
Ooh.
And then so we were doing dentures. I like took out like 13 teeth at once. No, 9 teeth on her. I did 13 teeth that morning before lunch. A lot of patients. We did 9 teeth, and then we did immediate denture, and we got the denturist to make a gold crown and put it in her denture. She's a gold tooth in her denture.
That's baller.
It's like she paid the extra money for the gold and everything.
What about like gold tongue?
Gold tongue?
Gold tongue.
Oh, just like I'm thinking of like when ham gets like iridescent. It's that shine.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that
yeah,
rainbow color,
yeah,
that
yeah,
shine
yeah, yeah.
On like fucking lunch meat. You know,
Yes.
like ham and turkey.
It's like
when it gets old.
When it gets
no, not.
shiny.
It's like what is the fucking what is French dip? Like the kind of meat you put with that.
Au jus.
Yes.
It always has that rainbow color.
Yes,
That's what she's
exactly.
talking. That's
Like
what he's
on a roast
talking
beef.
about.
That like shine that some lunch meat gets. You know what I mean?
Did you recreate that and make that permanent on your tongue?
Oh,
Did you get a tongue tattoo? Is that a thing?
I think so. How would you? But the problem is the tongue is so active. You couldn't do anything that would make sense because the tongue would always be moving.
Novocaine?
You would have to be sedated, like fully.
Yeah, yeah. Put you down.
That'd be fine.
Press your tongue.
Okay.
Like you would have to be unconsciously sedated, like literally for surgery.
Yeah,
You would have
yeah.
an anesthetist.
That'd be sick. That's how I want to get a tattoo anyway. Put me down and then buzz me up.
It's kind of risky for this tattoo, but I mean, we do it every day, so. I
If
mean,
you
not
were
the
if you were
tattoo
gonna get a
part,
tongue tattoo, what would it be?
Oh, that's.
I think I already have mine picked
but-
out.
You could just do lower lip though.
You know that like that S shape that a lot of people drew in high
my
school, where you do like the
God.
3 lines. I would do that and just like Just like
That's
show
really
people
good.
the S. And they'd be like, yo.
Dude, I didn't even think that far. I just thought like blackout.
What would I get?
Or like
make a
Blackout. Okay, no, because you know those people. So there are some people that tattoo for pain. So their whole, it's like they're real. They like the pain of it. So what they do
Okay, I get that.
is they ask the artist to do it painfully. So like what instead of like nicely drawing the line, they fucking stab them and like rip down. So what people do is they'll do like part of their face, and it's a lot of just all blacked out, but it's very line work where it's like just scratched down the whole time.
Jeez.
Right. Why don't you just like?
So I would imagine that for like a tongue tattoo.
Wouldn't you just? I don't know. Why don't you just do cock and ball torture at that point
Why not?
instead of like getting permanent tattoos?
It doesn't have to be sexual.
How do you get your fix though? Like, so like once you get a tattoo like once every 6 months or something like that. That's expensive too.
I don't know how often they do it, but basically, yeah. But their whole thing is that they don't have to get a lot of it tattooed at once. They just want it to fucking hurt.
That's well,
Crazy.
Like they just want that pain.
maybe they
effect.
have the same thing as me with the Novocaine in my mouth.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not painful. It's just satisfying.
You want that
Sounds-
feeling
yeah.
of
I think it's called masochism, but
discomfort. I don't know.
I don't know. I
I'm gonna grab that other beer quick. I
Cadaver.
think I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
I don't know if it like actually. I don't know.
I don't know. It's like tattoos like what, like $300-$400. I could probably find a chick for
Is
that
it
much
really
to stick
that
on my
much?
balls with like
$300 or
stilettos.
$400 for a
Yeah,
Yeah,
tattoo?
you need like a piece of plexiglass or something they could stick your balls through.
Yeah, and then like clamp them down. Have you seen that? Have you seen the?
you
Oh my
attach
god!
your- huh?
Have you seen the picture of the guy who he like took two plexiglass things, and like plexiglass or like panes of glass or whatever.
Yeah.
And he had like 4 screws in the corners, and he flattened his dick out so much that it was like that. Like
It was like
fully-
a microscope slide.
Yeah,
like a
absolutely.
section.
Yeah, like a cross section. It was insane. And like I don't know. That's
unreal.
I've seen stuff like that before. Let me make sure the thing is still recording. Probably like fucking turned off or something.
It's blue.
No, this
on your
one.
camera, yeah. What were we supposed to talk about Elden Ring? Hey, what's up, Sebo? How's it going, brother?
Also, what's up, Goose? Howdy, Goose.
We have been kind of keeping an eye on chat, so even though we're not reading your stuff out loud, we have been watching. Oh, oy vey. Should take this plug out of my nose eventually.
Especially Loof, I'm reading your messages saying that you don't think that I can straddle a tiger. Oh, I think I could do it. I'm a very pro cat person,
Tame
so
the
I
tiger.
think I could talk to a tiger and like get him comfortable with me and like I don't know.
I just keep picturing the Chris Pratt with fucking. That's all fucking Jurassic Park is now. Is just fucking whoa. Like, what happened to the actual scientific shit? Like it can't see you if you don't move. Real science.
Is that real?
Oh, I don't know.
I have no fucking.
That's some bullshit. I think.
I was never like a dinosaur boy. I didn't really give a
I
shit
was a
about
big
them.
dinosaur kid.
have a dinosaur phase?
I mean, like I had like a pop-up book about them, but I didn't really care.
Well, you're into film, so like, what do you think about the Jurassic Park film, like in general?
Be straight with you. Never seen a single Jurassic Park.
It revolutionized fucking special effects forever. Like,
I mean, I've seen like the breakdowns of the how they did
Jurassic
everything.
Park's just a good movie. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm getting into my movie phase right now. I'm trying to figure shit out.
I'm in the same way. Like, that's why I made the side channel, and I kind of want to do movie commentaries because I'm a fake cinephile. Where I'm in the same boat. Where it's like I know about the classics.
Yeah.
And I know enough to like talk to people and pretend like I did, but I haven't seen a lot of them. So I've been crushing out like Taxi Driver, like Fight Club. I never saw. Fucking Ian Sleep just did a commentary for Raiders of the Black Furno Atlantis Interceptors.
What the fuck?
It's like some 80s like exploitation like grindhouse film, and it was just dog shit. But I can't get it. I couldn't filter out the audio because Sleep streamed it on Discord. So I would basically be cutting out all of his audio. So I can't fucking get it on copyright strike. So I just threw it on a Google Drive link. I'm just gonna post the video and just here's the link in the comments to the real video.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And then from then on, I'll just probably cut out the movie video.
Like-
Because then it's an excuse to like. Otherwise, it's like pulling teeth to try to get me to watch movies.
Yeah. I have to do it with people, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch shows by myself, but
Thank you very much.
I don't know. I'm like kind of begging people right now for movie suggestions because I'm just like spending every night just watching movies now.
Damn. My favorite's like Alien. And then I would say my favorite comedy is like Walk Hard, Story of Dewey Cox.
Never seen either
seen
of those. No. See, that's like I want to be able to sit and talk about movies with people, but it's like I don't watch movies, so sorry. Yeah.
Fucking same. I have not watched like any actual movie by myself in
By myself,
literally 10 years.
Actually,
Jesus
It's
I
like
watched horror movies.
well, okay, maybe that's by myself though. Honestly though, like I've really only watched movies with like another person.
What about scary movies? Do you watch them by yourself? Like that's probably all I do now. Like if I watched Barbarian, that was a really good one.
I do like scary movies. I think the last one that I watched was Hereditary. Hereditary was
Remember when we watched
fucking good.
Hereditary? Was that what you were talking about?
No,
Didn't we watch it on Discord one night, like a long time ago?
You and Sleep might have, I think. I wasn't part of that because I watched
Okay,
it
I
with,
thought you were.
with somebody else a couple years ago, but
Fucking Hereditary is my favorite horror film. What do you think?
it was good. I'm not a film person though, so that's the thing where it's like if I say something's good, that doesn't mean shit. Like just because I liked it, I could like the shittiest thing and like okay, well I liked it, but it's like I like Sad Boy rap. It's not good. It's not good, but I like it.
Finally
so, like,
said it.
But it's comfort.
It's never been good, but some of it's enjoyable.
I think you would like Midwest emo because it's literally just the same kind of vocals.
Tried.
But like it's just math rock. If you don't like math rock, then you probably won't like it. Yeah.
I do because I honestly I would listen to Midwest emo instrumentals over anything else.
And yeah, it's just math rock at that point.
We should answer the question here though. Where's the Midwest in America? So the
I don't
Midwest
know.
Midwest is basically the encapsulation of like middle 48 states and just the upper part of it. So that would include like Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Illinois, Michigan, I would say. Michigan's like getting on the edge of it. And then like Ohio is on the edge of it too, because Ohio is part of the Big Ten
Ohio.
for college football.
Oh right.
So I think Ohio is included.
Okay.
So yeah.
Everything else is like south of the Mason-Dixon line, or it's like west East Coast, I guess.
Yeah. Because then like what's next to Ohio? It's not just Pennsylvania right there, is it?
Pennsylvania is a little bit east there. It's
Fucking
like
geography. I don't know my own country.
that was like Pennsylvania, and then it's like all the East Coast shit, right? Like Maryland and fucking what's that one that everyone forgets, like the tiniest one.
Vermont.
Rhode Island.
Dude,
Rhode
Island.
Island, thank you.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Where fucking Peter Griffin is.
I was gonna say, how do you forget Rhode Island? That's where the Family Guy's. That's where the Family Guy is filmed.
knows where we live.
Jesus Christ.
in a wheelchair, Peter. I can't get up the stairs, Peter.
Sweet's comfy as fuck. I'm always comfy as fuck. I only wear sweatpants and hoodies. Like this is it. And any given day, this is what I look like.
I dressed up too much yesterday. I don't know if I should probably tell the story of how me and Mac met. We went for pizza, and then immediately we're like, let's go into a sex shop. So we went to a sex store.
It was right
And I
across
guess-
the street.
Yeah, there was a sex store across this like 5-star rated Italian restaurant. So we just walked in there. And we're like, yo, 32 kilograms of tits, ass, and pussy. Like, that's crazy, bro.
32 kilograms.
And then I'll probably show it on screen when I post this. But we took a photo. I was looking through all the smut films, and we found it was like it looks like it's supposed to be like a funny porn parody. Like it'd be like Titanic, but it would say gigantic, and it's in the Titanic font. But when you look at it, it's got nothing to do with the fucking Titanic. It's
clickbait.
not a parody of it at all.
Yeah.
Like they're not even doing the fucking like front bow. Like nothing, no effort. But actually, I found one that was just called Zombie Christ. And it was and I'm like, what is this? And then the front is just a paper print off of just Jesus skeleton on a crucifix. And the tag was like from avant-garde, like underground director, some random like fucking Eastern European guy. And it's like, you will never look at a crucifix the same way again.
Dude, some of them like they're super clickbaity and like want to like suck you in, but some of them are just like straight up. Like there was one that's just naked old people. The title of the movie, Let's Watch Old People Fuck or something like that. Like that's it.
Was it like 100 old people fucking?
No,
it was called Let's Watch Old People.
Or it was like look at these old people fucking.
Yes,
was the
that's
name of the movie.
So direct. And
Yeah.
like that is the description as well.
Socrates.
Copy paste title description.
And it's like this naked old lady and this geriatric old man just like leaning over on his cane. Like, I guess he's getting some tonight. I guess. Like, I can't wait to watch him get nasty. That's what I'm looking for. I don't know.
Well, so like I was saying yesterday, though, too, it's like if you're gonna own a sex shop, dedicated sex shop in 2023, like you got to have some seriously interesting content. Like,
Yeah.
you got to have something you can't find anywhere else.
They had arcade machines in there. They had the fortune teller, like the fucking
The Zoltar.
Zoltar, yeah, they had the Zoltar fortune telling fucking machine in there. They had like a giant fucking dick that you could ride and take pictures on, like a fucking like.
What do you mean ride?
It like you would sit on it like a fucking
Like it's a
like
horse.
a tourist attraction basically.
It's like
It had
it's a
saddle on it.
giant penis with a saddle on the back.
Yeah, and it stairs to get up it so you can fucking sit on it, like take a photo, with, like a backdrop and shit like that. They had a lot of shit in there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. The one thing I was a little disappointed by was like everything was just a dildo at a certain point. Like I don't know. I get it. Like everyone has their different kinds that they like, but it's like that's all just a dildo. Like what?
Yeah.
There's nothing as interesting as what they didn't even have sounding rods. What kind of vanilla ass place?
They only had the cock. They had a lot of cock rings, but no sound.
Well, cock rings are pretty vanilla.
I guess.
Like
Sounding rods are fucking crazy. Have you ever watched? I don't know. You guys don't go on Reddit, right?
I try not to.
I'm not a redditor.
I go on Reddit despite my disdain for it, and there's some fucking wacky shit that you always find. And yeah, there's like a whole subreddit just for sounding. It'll just be like just like a picture of like just the desk up, and it's just like. Yo, just started up Elden Ring, got a size 12 in, and there's just a giant metal rod sticking
I
up.
have seen that specific post. I've fucking seen that, and I'm like, oh god damn it! Like
That's what
I
they
didn't want
do.
to see that.
They're like, yo, I'm at work right now with like a six gauge in my cock right now.
That's fucked.
It can't be good.
I don't understand how people are so into that. Like, that
Do you know
could never-
anyone that is?
No.
Okay.
But like, it's too widespread on the internet. Like, that's not something you would ever talk about personally with somebody that like.
You would get a group of guys that were all into sounding together, like in the same room. No.
That's the only. I mean, like
That's
if you're
something that
if you're a
happens
sounder, like you either can't tell people about it or you can only know people that also do it. You cannot just like.
It's like Fight Club, like a secret society. Like,
Yeah.
the guys in the cubicles, like.
And I think it should be that. I think
Yeah.
it should be a secret society. I don't want to know any fucking thing you're doing with any goddamn sounding device.
What do you do at a
I don't
restaurant?
give a
You're like,
shit.
fuck, I gotta take my rod out, take a piss. Like,
Oh, that you do have to take it out. I think.
Yeah.
Although unless you get a hollow one, like those hollow butt plugs we saw.
oh, that would be the most insanely. You could like cut metal with that. That would be so pressurized.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh, it'd be so hard to pee.
Yeah, no, that'd be awful. That'd be
See,
the worst
this
thing
is it's just dumb. There's no good reason for it. Like, at least with like a plug, like there's something back there.
Well, like even with like the people that do the anal training or whatever, where they size it in plugs and they just wear it all day.
Yeah.
Like you're just one sneeze away from just like getting fired. Like just
Okay, yeah, true.
like just the most risky fucking burps ever. Like you know.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like you're basically walking on eggshells. At like I don't know. I don't know how people fucking do that.
They can't be comfortable either. Because like imagine walking constantly having well, I guess that's what they want. That's what they're there for. They want that constant reminder, that pressure.
Right. And I
pretty
guess
good
the only
podcast.
other thing we'll
This
say
went
about
south.
that is fucking the sex dolls are like $3,000 to $6,000.
Yeah.
They're like generic, not even custom. Just fucking $3,000 to $6,000.
Like boxed up.
I figured they would be expensive. I did not figure $3,000 to $6,000.
Yeah.
Easily.
Crazy.
And
And
we're
they
talking-
break easy too.
Realistic pussy, butt, and boobs.
Okay, but like it's
Realistic.
it's still just silicone.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But
You have a mold, and then you fill the mold, and then you just sell that for fucking $6,000 profit.
But they're like 45
that's
pounds.
insane.
It's an
they're
ass and
heavy.
pussy.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're in
This store had their own custom one in like a glass cage, and it was like some stripper bitch just like fucking wearing all this like 420 shit, like smoking weed. There was a sex doll like in a pose that they had in a glass cage. I was like, what the fuck?
yeah. I think the most extreme thing that
It was
was
the most
there,
wild sex store I think I've ever seen.
the paddle with the spikes was the most insane
We were
thing.
looking at the cock mold, Sieg.
Yeah.
They're actually
Watch
really
the Planet
cheap.
Three.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
well
The
priced.
thing is, they're this fucking long.
yeah.
Like, what are you gonna? You can make 2 cock molds out of that. Like, what are you gonna do with the rest of the fucking like 12 inches?
I couldn't tell you.
I took one out. I was telling Mac and Bobby, I'm like, wow, you can make like 3 or 4 molds with this one. It's like a foot tube.
But they had
What are
this.
you gonna do with the rest of the fucking thing?
There was this spanking paddle. Did we already tell you about this?
Yeah.
And
Well, we need to tell everybody else.
Yeah,
about
That's an
that.
actual weapon.
it was like so. It was a paddle. Like it was like a leather paddle. Yeah. Go take. Yeah. It was a leather paddle with like it looked normal from behind, like you just use it to like spank someone normally, and it's like yeah, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you turn it around, and there's these fucking like actual metal spikes coming out of it. there's actual metal spikes coming out of it, like poking out. So if you were to spank someone with it, not only would it pierce them, like if you spank like a swipe a little bit, you are gonna straight up like tear all of their skin open. Like this thing is made to make you bleed. They didn't have sounding rods, but they had fucking like actual weapons.
Just razor blades, because that's what I said. That's what you guys are telling me about this, and I was like, that literally sounds like you took a fucking baseball bat and wrapped it in barbed wire, which people use to kill other people. Like that's a common gang weapon. Like
like if
you kill people with that, you don't. That's not. You don't sexually arouse them with the
like
fucking
if you're gonna
barbed wire baseball
someone's
bat.
gonna use this and like hit the top of someone's head and tear all their scalp off or something.
Yeah,
Jesus,
and it could.
Dude.
Or even if it's your ass, you just skin your ass raw.
Right.
It's like that one. It's like that one Limp Bizkit song. I got a chainsaw. I'll skin your ass raw. But this is like, I got a wooden paddle with razor blades. I
bought this at
Skin
Sex
your ass
World.
raw. I bought this shit at Sex World.
Sounds like ER DLC weapon. But we can only hope, dude.
Reinforced Club version 2.
God.
I don't know why pedal got held up as auto mod.
I don't know.
What is a pedal?
I'm too lazy to go allow it because I gotta
Yeah.
crawl over like 3 cameras.
Yeah, I'm not getting my. I got mine.
You guys sell molds of your cocks?
No, I don't think I would.
I wouldn't be if I was making profit.
Put my dick under a microscope. I mean, if you make money, yeah, I'll do it for $20.
Yeah, like you buy the kit for like $35, sell it for 80.
I could just do that with the materials I have access to already, though, like molds
concrete?
and gypsum and shit. Yeah, I have gypsum. That's what we use to pour up like models.
Make like a concrete schlong.
Yeah, I could just make it. I think, did we make a dick? We ever did. Because it's just like wet. Like you can just sculpt it and shit. And then when it sets, it's like stone.
Huh.
It's like gypsum. It's like different types of concrete, like depending on how hard you want.
Oh, it's actually concrete?
Yeah, it's like the same thing. It's like what they use for concrete. It's gypsum, yeah.
What is gypsum?
It's like the earth material that they use to make concrete.
Oh, so you would not actually, you can't like put your arm in it or nothing?
Concrete cocks.
No, so what you would do is you would put your arm in like an alginate mold or something like that.
Okay.
And then you would pour it with gypsum, and then that's how you get the stone cock.
Oh, okay. So it's like a double mold. Like you do a mold and then put that
mold
mold
around and then fill the mold.
Then you, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And you do a pour up.
Okay. Damn.
Exactly. Oh, the boggers emotes. I forgot I had the boggers.
The Bogart.
It's Bogart, but like
Bogart,
pogging.
but Pog.
Yes.
Pog. You know, I was pretty disappointed. We went to fucking Pog Mahoney's yesterday.
No poggers jokes?
We
Yeah.
didn't. Honestly, okay, maybe I'm not sad, but I'm maybe more proud of us. Nobody made a stupid fucking Pog joke at Pog Mahoney's.
I hate saying poggers in real life.
Yeah, no.
If you say Twitch emotes in real life, you've gone too far. Like if you catch yourself saying a Twitch emote, you gotta like take a step back.
Dude, one of my relatives, like I told you, I have infinite relatives. He always talks like he's in Twitch chat, but he's older than me.
Oh no.
Can't, dude. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy. But like fucking, dude, like you get like, what did I get last night? The Skull Burger.
Yeah.
The Skull Burgers are poggies.
Dude, they have a Pog. They had a Pog burger.
I bought the Pog Burger. So here's the fucked up thing. They gave you my Pog Burger.
Did they?
Yeah, because you're like, shit, man. This is the second time I've ordered a double patty and didn't realize it. And I was like, wait a minute, fuck, I only have a single patty on mine. Am I supposed to be?
Dude, the server last night was out to lunch.
He was. I
He
think
didn't know how to make an old fashioned. He tried like 3 times.
I mean, to his credit, he did say, "I'm not a bartender."
Yeah, the kegs were running out. He's like, I don't know how to tap a new keg. Like fucking.
he was bad. He was okay. I shouldn't say he was bad because he was like very nice and very accommodating. Because
Yeah.
it was like, hey, did I
He got
make
us a
this?
free round of shots.
Yeah. Because he even came up with the old fashioned. He's like, this is the recipe, but it looks like there should be more. Should there be more? And I'm like, yeah, double that shit. Like
They put 1 ounce. Yeah, that was the fucked up part. He put 1 ounce in a classic drink, so there was like an underfilled old fashioned.
Yeah.
And then I was like, can you do this shot? He's like, nah, like I don't know. And I'm like, okay, we'll do like Golden Stag. So it was like half. I'm like, it's half Goldschlager and it's half Jaeger. And he's like, I don't know what Goldschlager. It's like, hey, you got Fireball? Tastes the same anyway. Who gives a fuck? And then we did it. And he didn't do half an ounce. He did full ounces. So we were doing 2 ounce shots.
that's why it makes sense.
It
Because
was in
I
a
was
cup.
like,
It came in a cup, not a shot glass. So I was like, oh fuck. But we got charged for only 1 shot. So I was like, all right. So like, choke her down. And then he comes back like 20 minutes later and he says, I swear to God, he says, Papa's had a bad day. And because he brought an extra shot the first round.
He did say that.
Yeah.
I remember.
And then he like
said he had a bad day,
accidentally
yeah.
brought another shot, and then maybe it was accidental because you were drinking shots.
Yeah, I think he thought I was.
So then so we're like, do it, bro. He's like, oh fuck yeah, he just did it. It was like Thursday night, and then and then the second he brought another round like 25 minutes later. He's like, Papa's had a bad day, it's a long day. And we just like do it. We just
He bought us a round of shots though. That's fucking nice.
That was
Like,
nice.
you go.
those
We
are
drank
expensive
cheap
around
there.
here. Yeah.
It was kind of like a not a dead bar. It was pretty quiet, but like we drank cheap there.
Yeah. And that makes a lot more sense now that you guys say that it was a double shot. Because I was counting my drinks last night and I was like, I only had 3. Like, why was I feeling so rough this morning? Yeah, I had 3 normal and then fucking 4 on those 2 rounds of shots because they were double shots. That makes sense.
Yeah, they were
damn.
definitely. I was like alarmed. I was like, I don't think I can do double shots anymore. Like I honestly don't, because like I can't poker face a shot, right? Well, you saw me doing shots. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know if I can do a 2-ounce shot. My body tries to reject it so hard when I do shots.
So that's always been interesting to me because the way my friends describe taking shots is it sucks just because it tastes bad. Is that what you're talking about?
It tastes bad, but like your puke reflex is trying to go off.
Why?
It's literally trying to spit it back up.
Because it's poison?
That's how I do it. I'm a little bit more visceral, like physiological reaction when I do a shot. But yeah, like if you do a bad, you do that 1 tequila shot too many. That's exactly what happens. Like you instantly need to puke.
Oh my God.
I feel that when doing certain liquor. So, like, if I've had a liquor too many times and gotten sick on it, then my body remembers, hey, dude, the last time you had this, you got sick on this. And then when I take it, it's like, bro, you got sick on this. I'm about to get sick right now, sort of a deal. It's almost a memory sort of a thing.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because in high school, my main drink in high school, there was a sweet tea vodka called Jeremiah Weed. So I would do Jeremiah Weed mixed with lemonade. And that was like my go-to drink in high school. Like that's what I was partying with. And one day I got too far gone, threw it up, and I was like, I can never drink this specific liquor ever again. As soon as I like smell it or like start to taste it, I'm like, nope. Instant memories of like not a good time.
That makes sense.
Good stout.
Because it's like, what was that?
This is good stout.
This is back when
you like
Sweed
it?
was 21
Do
in
you
high
think
school.
that
It's like a sipping beer.
Do you think that it tastes like 17.2% alcohol? Because it is 17.2%.
That's what I guess I am just sipping it. Like I'm not like downing it like I would a guinea, but like sipping beer.
It catches up with you. I will say that. But like,
I feel it in my head.
tastes so good. So they had it was barrel aged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I'll show the can.
Never.
This reminds me too because Nico Chan. I don't remember exactly what her full name is on Twitch, but I saw her post on Twitter that she had it was a cherry Russian Imperial Stout, and I was oh, that sounds fucking good. But this one's barrel aged in bourbon barrels. So they let this one sit for 20 months in a bourbon barrel. The last batch that they made prior, which was their first batch ever, and I had it and I was like, this is my favorite beer, hands down, better than Surly Darkness, I thought. And that came out at like a 12.5%. So it was like, standard for a thick Russian Imperial Stout, right?
Which is still a lot for
Which
beer.
is still a
It's
lot
insane.
for a beer, right? But you never tasted it.
Yeah.
So then they did this one, but they left it in the barrels for an extra 8 months. That extra 8 months brought it from 12.5% to 17.2%. And they were like, fuck, that's a lot. So what they did is they had this
Smaller bottles for this stuff.
so this is like their normal stuff. They left some in the barrel and then added vanilla bean to it to make a vanilla style of it. They let that sit for another month or so. And in 1 month, it gained 0.3% alcohol. Huh. They're like, fuck, we can't leave this in there more than 20% or else we're going to make something like flammable. Like
That's fucked. Yeah, like it's actually like a feat of science because like the bacteria that produces the alcohol in the fermentation process, like a lot of it that's why it like wine and stuff is at a certain range of alcohol because once it gets to that level, it just kills itself. There's too much alcohol for the bacteria to survive anymor, right?
Oh, okay.
So to break those barriers to get it higher is like really hard. Even like certain cultures of bacteria, all sorts of shit, certain types of yeast.
I think what's happening with this bourbon barrel age though is that it's just grabbing that bourbon that was stuck in the wood of the barrel still. So like when you barrel a whiskey or barrel a bourbon or something like that, it sits in there for years.
There's that residue.
Yeah, it sits in
I think
there
that's
for
what they use in
years and it kind of
cognac,
bakes into the wood so that when you put beer in there and you let the beer sit, it comes out of the wood and back into the beer. So they let it sit for too long, and that's what lets so much alcohol back into it. Like,
Fuck.
shit, now it's a really high percent.
Yeah.
So was there a point in your guys' life where like, so I feel like everyone I know just,
I started drinking young.
yeah, like everyone I know drinks just to get fucked up. Like when did it become like, cause you guys are like chemists, you especially, like the way you talk
I have a
about.
degree in chemistry, actually.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. Well, there you go. It sounds like it by the way you talk about like booze and stuff, but like, I don't know at what point does it turn from, or is it still both for you? Like,
I don't think I drink for the coolness. Probably of anything, just like the addictiveness of it, I guess, if I had to say. But like, yeah, I started young because you're like, oh, want to be with the cool kids, small town, we all just drink and party. So like, I was drinking when I was like fucking 15. My fucking high school drink was like, you guys have Jones soda here?
no.
It's like Pick a Pop or like,
What?
like a classic soda. Or like anyway, I would just drink them down to the neck and I'd fill it back up. Like I would take like the apple one, drink it down to the label, fill it back up with vodka, put some cinnamon spice in it. And I would take like the orange cream one, drink it down to the label, bring it back up with like Bacardi, like white rum and stuff like that. Like have like an orange cream still.
That'd be good.
So I'd show up at these parties and I'm getting chirped because I'm drinking soda, but I'm like, it's booze, basically good. That's what I did in high school. But then, so yeah, and then now into university, like kind of drinking because it's cool, but like the partying was so fun. Like actually the party life was quite nice. Like I would go to the bars every night. I knew everyone. Like I knew everyone on campus, living on campus. So it was really nice. Like I met so many people that way. A lot of lifelong friends too. And yeah, but then we were drinking so much, then it was like very problematic. And then so ever since then, I've been like tapering it down. And now I'm just kind of on the cocktail train because I went to New York and they had such great cocktails. Great, because I had to cut out beer because I'm getting super fat on beer.
Oh,
Drink like a
okay.
fucking, you crush an 8-pack of like craft beer is like 350 calories a fucking beer.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And I'm drinking like 8 or 10 of them. I'm like,
Jesus.
what the
Oh
fuck?
yeah, that'll go down fast.
Like literally, I was doing a calorie counter, and I'm like, I am literally drinking my entire day's worth of calories in little brown jugs. Like,
Jesus.
it was fucking stupid. So I'm like, I gotta make a switch. So then I started drinking Negronis. I already liked them, and Negronis are just pure alcohol. Like they have sugar in it, but like there's no, you don't add syrup, like nothing. Yeah. It's just a pure alcohol drink. You can do sours too. Like we were talking about daiquiris, they don't have sweetness. Like the thing is, like it's a sour drink. Using like lime juice. The problem for me though is that I get insane heartburn if I drink too many sours. Like when me and Arcane did the hot tub podcast like this, I drank a bunch of Tom Collins and mojitos and shit, and I was breathing fire. Like I woke up at 4 a.m, like I drank battery acid.
Mojitos are so good though. Mojitos
yeah,
go
they're
down
so
easy.
good.
It's just
we
like
crushed a bottle of rum in like a day on mojitos.
mojitos are basically just like white liquor, which is like not super flavorful. It's just some Sprite and some mint. So you just kind of drink this like light minty drink.
okay.
And it's, I don't know,
I was
mojitos are
doing
really
the
good.
official mojito too. And the thing is, I'm Canadian, so I can get Havana. Like I can get Cuban rum, like actual Cuban rum.
Oh.
So I was doing like OG mojitos with that. So just like lime juice, mint, and Cuban rum, some sweetness and some soda water. That's it.
When you do all that kind of like mixing and stuff, does that make you drink less, or does that make you like more? Okay.
It's because it goes down easy.
Okay.
It depends. Some drinks are slow. Like you have them for a long time. You just sipping them. It actually stretches it out. But some are just so good. You can my eggnogs. They're like 2.5 ounces of booze. Go down.
I still can't believe you do a raw egg in them.
Yeah.
I cringed. I honestly cringed when you were making them the one day. You were like,
Raw egg in
yeah,
there."
sure, I'll make some eggnog. And I thought you were
Raw
gonna go
egg.
grab a carton of eggnog from the fucking fridge and like mix some booze
That's
to
what
it.
it is though. It's just blended up eggs.
I don't even know what
Oh,
eggnog
it's,
is.
but you
Do you
have to
cook your
do it
eggnog?
yourself. No, I don't
That's
drink
what it is.
eggnog. I don't drink eggnog because it's
What's the difference?
I don't
guess
like
just
raw
sugar.
eggs. And it was scary that you were just like, poured some stuff into like, a shaker with some ice, and then you're like, all right, fuck it, cracked a fucking egg in it, and I'm like,
That's what you
no
do.
fucking way,
You
like
like egg whites too, like when you're doing.
I
like,
can't. That's
whiskey sours
nasty.
and stuff. Dude, I don't know, because like the thing I have is like in America, I had a burger today, same thing, pink burger. That to me is like, you can't defend that. That's fucked up. Like having pink hamburger meat.
You like a well done burger?
But every time I come here and I get a burger, people like, how do you want your burger? I'm like, I want it done fucking the way it should be. Not, and they're like, and then no matter what I say, I'll be like, well done, like cook it. And they're like, they always bring it to me medium. They're like, this guy's a fucking idiot. Dude. And they give it to me medium, like, and I like it. It tastes great, but like, and I'm not gonna complain. Some Canadian, I'm like, fuck these guys. They don't ever take me seriously. So when I was in New York, I was talking to these two chicks the first night. And that's how I like got my laundry list of what I wanted to do for New York. They're like, yeah, don't do this touristy thing. Oh, actually, Wall Street's nice, that kind of thing. The way we got to talking was they fucking mixed up our burgers because we were sitting at the bar. So I got her burger, and she was like, "How did you get your burger?" And I'm like, "Well done." She's like, "What?" She's looking, like, but she didn't fucking notice. She already ate half the thing, right? And so then she's like, "Who eats a well done burger?" And I went off. I was like, "Okay, let me like you Americans."
Here's the
Let me
science.
tell you, you can't fucking do it. You can't do it.
Here's the science behind it. You can eat like very lightly cooked steaks. Just the outside of it's cooked. The inside is very pink.
Right.
That's safe to do because
Bacteria doesn't penetrate.
bacteria does not penetrate meat. So bacteria is only on the outside of a steak. So that's why you can do medium rare steaks, rare steaks.
Chicken
You're only
penetrates though.
you're cooking just the outside of it,
Yeah.
where that's the actual where bacteria is. Why you can't do with hamburgers because hamburgers ground up.
Yeah.
Hamburgers gets all mixed up together. The bacteria is already on the inside by default because that's how you make hamburger. You grind everything up. So that's why it has to be cooked. If you're eating a hamburger, it has to be cooked all the way through because there is bacteria in the pink meat inherently. How you make hamburger.
It is a grind, and it's part of the grinding process. Like I would say it would be okay if you ground up. Like some people used to do this when I worked in the meat shop. They would buy ribeyes and like chuck them in the grinder. Yep. So and that's actually what I had. Like a Wagyu steak burger. But anyway, so you grind up. If you grind up the steaks, you are churning that outer bacteria into the mix, which is one thing. If you're just buying hamburger meat, like there are quite high levels of E. coli and like literal shit in like hamburger meat.
No, don't say that. I love hamburgers.
I do too. It's
It all
my favorite thing,
depends.
but like that's why I just cook it all the way. Like
Yeah, of
the
course.
drinks and whatever. It's not as juicy, but like that's why I've always been raised on them anyway.
I used to work at a butcher shop a few years ago in college. I was a baker there, and I would just bake breads and shit.
Okay.
Awesome job. I loved it because they basically they were like, "Hey, Sweed, here's a fucking kitchen. Make something cool. We don't want anything boring." And I was like, "Deal." All right. So I was making cheese breads and like jalapeno breads, and like I made a pizza bread with like cut up pepperonis, tomatoes, mozzarella cheese inside of it and shit. Like my craziest one that I'm still proud of to this day. I didn't write down the recipe, and I think it made him mad because it turned out really fucking good. It was a Mexican hot chocolate bread,
What the fuck?
I've heard of this.
which was bread that I had made I made like a cocoa paste with it. So I did like cocoa powder, some powdered sugar, and some butter. And I made this like really nice cocoa paste for it. Then the Mexican part of it is that you add hot chili peppers to it. So it's like some red pepper flakes. So I did red pepper flakes in my cocoa butter, and then like spread that through my bread and like cut it up and like made my bread out of it. It was fucking awesome. It literally tasted like you were like eating hot chocolate that had just like a little bit of spice to it.
Yeah,
It was fantastic.
There's some good like Mexican hot chocolate recipes out there. I was looking into that like this week, and I'm like, that sounds good. Like mildly spicy, but like chocolatey.
Yep.
Like actually warm you up. On
Yep.
a cold day kind of thing.
That was fantastic. But anyway, like I worked at this butcher shop, and yeah, that's what we would do is to make our hamburger, we would just take, the scraps of everything that we trimmed off the steaks, churn it up. But that it's weird to me when people say that they're like, "Oh, I have an A5 Wagyu burger." It doesn't make any fucking difference. The whole point of Wagyu is that when you eat a Wagyu steak, it's the fat is like very threaded thinly throughout the different meat. So it's like meat, fat, very close
And
together.
when you grind Wagyu, it turns to liquid.
The point that I'm trying to make is that when you make hamburger, you literally add chunks of fat to control your fat content. So in a fucking Wagyu burger, you just wasted all this fucking actual good meat that you should have cooked as is, because if you grind it up, that is the same fucking thing as just grinding a chunk of meat and a chunk of fat together. It is the same goddamn thing.
Yeah.
It pisses me off when people are like, "Oh, I had a Wagyu burger. It tastes the same as a normal fucking burger." Like, oh, you don't get why it's good. Like it's the fucking people. All right, to make this full fucking circle, right? It's when you see a goddamn fucker with PKCS and they just keep R1ing. They don't understand that PKCS is really good if you block cancel it to roll catch. That's why it's good. Not just because it's a curved sword that's long that you just R1, 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 R1.
They're buying the Wagyu burgers, the PKCS.
Fucking Wagyu is the PKCS, all right, of the fucking meat world. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Dude, when I worked at the meat shop, this fucking dude, I've still never tasted Kobe beef, but my buddy fucking has Kobe beef at his meat store. Name's Marcello. and this guy would come in once every 2 weeks in the summer, and he always gets 3 steaks. I think for a tenderloin is like $250 per kilogram. So that's like 2 pounds of it. So like, yeah, so it's really expensive. So anyway, this guy would get 3 ribeye Kobe's, and it would be like, I don't know, it'd be like a few $100 for like 3 steaks. He would do it every 2 weeks. And so one time I was serving him, I'm like, so you really like that Kobe, eh? He says, it's all right. I'm just buying it because my grandpa's coming for dinner. The motherfucker buys Kobe every time. He doesn't even like the shit. I'm like, must be nice to be fucking rich.
So expensive.
This fucking guy. I was like working minimum wage. I'm like, bro, this fucking piece of shit. Like, he just eats Kobe beef, doesn't even give a fuck.
Doesn't even like it. Dude, I cook, or all meat that I eat has to be completely well done. Like my friends, like Quinn and Taylor, they think I'm actually stupid for not like liking pink meat.
With like in general or like specifically steaks? Because steaks you'll get a lot of shit for and it's whatever.
I don't eat steaks. They're talking about burgers.
Oh, no, dude, fuck.
See, they're
fuck
wrong.
medium
Yeah.
burgers.
Now you got the
They
fucking
taste good,
scientific
but
facts.
Yeah, there
like,
we
hit
go.
them with it.
They taste good, but it's fucked up.
Like,
Even with steaks, I like a little bit of pink. I can't do like rare, medium rare. That's too much. I want just a little bit.
Yeah.
And yes, Gopher, if you ever have the chance to eat Wagyu steak, do it. If you have a chance to eat Wagyu burger,
I was
don't.
underwhelmed with
It's a
Wagyu
fucking
steak.
waste of money. If you're eating a Wagyu burger, eat a Wagyu steak though.
I was pretty
Yes.
underwhelmed with Wagyu steak. If it was just the one I had.
I guess it's really all depends on how it's cooked too.
Yeah.
Because it's like the Wagyu is like, that's the actual like cow itself, I think, right? It's not just like,
Cream of the crop.
you don't cut something into Wagyu. That's what you grow it as.
Yeah. They like massage the cows and all that shit. Like the Kobe ones, they have like 8 hours a day. People like Japanese people. It's called Kobe because it's made in Kobe, Japan.
okay.
And they feed the cows beer,
Bro.
like get the fat content up, I guess. And they have people 8 hours a day massaging the cows to like work the fat into the muscle.
That's so
So
crazy.
these cows are getting like better treatment than like any person.
Oh, every day
Spa
8 hour
days.
massage.
Cow spas.
And they're drinking beer. And but actually most of the Kobe in North America is produced in Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, they make it in Ohio. That's where most of the Kobe around here is like from.
Do they have?
Like, they're not like exporting from fucking Japan. Like
Yeah.
So they have
during COVID?
like some stinkers just massaging cows in Ohio.
yeah.
Damn. They
Yeah.
don't have like a robot to do it. They just get. Damn, that's your whole job.
Maybe it's a robot. I don't know.
8
It's
hours a
fucking-
day.
Commercial farming, I think, in America probably is a robot.
Yeah.
8 hours
Or
a day.
some person paid under the table. That's usually how it goes.
Cow masseuse. I wonder if you even have to like know what you're doing, or if they just hands on and wherever you want. Like cows don't have a preference; they just like it.
Yeah.
Or maybe.
Yeah, cow industry's fucked. There's like a pretty big conspiracy theory that Bush like infected our cow market in Canada when we didn't when we said no to like going into Iraq, I think it was. And so like at the time we got like this cow that came from the States and like fucking ruined our entire like cattle like population with like I can't remember what disease it was.
Mad cow disease,
I
I
think
bet.
it was mad cow, yeah. So
There was an outbreak of that.
that's an
a while
insane
ago.
that spongiform disease. Oh
Wait,
fucked up.
which president?
Bush. George
So they-
Bush,
wait.
second one.
They think that Bush did some cow.
Basically, there's a
Biowarfare?
conspiracy theory that George Bush gave this infected mad cow like into like exported to Canada to just like fucking cripple our.
Oh, that's true. He told us that he was gonna do that.
Yeah, he said so.
yeah.
he said it only on the American channel. Dude, the thing is that would never fly because everyone in Canada just steal. Well, not with the internet, but before the internet, everyone just stole American TV. Like, have like satellites to just steal American TV because we had fucking 2 channels otherwise.
Is that like if you set your like Netflix location to like the UK and you can watch UK shows and like
We would just point our satellites south. You would get a special dish and just aim it south.
really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
We just steal like American airwaves, and then we get advertised for all the shit that you can't buy in Canada.
Damn.
Just ship it, bro. It's only $400 to cross the border.
Holy shit! Thanks for the follows, guys. I can't read the following list right now because the pop-up chat's over it, but I appreciate you.
That was a dropout dragon.
Dropout Dragon.
Yo, that's a beautiful fucking screenshot.
I love-
right
dude,
there. I
this
hope
lens-
somebody grabs it.
This lens is actually so goated for close-ups. I love this fisheye effect.
Dude, it's my favorite
sick-
lens.
You got some sick cameras, bro.
Tell me about this camera, Mac. I don't know anything about cameras, but like this seems like a fucking monster.
Close up,
It's a
huh?
Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K. So It's like it's actually a pretty budget camera as far as like cinema stuff goes. Like it's that
Like filming.
with
Did
that
you
thing.
shoot this to shoot like a legit movie or like?
Oh yeah, I'd say so.
It depends. Maybe a B cam.
You do some movies and like with iPhones now, it's done. But then you have like crazy ass color grading shit going on after. But sure.
Cause like I guess if I was shooting a movie, I guess you could use it as like an action cam. Because like
okay.
this is like $2,000. Like compared to what they're spending on their main camera. Cause like an Arri Alexa is like what a lot of like that's what like fucking Disney uses to film their movies. Those are like $70,000 cameras. It's like some shit like this they would use just to like throw in the water like for a shot, like just to break it. So, yeah,
That's nuts.
Movie
The
budget.
Mac wallpaper, thank you, Creo. That's amazing. Audienda.
That's a great fucking title for the clip.
but yeah,
Holy
It's a
shit.
nice room. It's Lupine's hotel room actually.
Yeah, I got like a king suite because I wanted to get the hotel room so people could crash here, and nowhere around the new stadium in Minneapolis has fucking queens, like double bed queens. So I just like they're like, well, our king suite has a sleeper in it, which is what you guys are sitting on, which is like a narrow leather couch with no backing.
this is for sleeping on.
Yeah, they're like, this is a sleeper.
Oh,
I'm like, oh, okay. So I did it. And the reason I did it, so I got like the nicest hotel. I got the nicest room at the nicest hotel. And the reason I did it is because it was still $100 a night cheaper than my pod hotel at New York, where I just had like a tiny bed that was too short for me. My feet would stick over the end.
jeez.
And the
New York
shower.
is just-
Wait,
Like,
how
one
much
of the
does it
bedrooms with
cost
the
for
shower.
one night in here?
Here was, what was it again? Like $300 a night, I think.
That's more than my whole rent for a month.
Really?
Yeah.
My rent's like $1,350.
I mean, I live in a college town with 3 roommates on one floor, so like,
Set then.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's
That
what I
town
did for
doesn't
years.
count for rent.
barely
that is the biggest outlier. You cannot rent a
know.
4-bedroom, 2-story house for $1,000
well,
anywhere.
granted, the bottom floor is a different unit, so we have 6 people in this
It's like
house.
okay.
Okay, so my last house that I lived in ended up being the Auto Club house. So we had a 2-car garage up front, a 2-car garage in the backyard, a 4-room house, which was like normal layer, and then a whole basement underneath that it was like livable and partyable in.
Yeah.
That entire house and property, it had a big backyard. We could throw bonfires in, have like a good party back there, fenced in. That entire house was $1,000 a month.
Dude, what the fuck?
You cannot find a fucking apartment. You cannot find an apartment right now in any other city for less than $1,000.
Nah, dude. In Minneapolis, it'd be like
We had a whole ass
2K
house
for like
and
a
shit.
1-bedroom. Like
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
It hurts because I was trying to move to the cities here when I graduated. So I was like, yeah, I got to move to the cities to go get a tech job.
Right, yeah.
I gotta move. That was an idea. I gotta move. Of course you gotta move.
Obviously.
No, it's fucking $1,000 for a studio apartment 3 years ago when I was looking, and it's insane.
Right where I live, they were asking 1,600 Canadian, so probably like 1,300 American a night for a bachelor.
a night.
Yeah, like one room, like your living room is your bedroom.
Jesus Christ.
That's fucking ridiculous. They're like, yeah, we have a gym, and they got like fucking like dumbbells and like a fucking Bowflex. I'm like, fucking suck my dick. We got a
Bowflex.
Yeah, we got a whole ass gym, and what else? They had a sauna. They had like they had a infrared sauna. It's like enough for like 2 people. So if like one other fucking like you got some old guy living in your unit is just in there naked, like you're not gonna use it anyway.
That's the happy ending sauna.
And it's like, do they clean it? Like, am I gonna get a fucking skin infection, bro?
Wait, you're supposed to clean those?
They don't clean them enough. Like a lot of these gyms and shit, they have saunas and pools. Those big fucking gyms that have like 4 floors. Shit.
Yeah.
They don't clean that shit enough.
Nah. Gross. Dude, we have a sauna that we have a shack up in International Falls, which is like fucking 20 minutes off the border of Canada or some shit. Our shower is a sauna.
Niagara Falls?
No, International Falls, like super.
Like Boundary Waters, right?
Oh,
is that by the Boundary Waters or not?
No, this is like as north as you can possibly get in Minnesota.
Because the Boundary Waters are up there too, like right by the edge of Canada, I thought.
Well, isn't that in like?
Or maybe that's more like. No, that's not Superior. That's not on the Wisconsin side.
I was thinking when I went to the
I thought that
Boundary
was
Waters,
at least by Duluth, but maybe I could be wrong.
it's like 6 hours north. But either way, our only way of like cleaning ourselves is the sauna, and that thing has been they're built for probably like 40 years. I don't think we've cleaned it one time. I don't
Clean it.
Yeah, I don't like. It's a wood burning
The
thing.
sauna's like okay, the sauna I guess wouldn't be not bad, but definitely like hot tubs and stuff.
Oh yeah,
It's
hot
a steam
tubs.
sauna,
Oh
though, like
yeah.
there's gotta be something you gotta clean in there. It's all just moist.
I'll just sweat. That's all it is. I love saunas. You just go in there and just fucking sweat.
You feel like you're
I
doing
will be
something.
that 50-year-old guy that just goes in there and
Just like a freak where it's just like sweat's pouring out.
hope you guys
like sweating because I'm here to sweat.
Balls
Like,
out. Yeah.
People just pop in and out of saunas before they even get hot. They don't actually work up a sweat. Like, well, I'm done.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I told this a few times, but like when I was in Western and Eastern Canada, no one touches like because all the Nordic spas you do the ice dunk. No one does that. Everyone just sits in the saunas and shit. And then I went to Winnipeg where it's like fucking like the coldest place in like North America. Fuck's sakes. Then I go there, lineups for the ice polar plunge. People are breaststroke. They made a deeper pool. It's like most places, it's just a little walkthrough thing. They had a whole ass pool. You could like swim through it. It was deep enough. And then fucking the lineups for that. And then I go in the sauna. There's like 5 couples that would come in, just be like, sit down. 30 seconds goes by. Like it takes like 3-5 minutes before you like sweat's coming off you. I'm sitting in there like a freak with like just sweat out of every pore, just like it's pooling off my face. Like there's a puddle on the floor. And like 5 couples would come in and out because my one cycle because they would just go sit in there. I gotta get out. I gotta get out. And they just fucking leave. So they'd be there for like 60 seconds, like, fuck this, I gotta get out. And then they'd go dunk in the ice water in winter. Or no, it was like fall when I went. It was like September.
That's still freezing.
It was pretty cold. It was like 6 degrees.
It's still
Well,
fucking cold.
So I guess it would have been like 40 degrees Fahrenheit or something. 45?
I don't know. Is there
That's
any
funny.
benefit to saunas?
Yeah, you sweat out all your bullshit. Like if you got like, all the toxin. I feel like when people say toxins, it's
Sweat
like
just feels good.
you might as well start talking about essential oils and shit.
Well,
Like,
yeah, and they call it like thermal therapy, so like hydrotherapy and whatever, but it just
but
feels
honestly,
good.
like there is a bunch of shit that comes out when you sweat. Like you sweat out your pores, and that like, it cleans your pores out.
Yeah.
because it's like
same
basically
way
just
that piss
pushing
works.
water from the outside or from inside out.
Okay.
So it's basically you're just like you're sweating everything out, and you open up all these pores, and then you take a shower after the fact, and you're just like ultra clean.
It's just like sweat works the same way like piss, where you just like it's getting excretions out of your body that need to be taken out with water.
Well, I suppose then,
speaking
is
of
there a
piss.
difference between
Speaking of,
getting a big fat piss? Is there a difference between like hitting the sauna and like running on the treadmill?
no, I don't know. Like that's the thing where it's like the thermal therapy. Does it matter? I don't know. I love just going in. I just love it. Like fucking, I go in, roast myself in the steam room, just breathing in that eucalyptus, stinging my lungs and shit.
Yeah.
And then you go in the ice water. Like, cause like you can sit in there and be cold because you know you're just gonna jump in a hot tub anyway, so you can just push it until like you're going numb. Sit in there like 60 seconds. It's just like pins and needles your entire body. You're just like, oh. Just in the hot tub and you're just like, fuck yeah.
I mean,
do it
obviously
again.
the treadmill gives you the cardio part, but like I guess the sweating, like, is it literally only just to make
I
you
don't think
sweat?
sweating is just literally healthy for you, but like,
Oh,
I think it's good. That is the point of the sauna, though, is to sweat, right? You like start expunging all the heat. It gets your blood flowing a lot faster, that kind of thing.
right.
That's why you do it. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I always assumed there was more to it than just hot sweat. You know?
Yeah, it's just nice. I don't know. Like you relax, and you come out, you're just like steam's just roiling off you. You're in a bathrobe.
Yeah.
The fucking whole place is just playing this trance music, like you're just like moseying around super slowly, like a cultist. You know, you got the hooded robes.
Yeah.
Actually, the Thermia in Winnipeg, if you guys are ever in there, I'd recommend it, especially in the summer, because in very Winnipeg fashion, one of the outdoor things they have is like a sand beach. It's like in a maple forest, and it's all sand. But they have a pizza oven and they have a bar. So like, there's a beer gardens in the Nordic Spa in my town.
Jeez.
You just go in bathrobes and you just get like pizza served right to you. It's just like craft
A.
beer. You're just like eating pizza off my belly, just like mucking craft beer at the spa. I'm just like, oh yeah.
I suppose
This is relaxing.
I suppose anything that like is like good for your brain is good for your body, but like also do you ever realize how much you sweat when you shower?
yeah,
I didn't
like
realize.
after the shower.
No, like during the shower. Like taking a hot shower for a long time, you realize how much you sweat? Like
Like I realize I
feel
realized it
dehydrated,
after.
do
the
you
fact.
do you wash your hair like so okay, I usually wash my hair first and then I wash my body. Do you wash your hair again after your body?
I lather up because like shampoo you want to leave in for a while anyway. So I just lather up my head and then I wash my body and then after I rinse hair.
Okay, because I started realizing how like, because it's hard to tell the difference between condensation, sweat, and like shower and all that. I realized I was like sweating a fuckload after I like washed my head, and so it was just like getting sweaty, and then I would get out of the shower, and it's like what was the point of fucking washing my hair if I sweat all over the place? So I like wash my hair, wash my body, and then wash my hair again before I get out.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I realized it like fucking. I think today I took a long shower because that's what I do when I'm super hungover. And yeah, I came out and I was like more dehydrated. I didn't realize there's a fucking water like machine down the hall. So I woke up and I was guzzling water out of the tap. It's like a thin stream, just head under the tap. I'm so dehydrated because me and Sweed were drinking. Well, Mac was there too. Me and Sweed kept it going a little bit later last night. And then I woke up and that alarm clock over there, some psychopath didn't set a fucking alarm on their phone. They put it on the goddamn alarm clock. So my alarm went off at 5:30 in the morning
In
today.
here, this one?
Yeah.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm at peak like heartburn hours, so I like can't go back to bed. I'm like, oh my god, like. So then I didn't get good sleep. So then I literally just went back to bed. I stayed in bed. I took a nap and I napped till like noon. Then I took a shower and I hadn't drank any water and I was just dehydrated.
Fuck that.
I literally ate like 30 minutes before you guys showed up. I had a Guinness at the bar, and I'm like, and then the bartender gave me this one Guinness, and he gave me like 7 glasses of water because I was just drinking the water. Took like 2 sips of Guinness, and then I just pound a glass of water.
Jeez.
Then that brought me back to life for sure.
Oh. Sorry, I hate to keep talking about teeth, but you are the guy, so.
As well.
Is it bad for your teeth to get like dry overnight? Because last night, I slept on Bobby's couch, and like whenever I
open?
huh?
You slept on Bobby's couch last night?
Yeah, I sleep pretty much every time I come back to Minnesota. I like sleep at their house because they have a house that they all have together. They're a bunch of my friends. But I like when I woke up, my mouth was completely like wide open for some reason. And like it felt like my mouth had been open for hours, and like my teeth were completely dry. Is that bad?
Yeah.
Why?
Saliva has a lot of like your immune system in it, like immunoglobulins, and it also just helps to wash the teeth.
Oh.
So basically, the reason why you get more cavities at night, why you got to brush before bed, because your tongue isn't active, so your tongue isn't washing saliva on your teeth, and you produce less saliva when you're sleeping. So like for mouth breathers, mouth is just dry as a fucking just a horror or something, you know?
Yeah.
That's a problem. So then you get cavities faster. Saliva, like saliva is good for preventing cavities.
Wait, what was that word?
That's what we were talking about. Remember, there's so many factors of like how some people get cavities, some people don't. Some people have more salivary production and that kind of shit. So
What was that goofy word you said at the beginning of what you were just? What was that?
breathing
No. Okay. Wait. Explain the
process of like
bacterionoids or some shit like that. What did you?
immunoglobulins.
Immunoglobulins. What the fuck?
Motherfucking immunoglobulins.
Yeah.
IgG.
Trying to ruin our country.
Goddamn immunoglobulins. We got a
immunogoblins.
man, the immunogoblins.
What is that?
Goblins out of
A
here.
globin or a globulin is a large protein.
Oh. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
So like in your like cellular fluid and saliva, there's like bits of your immune system are in that.
Okay.
Kind of like your bloodstream, like your interstitial fluid. That's how it fights like bacteria and shit.
Okay. Yeah. It just sounded like you said it.
So it is bad, but like if you snore, like you have a dry mouth, that kind of thing.
Yeah. You said the word so like perfectly and fluently. It sounded like you like made it up in your head beforehand.
I'm just like, so the glib-glorbs.
Yeah. That's what exactly. Yeah. Jesus.
So you gotta watch out for those. Those are the cavity causers.
Yeah. Man, if only I knew.
Just feeding you guys some fucking. You know what? I've never done this obviously as a professional, but when I worked at the meat shop, I used to feed people bullshit.
Yes.
Cause like, dude, how many summers of like fucking like 60-year-old ladies being like, do you think I should go with the pot roast or like the fucking eye of lamb roast? Like, what do you think would be better in the barbecue? I'm like, I'm 17. Shouldn't you know how to fucking cook a roast by now? Like, how the fuck should I know?
I've never cooked a roast in my life.
What do you think?
I just work here.
I'm McDonald's. So like, I would people would be like, bro, how do you cook your steak? I'm like, all right, bro. So, because you know, like that whole shit about like microwaving pizza crust with like lemon water. in the fridge?
Yeah.
And it keeps the crust from drying out. Basically, but you don't turn it into cardboard because you get the moisture there. That's the idea, and it kind of works. But I just refried in a cast iron with butter.
Yeah.
And now with air frying, you don't have to worry about that kind of shit.
I was about to say air frying pizzas.
Yeah, that's just
the
that technique's
best
irrelevant
way.
now.
Yeah, don't
100%.
even fucking. If you microwave pizza in 2023, I'm gonna buy you a fucking air fryer. Looking at you, Gopher. You motherfucker, buy an air fryer.
Buy an air fryer. The only downside of air fryers, I use my roommates all the time, but it takes up a lot of counter space. But they're so fucking good.
But it's so worth it.
Yeah.
You put it in the corner of the counter. Because it's like when you have a counter and it comes into that corner.
We had ours.
It's just that shit corner. That's where you put the air fryers, in that
Blows
shit
air.
corner.
We had ours blowing into the living room, so you just smell like the deep fried exhaust. You're like, you get like hungry. But anyway, so the reason I bring that up is because I would tell people, I'm like, bro, you know, like, how to get the juiciest steak. I fry it. I get a glass of lemon water. I put it right next to it, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, man, it keeps it so moist. Never had a dry steak again.
Fuckers with the glass of water on the stove.
I used to tell people to put a glass of lemon water next to the stove when they were cooking steaks. So like, stop asking me. Like, fucking Google it, dude. But like, I do like the banter of like talking like, how do you do the roast? I'm like, bro, I just did this tri-tip like last weekend. We put the fat side up. It was like sick. That's cool. But like, it gets to a point sometimes. Like, every guy doesn't know how to cook a steak. I'm like, bro, I don't know. You just don't leave it on too long. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Maybe they just like you. Like they just want to talk to you. You're approachable.
Roasted.
Yeah. Like
I wonder how many people to this day are just fucking like swear by this lemon water shit.
Well, that one guy at the butcher, he told me real nice. I gotta put the lemon water next to it. You guys don't do lemon water? Are you fucking crazy?
You guys like dry steaks?
that's
Oh
fucking good.
god, that's so funny.
Just rebranded confection ovens. They are. But the whole point of it is that it's small and contained. So it
put
heats
oil
up.
in it, yeah.
It heats up way fucking faster. You don't need to like preheat an air fryer. You just fucking turn it on and it just does it. Like
Well, and it blows it
Yeah.
around, right?
yeah. So that's what a convection oven does too. So like
This one has oil in the air basically.
so like
What
a,
does?
a convention
Air fryer.
oven.
It uses a little bit of oil, like a teaspoon.
Where does it get the oil?
You put it in. You just put a little bit of oil in it.
I don't
I don't put
oil in
anything
it.
in my air fryer.
It's just hot air then, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it works fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so basically there's a conventional oven that has just like the heating elements on the top and the bottom.
Okay.
They just kind of like heat. Then yeah, all the convection ovens, they're a lot bigger, but they got fans on the side and on the back of it, so that's what blows all the things around. And then an air fryer is just a small convection oven,
Huh.
where it's like it's just easily more contained. There's only one fan that blows stuff.
So it's
but,
not
like,
really frying anything unless you.
it's air frying.
Yeah. Okay.
I used to watch a poor Annie-tuber, and I remember they were talking. They moved to like Boston, and it was like way more expensive. And they're like, so that's when I realized a toaster oven just does literally everything an oven can. But it's small.
Toaster ovens
so
are
they
good.
didn't have a stove. They just cooked everything in the toaster oven, and they're like, it literally can just do anything an oven can.
Literally in name. Yeah.
Oil in a convection oven takes a ton of space. Yeah. Like that's the whole thing about convection ovens. They're super nice because we use those at the butchery to like bake all of our stuff. They had two huge convection ovens, but they just took up so much space.
Don't have a shit corner. Everyone has a shit corner.
Shit corner, bro. You ever see that TikTok where it's like, you know, the gap between the stove and the counter? There's a dude who just has like a bag of like fucking minute rice or something. I think maybe it's like beans. He's like, see this space? I don't give a fuck what happens here. He just like throws a bunch of beans between his stove.
That is never getting cleaned.
That's like shit corner.
Oh my god.
Dude, he just dumped it in there.
That's fucking good, dude.
That's
Holy
so
shit.
funny.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, Arcane had a good question. Ever come across somebody that painted their teeth?
I was gonna ask
No.
about that. Like tattoos
Nail
on the
polish?
bone.
Oh, I always keep joking with my assistant that we're like just a few years away from people like demanding fucking neon, like green fucking filling material and shit like that. People are like, I don't want the metal one, I want the tooth colored one. It's like, yeah, that's what we do. And but yeah, like fucking, because people want gold front teeth. I had a dude ask me for grills in school.
What the fuck? That's not
I'm
how
an
that
MOS.
works.
I'm like, bro, you can get like, he's like, I want all my front teeth gold crowned. I'm like, we can just make you grills. And like, that way we're not damaging your teeth.
Oh.
Like, I'm like, I don't think they're gonna let me make grills in dental school. Like, that'd be
Sweet,
kind
though.
of tough. But yeah, he was dead set on it. I'm like, that's the thing though. Like, some people like want this ridiculously dumb cosmetic shit, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna like mutilate your teeth for this dumb vein thing when your teeth look perfectly fine. Like it's one thing if they're all fucked up, like snaggle tooth and just putrid and all fucking shit. But if they're perfectly fine teeth, they want all these like 6 crowns and it's like 10 grand. It's like, no, I can't do it. But the thing is, they're gonna fucking find some dentist who will say, yes, I will do it, and they'll fucking do it, and then that guy's gonna make 10K and I'm not. So
You might as well. Huh?
yeah, so that's what a lot of then that's how a lot of people start doing these fucking useless veneers and stuff. They're like, well, someone's gonna do it, so
RGB teeth. Could you imagine?
Fucking like implanted
Like a
LEDs,
fucking-
LEDs behind your teeth.
it's like the light up keyboard.
Diffuse.
It's like when you're chewing, it's like the light up keyboard, like waves, like pulses and shit.
Oh my, actually, that sounds sick.
Like as soon as there's pressure on the teeth, that's when the RGB activates.
That'd be a sick YouTube video. Just take those fucking shitty programmable like ribbons, like those light, and just put them behind your teeth.
Oh yeah,
That'd be a
What about
dumb
LED
clickbait
braces?
video.
Do you think
LED
that could be a thing?
that's a thing. I
100%.
promise you, it exists.
You could put an LED in like in the bracket, I bet, right?
Yeah, just how would you hook it up to power? Like, I guess
Battery.
Battery on molars.
the batteries you can make batteries with teeth, and it makes your teeth really sensitive. So like when you have two different metals, like if you have like an amalgam filling next to a gold filling, or like a gold tooth, like basically there is galvanic potential because like you have your saliva has ions in it, right? So like electrical.
Yeah.
Electrochemical thing, right? So you have two different metals with different potentials, and the saliva produces the ions in the medium. So you have like this ionization transfer, and it causes an electrical charge, which makes your teeth really fucking sensitive.
Oh,
It's like some people have that problem, or like they get a metal filling done, and then another place will do another metal filling, and it's a slightly different like composition of the silver filling. You get this battery effect where they're just like teeth are fucking super sensitive all the time.
Oh,
so there's
that
an
just
electrical
hurts.
current like going through them.
that's ass.
So you could do that on purpose to create an tooth-powered LED braces.
Oh, I see where you're going with. Okay.
Oh, so
okay.
no battery required. You
Yeah.
make your own
Just have a
fucking
bunch
battery.
of metal fillings and saliva.
2 gold teeth on your molars, and then LEDs in your braces.
Wait a second. How does?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. How does like the neural?
Oh yeah, metal fillings around.
How does the Wait, if you can put a pacemaker in someone, you can put LED teeth in someone easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batteries are nothing.
We got the technology.
Yeah.
Pacemakers are kind of crazy though, because like if you're at the ultrasonic cleaning where it's just like the vibrating tip that sprays water and it blasts off like big pieces of calculus.
What?
It's like it's for like more heavier, so you guys must be doing good on the dental then, because it's for like big calculus, right? But
It's
the
like
thing
that
is,
real buildup.
you can't use it on people with certain pacemakers because it fucking throws off the rhythm and it makes their pacemaker go off.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Like it
So,
completely changes their heartbeat or
Their
something.
pacemaker detects an abnormal rhythm basically and shocks them.
Oh my gosh!
So it stops their heart.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, yeah, because the pacemaker is supposed to detect when shit's going
When
bad.
there's a
Oh, shit's
fibrillation,
going
yeah.
bad. And then it kick jumps you.
Right,
Like
yeah.
it jump
Shocks
starts
you,
you. Yeah.
Wait, can
Yeah.
you do like sports with a pacemaker? But you can't get like hard dentistry done.
I wouldn't do sports.
Well, yeah.
If I had a pacemaker, I wouldn't leave my room.
Yeah.
Like, no fucking way.
So like, what it's just like, it's basically just like you tell us you have a pacemaker, and the hygienist's like, God, I got to do hand scaling, so they just do it all by hand.
Oh.
But like, you have people that are like, can we talk about your medical history? They're like, nothing you need to be concerned about. Like, well, how about suck my fucking dick then? I'm not fucking working on you.
Yeah,
you
what the
piece of shit.
hell?
I've had so many people
Just get
like
in my
that.
mouth now.
Dude, when I was in dental school, there was a lawyer who's like, you don't have to be concerned about it. I'm like, I'm like, literally, that fucking surgeon in there is gonna quiz me and grill me to death about your entire medical history right now. I need to fucking know. Because like they ask you like, oh, they had cancer? How long ago was it? Like, did they do head and neck radiation? Like, what was their average grades? Like, did they do chemo? Did they do this like new fucking like immunotherapy? Did they blah blah blah? And like all this shit, was it recurrent? Like blah blah. So you have to know everything, right? They just won't fucking tell you. And then this lawyer guy is like, so I was like trying to make small talk. So I'm prepping all like the vials and all this shit, long appointment. And he's like, so I was asking him, so what do you do? He's like, well, I used to be a lawyer. Ha. In fact, I basically made my living suing dentists like you.
Jesus
I'm like, okay,
Christ.
motherfucker. I'm like,
God damn.
I'm like, okay, you fucking piece of shit. I'm like, hey, we're gonna use a little less freezing. Yeah, this fucking guy was trying to get me going. I'm like, this fucking piece of shit.
Dude, that's such a what?
But usually patients are pretty like they're pretty like pleasant for the most part.
Okay.
Can't complain. Yeah, shit like that. There's all sorts of like everything overlaps, right? Especially with like oral health. Like if you have something going on in your body, like a systemic illness, generally it manifests in the mouth because your gums heal faster than like anything in the body. Such a high turnover. So if people have like leukemia, that's how they used to diagnose AIDS. To get the Kaposi sarcoma, like a bump on the floor on the roof of your mouth. At that point, it's kind of too late. But that was before they understood AIDS at all.
Oh,
But like that's most people are getting diagnosed at the dentist, like that kind of stuff.
Huh.
So like anything that's going wrong, like diabetes, you can see that kind of stuff in the mouth.
You can see diabetes in the mouth?
Just like the level of inflammation, like which gums get inflamed, and like all this bone loss is happening, and there's not that much. Like they clean their teeth 3 times a day. There's not really bacteria, so that's not the cause.
Oh.
It's like maybe they have fucking cancer or something like that.
that's crazy.
Stuff like that.
Wait, do you guys diagnose cancer?
Oh yeah.
Really? That's
Oral
like
cancer,
some.
it's like skin cancer.
I get. Oh yeah, I
that's pretty common.
suppose. But like, you can't tell when someone has like a tumor in their brain from their tooth, right?
No, if it's like systemic, like leukemia would be like, yeah, then you're diagnosing that. But yeah, if someone has like, I've never been like looking at like I don't know, like I've never been working on a patient and be like, you should really go for a colonoscopy. I think you have I think you have ulcers. Like, so I can't know everything, but like systemic things will like they'll show in
That's
the mouth.
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much about dentists.
Maybe for a checkup and learning you got fucking cancer.
Oh yeah, like it happens. Like there was one, our oral pathologist, he'd like shoot out some students one time because he was trying to like give someone a cancer diagnosis, and the people next door were like just chatting about like fucking what they're gonna do with the weekend. But the problem is we work in an open air clinic. So there's like 99 chairs, so like there's no like privacy. The way it is. So like, but he's like, I'm trying to deal with these like serious like diagnosis and blah blah blah. So like it was understandable, but what are you gonna do at the same time? Yeah, shit like that. Like, dude, like our oral pathology is crazy. Like I send in probably like I haven't like diagnosed cancer, but I send in like stuff probably once every 2 weeks. Surgeons for like sorts of growths, and it's like 99%. This is probably what it is. Chance it's this. We'll give it 2 weeks, see how it does. 2 weeks, it's still there. Like, okay, we'll just cut it out. Because, like, usually 90% of the time, the cure for, like, growths, like warts in the mouth or whatever the fuck it might be, like a cyst, is to cut it out. When you cut it out is you put it under a microscope. It's called an excisional biopsy. So you're curing it and you're figuring out what it is at the same time. So you get 2 birds stoned at once.
Nice.
So you fucking, so it's like, okay, it hasn't healed on its own. Just get it cut out. And they're like, yep, it was a, like I just sent this kid for a fucking, a verrucous, I think it was not a verrucous vulgaris, it was a papilloma. And I'm like, this,
yeah.
So you send in a differential diagnosis. I'm like, I think it's a papilloma, might be a verrucous vulgaris, which is a wart. Papilloma is just a skin growth. It's a benign tumor, actually. So it's like type of cancer, but it's not a malignant cancer. It's pretty common.
Like HPV?
It can be caused by HPV. Actually, the verrucous vulgaris is most likely caused by HPV. So there's that. And then it's like, and then at the bottom might be squamous cell carcinoma, like a malignant cancer.
Oh, Jesus.
Then it's like, this is what I think it is in descending order of likeliness. That's how you do a differential. And then they throw it in the cell tissue lab and they're like, yep, it's a papilloma. And then, but then it's healed too, because they cut it out.
Right.
Yeah, that's how you do that kind of stuff, like oral pathology. And also because like your doctor doesn't really like look under your tongue, and that's like the most likely spot for like
Under your tongue.
Well, skin cancer would be like UV, so like the top of your head and the bottom lip, but like in the mouth, under your tongue, and like the sides where you can't see, most likely spot for cancer.
Why is that?
Just that's the tissues that just most likely to cause cancer.
Huh.
That's why I always like look at my patients' tongues like once a year, like in a whole checkup and shit.
Would you ever cut the bottom of your tongue so you could put it out longer?
Like a tongue, yeah, curing a tongue tie, yeah. We do that for people that can't lift their tongue more than like this. They're like, they can't like lift their tongue up.
I had a teacher that like that in high school. He like, yeah, something was fucked up with his tongue, and he goes like, this is the max amount that I can move my tongue. And he goes,
Yeah, nothing. They can't lift their tongue
he
up.
could literally move it like about this.
Whoa.
And he was just like, that's all the farther it fucking goes. Like, I can't move it farther than that. I'm physically limited to like that.
So
I-
if
yeah.
they snip it, you can go longer?
Yeah.
You can
and
like
it's,
touch your nose?
It's good because it can get to the point where it's like, yeah, affecting like how you talk and stuff. Like I
Oh.
dated a chick that was tongue tied. She couldn't kiss for shit.
Oh,
she'd be like-
shit.
Literal tongue tied.
Damn.
And it's just like
Lips
you can't-
only.
You can't get up in that shit because it's just glued to the floor of their mouth.
Damn.
Huh.
So you had to be the dominant tongue.
I'm just sitting there. They shouldn't do anything with it.
Right.
It's kind of shit, like, you know?
It's not her fault, but yeah.
So I was like, well, I told her about it because I was in dental school. I'm like, you could just get this snip. Like, it's pretty straightforward.
I don't mean
There's
to
a
be
cure
rude.
for this.
You gotta cut your tongue. Like,
I'm like, you need to go for surgery.
talk about a toxic relationship. My boyfriend told me I gotta cut my tongue.
Well, I mean, you get, that's the testing the waters in case you ever be like, you need an abortion,
Right. Yeah. If they're willing to cut their tongue, what else are they willing to do?
Exactly. That's like, it's a good test for that,
Fair enough. Yeah. Jeez. All right, I gotta go pee pee.
I can see the tips of Lupine's toes through his socks. You got to redeem those
guys-
fucking
yeah,
feet
I
pics
showed-
reward. Somebody's got to redeem that, dude. I was shocked yesterday.
I showed the boys my foot pics. That's on the reward. Yeah. They're pretty, what would you describe them as? Lightning? Gruesome?
It was gruesome in a way, but so hold on. So my mom's a nurse. She's a registered nurse, and she's been like when she was going to school, I was probably 4th grade or so.
Okay.
So like I was old enough to be like helping her with like flashcards and shit like that. So like I was learning some of this like gross medical stuff with her.
Oh, yeah.
So she would include me on like, oh, look at this nasty wound, because she does wound care
My
too.
mom's also an ER nurse, and so I know what you mean. Just
okay.
look how cool this fucking like evisceration is.
Yeah, she's all about that, dude. She's like, check out this gaping fucking wound that's like starting to get infected. Like, look at this cool thing over here. And like, so I was kind of like engrossed with that early on, because like, yeah, my mom just showed me like gross shit that she thought was interesting. So like when I looked at your feet pics, like I guess for anybody that doesn't know, Lupine's feet pics are not like
Not sexy.
They're not OnlyFans feet pics. They are feet pics from like severe frostbite and like borderline like surgery. It was surgery at some point, like
It was mid peeling, mid pairing of the skin.
like cutting the peeling skin off. Like that's what got me. Like,
Bro, he didn't freeze it.
You had some fucking raw toes.
He was mostly pulling. He was pulling and then just like touching it, like the way he would skin too. But it felt really weird because it was connected to me.
Yeah,
was
man.
fun. And the doctor who was doing it was like cracking jokes. It was like a long way, and he's like, he popped it and it just like splashed the guy, and he's like, ha, people are gonna think I'm delivering a baby in here. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear it. Like, I'm just like,
I just want to keep my toes. Goddamn it! Like, I don't need you cracking jokes.
That was fucked, yeah.
Oh
yeah, dude. Did your mom ever watch the? Do you have the show ER here? Where it's like Tales from the ER. That's what it's called.
Tales from the ER. Yeah,
That shit
on
ran
the
for like
TLC.
30 seasons.
Yep.
And dude, my mom used to watch that shit and be like, Veronica had she was suffering like symptoms, but when they checked her heart rate, like she was nothing. But then she had a stroke that afternoon, and my mom was like, "It's a pinched nerve. She pinched a nerve in the clavicle." And then at the end of the show, it's like they found out that she had slept funny and like pinched her nerve because she had slept in her car the night before. And she's like, "Whoa!" Like, fucking, she's like diagnosing all that shit. She's like, "I knew it."
It's like fucking Jeopardy. Like
Yeah, like literally. It's like Wheel of Fortune, but for my mom.
Yeah. That's funny. No, my mom didn't do anything like that, but like, so she did. She worked at a nursing home for a long time, being an RN there. So she took care of all.
your
like,
mom was an
nursing home.
RN?
Yeah, yep. So she's an RN. She has been for
Resident
many years
nurse.
now. So she did a lot of nursing home work stuff, but then she recently transitioned to hospice work, and she loves hospice work. Like she is the perfect fucking person to do like. You're about to die. You're about to meet God. Let me walk you through this path, sort of a deal, and like help your family grieve through the process. And like, she's a perfect fucking person for it. And I don't know, she loves her hospice work now.
People
which
that
is
are
great.
in that like it's pretty good because like you do have someone that has to talk about death and stuff like that.
Yep.
So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like I do a lot of that because I work with a lot of elderly patients too.
Yep.
And yeah, like you do have to be able to talk to it because like was I telling you guys this last night? My one patient came in with his fucking denture repair, and I'm like, we could do it like a new denture. Like this denture's fucking awful. And he's like, well, I'm going for heart surgery in a month, and I'm probably not going to make it anyway. So I don't really I don't want a new
Jesus
one.
Christ.
And I'm like, come on, like chin up. Like you'll be fine. You look spry. He walked in, and like the dude walked in to the appointment himself. That's a good sign already.
Yeah.
I'm like, he'll be fine. So then he lived. He's like, I'm like, hey, let's get that new denture. He's like, I guess I gotta pay for a new denture now.
I guess.
I fucking survived, so now I need a new one, I guess. So yeah, like the topic comes up, but yeah, I know. There was one guy who was trying to encourage us dentists to talk about death more with our patients, but I feel like that's just so awkward. It's like
not with the dentist.
like
right?
yeah, I'm just
Like,
working in your mouth. It's like one of those. I like those one-way conversations where they can't talk back sometimes.
Dude, fuck you for that.
I do it because I'm like part of like a bit of narcissism, but also just because I think it's funny. But yeah, just be like, so what are you gonna do when you pass on? Like, what's your family gonna do? They're like, like, wouldn't that be fucking weird? Like,
Yeah,
you know?
no, yeah.
Have you written your will recently? Have you updated your will?
My grandma
Like,
did.
no, it's such an awkward convo. Like, I get it, but fuck, you know, like, not for my dentist, you know.
My grandma refused to write a will, and she passed in December, and she fucking
sorry about that.
refused. No, it's fine. I mean, it is what it is. But like,
Yeah.
it was one of those situations where like she was really starting to go downhill. Like she was like onset dementia for the last couple months, and it was a lot of memory problems before that. So it was like, I'm kind of glad that she like I had like a really good like interaction with her in Thanksgiving, and then like she passed before it got unrecognizable, sort of a deal.
Okay.
To me, that's a good thing. Like it's okay to die when you're like really declining. It's okay to die early.
Quit while you're ahead.
Exactly, right? Like you don't want to
Yeah.
be suffering and like not know where you are, be lost and shit like that. So like I'm totally fine with it. But the fact was that she refused to write a will. My dad was like, "Hey, like, you know,
Time to think about this.
it was 10 years ago even. He was like, "Hey, you know, like you're starting to get older now. Maybe we can consider writing a will." No. Nope, not going to do it. Okay, well, all right. And then it was kind of the next, you know, year like, "Hey, you know, we're getting to that point where like maybe we should write a will."
We're
Nope.
retired now, so.
And like she just left a whole bunch of money in her accounts, and it's like now it's up to the family to like figure out what we do with all of this stuff. And it's like
Dude, when my grandma died, it was like I told you how big my family was, right?
Huge.
Infighting. Just because like she owned a lot of property and like farmland and stuff.
Oh,
Just fucking because like because our family's so big. Arcane would know. Like I said, he's my cousin.
yep.
Our family's so big that you have relatives that no one likes. Like fucking, and they just like go to the States. Like we have a lot, and like I don't want to call them out, but like we have a lot like around Dallas and like St. Louis and shit like that. And
Fuck these people.
yeah, we're just like we have aunts and uncles. We just don't talk to them because they're just like everyone's fed up with their shit. So like you can literally just be picky and choosy with your family at that point because they're so big. But then everyone comes back and they want that bread. You
I
know?
just want a slice of that pie, right? Like
Yeah, it was kind of awkward because my grandma had like most of our family dies suddenly, but my grandma died like it was like 3 or 4 months, where it was like same thing like you were saying,
You
like
kinda
it
see
just
it coming.
dragged out, and we're like we gotta take shifts, like taking care of her and shit like that.
yeah.
And then so then everyone fucking flew back, and it's like gonna get the farm and shit like that. We were arguing over rocks. There was like a big rock in the yard, like a big fucking I guess like granite or something like that.
Who gets the fucking rock?
Yeah, dude, my uncle wanted the rock, and then my cousin was like, if you move that rock, I'll call the cops." Like, and my uncle's like, "I put this rock here 50 years ago. I'm the one who put it here. Like, I fucking worked for like 2 days to get this rock here in this flower garden." Like, it was just petty, you know. Like, it gets fucking so yeah. She wrote a will though, so it's all figured out. But goddamn. But then you're splitting up that wealth like.
Yeah.
15 ways just in the direct kids, like fuck.
I feel
Yeah, write a will. You don't have your family like fucking fighting it.
We literally have an uncle named Dick that we wouldn't recognize on the street.
Oh, dude, fucking Tim. I don't even know what it looks like. I was like, you know, Tim, you talked to him when you were 2 years old. I'm like,
No.
I don't fucking know him.
No
Like,
shot. No shot.
dude, fucking Dick, yeah. Yeah, you're dead ass right, Arcane. I wouldn't know him on the street. Actually, speaking of seeing my uncles on the street, the guy who put the rock there that I was just talking about, he fucking got mistook for Jesus Christ one time in Winnipeg because he's a hardcore hippie guy. He runs the hippie party I was telling you about, the 70s hippie party in the party bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He fucking was dead ass hippie, like long, flowy, straight hair, kind of like you, but walked everywhere. He was poor. He like had 1 month where he just ate a potato. Like, so like he's also a maniac eater. Like he does eating competitions because he knows what it's like to starve, I guess. But anyway, so he was like back in the 70s just pounding the pavement looking for a job. So he was just walking around barefoot and he just looked like a Jesus hippie. And this dude just like saw him and threw down his briefcase and started praying at his feet because he thought he was like, it was the rapture. He thought it was Jesus like come back to earth.
That's fucking sick.
He's like,
You own it at that point, man.
he's
You
like, what the
fucking put
fuck? And he
robes
just walked
on.
away. It's like, what an idiot.
I'll be taking this. And I'll put this in your heavenly retirement
Pledge your
fund.
faith,
Like,
my child. Leave your worldly wants.
you can have this back when you die. Like
That's a funny story, dude. Holy shit. But he looks like a fucking absolute hippie.
7-year-old man did a keg stand with a bunch of 20-year-old dentists. I have a story about that. So in Auto Club was a just a car club in college that I was part of. Big part of my college life was being part of the club. But one guy named Benjamin there, it was he bought an old cheese factory outside of town. It was an
hold
old
on.
cheese factory
In high school?
in college.
Still.
College, yeah.
Cheese factory?
It was an old cheese factory that he bought, and it's a small house attached to this old cheese factory, which has like weird tile floor and stuff like that. But he uses it as a garage for all his antique cars.
What the fuck?
He's a hoarder of anything antique. He really likes antique fans, and he really likes antique cars. So you go into his house, and he's got like antique thermometers like with the mercury in it and shit, and like he's got fans from like the 1940s, 50s, and like all these super cool old classic cars that are like they're not in good shape, but it's still a sweet old like it's still a Model T. He daily drives a Model T in the summer. Just like, yeah, I'm just gonna get in my Model T and drive to Park Falls, which is like 40 minutes away from the school area there.
Right. Jesus Christ.
Drives a Model T, which is, maximum 45 miles an hour, like, and a pain in the ass to drive. But anyway, so he owns this old cheese factory. He's an interesting guy just in general. He makes his money being a part-time engineer, full-time laundromat owner in Park Falls. So he bought this laundromat and he's pimping it out over the last year and he's making like good money on there. He bought a building in this old city, whatever. But going back to the keg stand story, his dad's name is Craig. And Craig used to come party with us. Craig's like mid-50s, and he'd come party with the kids or whatever. But he was respected. He wasn't like a weird 50s guy.
I know exactly what you mean, yeah.
It was like, hey, there's Craig. Get over here, Craig. What are you doing? Like, come on, man. So he'd come over and party and shoot the shit with us. And we had a keg one night, and we all keep looking at Craig. We're like, you got to do a Craig stand. And he's like, no way. I'm too old. I'm not doing it. No way. You guys can't lift me up. And we're like, Craig, if they can lift me up, they can lift you up. So I did a keg stand on it. 10 seconds. There's 5, 10
Proof of
seconds.
concept.
Yeah. I get down and we're like, Craig, stand over by that fucking keg. We're lifting you up. And we did it. We got this 50-something-year-old guy upside down drinking out of a fucking keg and called it a Craig stand. It was amazing. Like,
yeah, that's exactly. So at this party barn, that's where we were hosting like every year. The fourth years for dental school have to host like the big party, like with the Campo party.
Sure.
So he had this fucking party barn that has a 300-person capacity and can like have it has a stage, like a band, so we get like live music and shit like that. And fucking, yeah, same thing. We got him doing keg standing. I think my uncle's like 75 at this point. He's got moonshine buried all over his property. Fucking, like, he like has 2 full like acre gardens that he fucking just like tills. Like, he's super hardcore. Yeah, we got him up there doing a keg stand like 75. I like a grainy video of it. It's fucking crazy. Old French guy named Claude. Claude. He's got like fucking Fu Manchu. Like,
It's good.
yeah, fucking good times.
This has,
I get that. I hope I'm like that when I'm older. Just like still fucking ready to rip it up.
I want to be able to do a backflip when I'm like 50 or 60 still.
That's crazy. That'd be very impressive, I think.
Because like I don't want to lose my fitness, I want to be able to do it like till I'm like broken.
I lost that shit.
Yeah, it's I don't know, because like imagine seeing a 60-year-old man do a backflip.
I would shit myself.
Yeah.
very impressive.
I've seen like there are like hyper like fit like 50-year-olds I've seen, and like you would not think they're 50 at all.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely doable.
Hair, heart.
Very impressive once you know someone's age.
Right, yeah. I think as long as you like just like stay doing exercise, hair hurts. That's what makes you look old. Like when I'm 50, I'm gonna have 0 hair. So people are gonna know I'm old regardless. But like if I have no hair and I can do a backflip, that they cancel each other out.
That knocks your age down 10.
Yeah, exactly.
At least 10.
Yeah.
Like if you're 50 doing a backflip, dude, you're no older than 40.
Right, exactly. There's no way that guy can be 50. He
Yeah.
just did a backflip.
No chance.
What the fuck?
My family genetics, it's all like mustache guys, but yeah, a lot of baldness in the family. So I don't want to lose my hair, dude.
You have good hair for your age, especially. You have a good hairline.
I think my hair is like gonna be okay.
I think so.
it'll be okay.
You're like what, 27, and your hair's like that. You're fine.
Yeah. Like same thing. My roommate was like he had to shave it when he was like 22.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, we're first cousins.
Yeah.
So fucking what the hell was I gonna say? Something about I lost my train of thought. Completely.
Mustache and bald.
Mustache and bald. I think I'll be safe on that front. Oh, going bald I think is okay if you can grow like good facial hair.
Can't.
I don't think you can.
Can't.
I
Your
feel like
mustache is fine. If you went bald with like, all right, like a little thicker mustache and you bald, it'd be fine.
No, dude, like the pencil stash is sick. Like people think pencil stash and they think like negative connotation, like it's a thin mustache, but like
No.
that is a specific style, like, and it looks good.
It is, and I think it looks good on you because you still had the middle part. That's what I really lack is that middle area here. But like you still got that, and it's like it's still a complete mustache.
Like people will think about that shit.
I think it's fine. Like
Bro, think about like Johnny Depp. That greasy fuck grows like literally 1 millimeter long hair, and like a little imperial, like in the it doesn't even goatee, just a little thing on the lip. And people are like, he's so
Yeah, he's like
sexy.
one of the sexiest
He looks
celebrities.
like a fucking drug addict. Like I like Johnny Depp, but like he looks gangly. Like
he has done a lot of drugs. That was kind of part of the case. And what I mean,
well, yeah, according to Amber, yeah.
Pete Davidson is still pulling fucking Kardashians. So
That's fucked to me. How the hell is he wheeling Kardashians?
dude, he's just so funny. Like it doesn't matter how good he looks. He's just so funny. Did you see him on SNL last night? He made some jokes.
I don't understand. Like the Pete Davidson, like he's just in everything now. Like he's all right, but like
He looks like a bum
actor,
that's
he's
been
not a
in and
great-
out of rehab over and over. Like I don't.
Like I feel like he belongs in SNL. Like he's not a great comedian. He's not a great actor either. I haven't seen like the Staten Island shit, but like, yeah, I don't know. Dude, I mean, see, Pete Davidson is one thing. But people that like Melissa McCarthy, like, I will kill you.
Melissa McCarthy. Is she the...
Fat chick in like Ghostbusters and like.
I liked her when
she
I was
like, from
little.
Bridesmaids.
I haven't seen
had
anything
her
in like
own,
5 or 6 years.
She had her own movie that was like.
The one with like Sandra Bullock when they were cops.
Heat.
What's the one?
I liked that
she just
movie.
had?
Was that what it's called? The Heat?
Yeah.
I was thinking of Heat because there's the movie.
Or maybe it's called-
Heat by. I think you're right. I think it's called The Heat because there's a movie called Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. It's actually a good fucking movie. It's like a cop drama. It's like a cop versus Robert De Niro as like a gang lead, like a bank robber. Like, okay.
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in a movie in so long, but I liked her when I was little.
I watched. I did a Discord movie night not so long ago with 5 people, and we watched Ghostbusters 2, the Melissa McCarthy one.
Oh, okay.
Everyone fell asleep. I was
Yeah.
the only person who stayed up for the whole thing. Fucking awesome.
I'm sure, yeah. I don't think that movie would have been good no matter who you had in it, though. I didn't see it, but I only
But it's
heard
like-
bad things.
That's the thing. It's like, why remake it? Cynically remaking IPs that people are nostalgic for.
Right, yeah.
The weird phenomenon too was when it was remade, it was like a soft reboot or whatever. But like, just the amount of people that are like, I'm a diehard Ghostbusters fan. They're like, they go to the theater and like their whole pack. Like, who are these Ghostbusters fans? Where did they come from? Like for like fucking 15 years, they were just dormant. Like I fucking based my personality on Ghostbusters. Like, I fucking love Bill Murray.
Dude, if they did a Back to the Future reboot,
Oh, no.
there would be people like showing up in Back to the Future type of shit. Like,
Dude, yeah, they would
know it.
retcon it all, and it would be like all like little, oh my god, because that's what they did in Ghostbuster. Like they brought back the Marshmallow Man. It's like why?
Really?
And people are like, oh my god, it's like the same thing that happened in the movie I like.
That's so cool. It's like a reference. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's like self-referential. Holy shit,
What the fuck?
fucking crazy. I like it for things that are actually good. Like Death Grips is a good example where they sample their own music from like 8 years prior.
That's cool.
That's like self-referential. That's like good.
Mhm.
But when like you're just cynically like being like, oh, remember this cool scene in the first movie that actually made you like that movie? We're just gonna redo it.
Yeah.
Yo, the fucking Marshmallow the McTire fucking dude is like taking over New York again.
Michelin, man.
Like again, dude. Like it's Ghostbusters. You can do anything. They're fucking ghosts.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You have fucking Satan like running in the streets or something. It's always in New York.
That's where everything happens.
All the bad shit happens in New York.
Yeah.
where did Godzilla take place?
Tokyo.
But there's also
It wasn't
Godzilla
just
movies.
Tokyo because there was the one in the U.S., wasn't there?
That's the thing. It's
When?
always there's a lot of versions of Godzilla where he goes to New York. But
What?
yeah, Tokyo would be the place.
It was New York.
There's a Godzilla.
That's the
films in New York.
opposite fucking way of like.
I didn't know there was an
He just got
American
confused. He took a
Godzilla.
wrong turn at Albuquerque and he winds up in New York instead. The alternate timeline. shit. There's so many Godzilla films though. That's the thing.
I guess I've only seen the Shin God. What's the one where he?
Oh, you watched Shin Godzilla?
Is
with
it the one-
Hideaki Anno?
Who's in it?
Hideaki Anno is the director of Shin Godzilla.
Oh, it's the one where he starts out as
specific
like a
directing
weird
style.
like fetus and like grows bigger. It's newer, and he's got
Yeah.
like the glowing purple.
I haven't seen it, but I think you're talking about Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, yeah. It was
The only
cool.
other ones are like Godzilla versus King Kong, right?
Oh no, I haven't seen any of those ones. I've only seen the one Godzilla movie. It was interesting. It was more like I don't know. It wasn't about anything. It was just like an observation of Godzilla.
Yeah, like Hideaki Anno has a very specific directorial style where it's always like the bureaucracy of like how you would like imagine if like Godzilla actually comes to Earth and is like atomic breathing everything, He's like, how would the political powers that be move to deal with this?
Yeah,
so it's a lot of
that's
like
what it
footage of
was.
like the UN being like, how would we do it? We have to call a vote. It's a lot of that shit. It's like drama, like political drama.
Sure.
That's what he does with like stuff like that.
Okay, that checks out. That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
Like there was no like important characters. It was just like politicians, and then it would move to back to Godzilla.
And some people probably fucking hated that because it's just like, why are there all these random committees?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Why don't I see Godzilla?
It's like here's a group of researchers following him, and now here's fucking Godzilla messing everything up.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
Like the movie makes you like root for Godzilla.
Dude, that's
You want him to win and destroy everybody.
Oh no, there goes Tokyo because Godzilla. Woo! That's a sick song. Dude, they fucking they outroed that song for the Godzilla versus King Ghidorah movie, and I watched that. You guys know Raph? Probably not. He's on this other. He's like an OG like DS3 guy.
Oh,
So I watched. I was gonna play chess with him, and so he's like, "Oh, I'm having Discord movie nights." So I watched the end of it. I watched the end of Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, like the second Godzilla film. Is fucking awful. I hate like the CGI fuckfests that are like the second Marvel movie, where it's just like CGI shit going on in Manhattan. It's just
Avengers like just shooting.
oh yeah.
I hate that shit. And so that's what the entire movie was. It would just be all 80% CGI shit of like buildings collapsing and shit. And then it would cut to some people in a random shitty looking set being like,
Oh my god, it's Godzilla.
and it was just so irrelevant. And then at the end of the movie, these people in his Discord were like, we were watching the credits, we were like talking about the movie. And this person we were watching the credit roll, and it's like all like the CGI animators, and they're like, wow, there's so many CGI animators. I'm like, did we watch the same fucking movie? The entire 90% of the film was just CGI.
Yeah.
Like it just like literally 90%. It was all like done in special effects, the whole movie.
That's the whole fucking fix it in post. Like all of Hollywood is like that
How do you
now.
make a movie like that where most like most of the footage is just CGI action pieces?
Well, because you can do anything with like a computer, but like that doesn't make
Right, I
it
guess
good.
with all like the Hollywood rewrites and shit that go on, you could just easily rewrite it without having to bring people back to like reshoot. Right?
Yeah, and like a lot of that stuff, like in the like production pipeline, there's only one person that wants it to be like that, and everybody under them like fucking hates it. Like sometimes that it like, you know, when everything you should be in camera as much as possible. So like, you know, practical effects are almost always gonna look better, but and like they'll use a lot of practical effects to aid CGI, like the VFX people, but like half the time the people shooting don't like they don't have a clue how computer generated shit works. So
Right, they don't give a fuck. They just ask like, "Can you do this?"
right
And
after
we're
they've
like,
already
"No."
shot, and it's like you don't have a choice, you have to, and you have to do it fast.
That's the thing. Can you do this? No. Fuck you.
Yeah, do it and do it as
Hurry up
fast
and
as you
do it.
can.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna give you 2 days.
So that's like, well, the Taika Waititi fucking like you saw that beef or
Or the Thor movie.
yeah. So like Taika Waititi, he's like this New Zealand director, and he did What We Do in the Shadows, like all that shit. He did the Thor 2 movie.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he did like a GQ video where he's like looking at his fucking like CGI, and he's like, "Look at this CGI looks like shit." And then people were like, "Fuck you," because like they were on such a crunch, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Taika Waititi's a slave driver," and like blah blah blah.
So he was like critiquing CGI from his movies.
yeah. So there was like characters that are literally fully CGI in the movie. He's like, "See, it looks like," and he like was looking at a still frame like close up. He's like, "This looks like shit."
Yeah, because they probably forced them to do it like
Yeah,
triple time.
exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing with
But he wanted to work on his fucking like his Jojo Rabbit Hitler movie or something
Right.
probably instead. He's like, I gotta do this fucking Marvel contract.
the thing with VFX is like it's never a lack of talent. It's always a lack of time. Every movie with like any budget can find someone who can do the thing right and do it well. It's that they always want to do it quickly.
Yep.
So like passion projects that you'll see like one guy makes like a fucking insane, like it takes him 3 years to make this like 30-second like short film, and it's amazing because like
It took 3 years to do it.
right. Like so it's not a lack of talent or know-how, it's a lack of
I think it's a good
times.
balance too, like for anything. Cause like same thing with like YouTube videos. Like I can spend a lot of time on YouTube videos, but like get diminishing returns. Like you have to know when, like you have to give yourself like schedule and just like it's done. It's just done. I'm not doing any more to it. It's done now.
Yeah.
You have to know when to call it. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like a lot of it's just like not that. It's just crunch.
right. You can never blame the the VFX. Well, you can sometimes. Sometimes it's okay. Like
shitty effects.
Sometimes it is bad for like artistic reasons, but like for the most part, it's never the VFX people's fault.
Yeah, for sure. I like smaller, like practical films. I like right now for sure. Robert Eggers, like I did The Lighthouse, The Witch, and
I need to watch
The
that.
Northman. Lighthouse is like my favorite film, like of modern times. My favorite film is probably Alien. Still,
Okay,
that came out like 1979.
right.
Robert Eggers shit. Fuck, I love The Lighthouse. Lighthouse is so fucking good. People are like, oh, it's artsy, it's black and white, blah blah. They shot it on film on a fucking island where like the film was getting ruined. So yeah, that is kind of dumb, but like it's just a good film. The Northman is like more, I would say, if you like more like blockbustery shit, that's what he tried to make it, was like a medium budget movie.
Okay,
Like action pieces. But like at the end of the day, it's really like a predictable Shakespearean kind of like poem. Like that's just how it plays out. And then people are like, this movie is so predictable. I knew exactly what was gonna happen. It's like, no shit, that's the whole point. That's what a Shakespearean tragedy is.
Yeah.
You know how it's gonna end from the start. Like shit like that. So I would say that one's the most accessible. Lighthouse is my favorite. The Witch is like a horror movie, but not super scary. It's kind of like they do a lot of like the Lynchian jump scare, like David Lynch, where it's just like, what's that movie? Like Mulberry Drive, where someone's like, I saw this homeless guy in my dreams, and like when I saw his face, I died. And like it's like a long scene where he's talking about it, and then he like kind of sees the homeless man, so they go outside the restaurant, and it's just them like walking up to like this fucking corner of the restaurant to like where the dumpsters are. And it's just like really long build up, and he's like, oh, and it keeps cutting to a shot of the corner. And like on the 5th time it cuts to the corner, this homeless guy looks like a goblin, just like looks around the corner, and that's it. And the dude just like fucking passes out. And that's the jump scare. It's not like a big bang or anything. It's just like a weird long build up and kind of like a just like matter of fact kind of jump scare.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that. Like basically there's like one instance in the movie where this kid gets lost in the woods because they're pilgrims.
okay.
And he walks up to this random hut in the woods, and as he walks up, the witch just walks out, like just comes out. Like it's like that same thing, like really dramatic. And then she just like opens the door, like comes out. It's a witch that's all fucked up. And you're just like, oh, like I didn't expect that. So it's a lot of like that. It's kind of, it depends on your taste. There's a lot of like definitely true horror shit. Like the dad punishes their kids because they're like talking heathen shit, you know. So it makes them go sleep in the barn with like the goats. Like the one goat looks like Lucifer, and then like the hag like fucking comes at night and is like fucking on the roof and shit, and they're all freaked out.
Oh,
Children sleeping outdoors at night with animals.
I,
But that's a pretty good one.
Wasn't-
Like, those are the only 3 films he's made.
those are the only 3 movies he's ever made.
He made The Witch. The next year he did The Lighthouse with Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, and then yeah, he just made The Northman.
Wasn't The Lighthouse was made in 4:3, right?
What's that?
4:3, the aspect ratio.
4:3, and they shot it on film.
I heard, or I watched a video recently about like aspect ratios, and I think that like the director said it was shot in 4:3 because they want like their faces to be the biggest thing on screen. So
Yeah,
like,
it is like a character drama.
yeah, that's interesting.
It was really cool, and they said it logistically was such a bitch. Like they're in Nova Scotia on an island, just like fucking everything's getting wet. Their cameras are getting fucking ruined.
Jeez,
Everyone said it was miserable. Like everyone was cold and wet the whole time.
I suppose that fits, right?
That's why they said the film was so good, because everyone fucking hated every second of being
That's
there.
not acting, man. Yeah, they were fucking miserable. Like,
Like Willem Dafoe put rocks in his boots, so then when he walked around, he was
Oh
like,
my
had a
God.
gait. So he's like an old fucking sea captain guy walking around.
I need to watch that movie, dude.
Dude, Lighthouse, I've seen it so many times. I love it. It's so fucking.
Willem the friend, not Dafoe. Willem the friend.
I just can't like hey, what's up, Chev? Every time after you
funny.
told me about his big dick, I can't like every time I hear about Willem Dafoe, it's just like always about his.
Forgot about that stream segment where we just had a segment dedicated to talking about Willem Dafoe's dick.
Is it 10-incher or what?
Yeah, it's
have
like
you heard about
crazy.
this?
No,
So
I don't know about Willem Dafoe's dick.
So he's done like porn shit. So like
it was a
lot of
movie
actors
set.
have.
I had no idea.
It was a movie, yeah. This was like a movie where he's dancing around with his dick, and he's like literally dancing in a way that his dick is like doing full circles.
full helicopter.
Yeah.
That shit is down to his knees. Like he is hung like a beast. Like he's fucking got a foot long cock.
Jesus.
And so
Christ.
he did. It wasn't Passion of the Christ. Martin Scorsese did a film about Jesus Christ, and it was kind of like a little bit critical of like Catholicism. It got a shit ton of heat and controversy at the time, so that's why it was kind of like famous. I don't remember what the fucking name of the movie was, but anyway, he plays Jesus in the movie, Willem Dafoe, and they had to they had to get a stunt cock for Willem Dafoe because they like did the crucifixion scene and shit. And everyone's like, yo, why is it's supposed to be super emotional, like gut wrenching? Everyone's like, why the fuck does Jesus have such a giant cock? And everyone was like completely like, it just ruined the entire scene. They're like, everyone was like, holy shit, he's got a massive hog down there. So what they did was they got another dude to get crucified and they did bottom down shots of his dick. So it wasn't so off-putting. You know, you remember when Passion of the Christ, the Mel Gibson one came out? People were like, there was people dying of heart attacks in the audience because of how intense it was. But imagine it was that, but the Martin Scorsese Jesus film there. Everyone's like, on his hands are having heart attacks and keeling over.
Fucking knee-long
Willem
dick.
Dafoe's cock. Yeah, just dead ass. If you guys don't believe me, just look up Willem Dafoe's dick. Like, there's just footage of him dancing around with his dick out. It's a schlong. I don't know what else to say.
It's a big green goblin swinging dick.
You know, I'm something of a porn star myself. Oh, shit, dude. He's wild.
I was thinking, this is not on topic, but I was thinking when I was in the bathroom of something someone said once. Would you, so with today's like modern technology and like we're talking about like Neuralink and stuff like that and like body modifications.
Right.
If you could get a bionic implant specific, like you either get this or nothing. And the bionic implant it's a tank and you can see how much pee is in you. Would you get it?
I think I wouldn't because I have just peanut bladder.
Okay.
Like, I have like good liver. One beer is one piss for me. Like
Really?
if I have one drink, I know I gotta piss.
So it would be
I just
it'd be
know.
like a meter on your belly there, and you'd
I just
see.
know it's like one drink. Like I
Yeah.
already have a good rule of thumb.
Okay, so you don't even need it, but you could have it just for cool factor.
That would be. I mean, yeah, it would have like. It's like one of those like fucking levelers, like with the fucking liquid filled bar with the bubble in it or something.
Yeah, yeah. Like a doctor
God.
comes to like he's legit. It's like fucking I don't know, some big doctor. I don't know.
I would just do it on myself.
Really? Well, you don't know.
I'm the best doctor I know.
He comes. He's like, we'll put you down for 2 hours. It'll be perfect. You're guaranteed to survive, and it's gonna be amazing. You would get it. What would you?
I would do it. I would do it because I want to know if what I think is max capacity is actually my max capacity.
That's a good
because I've done
point.
this, right? Like, so I should maybe rephrase that.
I have given myself cyborg implants.
I have seen how long I could take a continuous piss for.
Oh,
I have measured it. Like I have gotten to a point where I'm like, I am like max capacity for an hour. This is going to be bad. Let's record it, sort of a deal. Like I will like put the stopwatch down, start it, stop it when I'm done. Sort of a deal. I'm not like videoing it.
okay,
no.
okay.
But well, I mean, it was a video, but like black video, just like on the thing, like like,
Okay.
Just for the audio.
You can hear it, right? Yeah, because you need the audio to verify.
Right, yeah.
You need proof.
I've done
fried
this
chicken,
where
though.
and my record is like a minute 7.
Whoa.
A minute 7 of constant like, and I'm not like I'm not milking it. You know, I mean, this is just like
You're not counting the drip
Just
drops.
let her go.
you let it go, and then when it's not going, that's when you cut it out.
Once you let it
That's
go,
when
you can't cut it off at a point anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So like, but like that's when you stop the timer. A minute and 7 seconds is like that's the longest I've gone. So I do want to see like a piss capacitor of like, am I actually at my max right now? Because I feel like I'm at my max. But if it's got like one more bar that it can like read, I'm like, all right, we gotta wait an hour. Like,
Maybe the
And
pain.
you
would
could
be
go
too
for the
much.
record. You know, like
I will
Guinness,
say that holding your piss is very bad, though. You should not do that.
Can't you like poison yourself or something?
yes, you
build
will.
up
You'll
toxic
hurt your
levels,
kidneys
like
and
urea
stuff.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you also can develop a lazy bladder by holding in shit.
Lazy?
Lazy, so then you'd be more likely to shit yourself later in life.
Drips.
Oh.
Get a leaky colon. Oh, shit, dude. There was a dude I was talking to some, I was hearing about some doctors abroad, and they fucking found this dude in Africa who had a leaky dick. So what he did was he would tie his dick to his belt.
Oh.
He would point his dick up and tie it to his belt.
Tuck it up.
Yeah, so his dick wouldn't leak.
Wait, so does
Like,
leaky?
you have STIs, bro.
Yeah, fucking A.
Fuck.
His dick was just leaking shit constantly.
Does leaky mean like it pees whenever it wants, or
Yeah,
it's
like
just
it's just
Drips.
like
Like,
just
like that is
like
when
that's
one
why you need a
STD,
catheter,
right?
right?
Oh.
Yeah, or you have like bad STI infections.
okay, okay.
Like stuff like that. Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, I was gonna talk about the Guinness World Records. I found out are pay to win.
No way.
Yeah, like basically it's just like you have to pay like a huge fee to have like an official Guinness person show up That's why you have these ridiculous fucking records. People just like, yeah, here's like, 20 grand to come watch me like smash like 9 pumpkins or whatever, right?
Yeah, okay.
That's
fair
what I'm
enough.
saying. Like, you just get like you pay the 20 grand, have the Guinness guy just stand there while you take a piss, probably get the world record. Longest piss.
Just because no one's ever paid for it before.
Right.
No one's paid
right?
20 G to get someone watch him take a piss.
And so that's the only way you could break a record too, is you have to pay a guy to come look at it.
Yeah.
It,
Or like
has,
what
it has
happens
to be
if,
official when they're there. Like
Right.
you
You
have to
pester
watch
them?
it happen.
yeah, if you pester them and be like, yo, people that aren't associated with Guinness have broken this record, like obviously, they'll just kind of like remove the record.
Oh.
Like a lot of the record categories are made up when everyone, like they don't have like a bunch of preset categories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
So
what
they
you
just like
do
kind of
and what
take
you
it off their
report.
website if it's like really big.
So like,
They to have a world record to try and have whitewash their human rights. What?
Abuses. I don't know if Guinness is committing genocide, but
I don't know.
maybe in Myanmar. But fucking
You just say some governments. some governments will do it. Myanmar's one of them.
but yeah, so Guinness, so a lot of people do it for marketing. Like they're like, we have the Guinness World Record for like blah blah blah.
like biggest pizza.
most burgers ever made.
Yeah.
By a food stand on this corner in New York. I got the Guinness World Record for the only way to like roll to bed that specific way at 1 a.m. on a Thursday, like how I did this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, hyper specific shit. That's why we were joking with like the challenge runners about like putting world's first in front of every fucking like world's first Elden Ring 1.06 glitchless speed run, and then Distortion is terrible for this. He'll do his own personal best like 5 times. He'll call all of them like world's best, world's first, like world's first sub 2 minute like fucking zip glitch Elden Ring run, like.
And then the next video, world's first 1 minute 59 seconds zip glitch world run.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Jesus Christ. So it's like, it's kind of memeified, but yeah.
Saudi Arabia does this shit all the time to get tourism. World's largest cake type shit. Pizza Hut just did that actually. They did the world's largest
slaves?
pizza recently.
Oh, I thought you meant
Yeah.
I thought you meant stealing slaves.
No. Like actual
I'm like,
like
really?
world's largest record. Like
Holy fuck, they didn't get involved.
Well, that was what Qatar does. Is they're just like, yo, like cheat, we get you summer jobs and like we pay a lot. And when they get here, they're like, oh, it's Qatar rules. You got to give us your passport. And then they just never can leave. They're like, you don't have a passport, idiot.
oh,
Just like
That's how they
Pizza
get
Hut.
slaves. Yeah.
Pizza, yeah.
That's what I thought you were on about pizza. Like Pizza Hut just did that. I'm like, they confiscated their delivery drivers' passports and like SIM cards. Like we own you now.
no, but they did just recently do the world's largest pizza. They pre-baked the dough, and then they laid out this dough on like a sheet in like this huge like warehouse area, and then they would like lay out this pre-made dough, and then they would take brooms, like shop brooms, dip it in sauce, and then like broom the fucking sauce on top of it. They had dudes that would go on zip lines to like throw cheese down afterwards. So they had some dude on the zip line on his back, and he would go zoom across this whole fucking room with a big bag of mozzarella, and just like shake the mozzarella as he's like going across. And then they had like, so after all the toppings were down, they would do the same thing with like heaters. They would put the heaters on the zip line and like zip line these heaters slowly across it to like cook it.
It's like a pizzazz.
So it was cooked, and then
It's
like
so logistically hard.
Have you seen the pizzazz?
No.
You don't know about do you know the pizzazz?
pizzazz is like it's just that heater, and then it spins around on that heater.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like
That's like what these
pizza.
guys are doing. They're the pizzazz heater.
Like on a ginormous scale.
Yeah.
How big was his pizza?
Like a warehouse size. I don't remember the actual size, but like literally like fucking warehouse.
They did it in a plane hangar.
Yeah, and then when they cut it up, they just they served it to anybody that was just like, hey, they offer free pizza. Come get some pizza. Homeless people, come get some pizza.
Hell yeah.
Anybody want some pizza? We got pizza. Do you know Little Caesars? They don't say piece of pizza.
No, it's pizza.
They say pizza.
Yeah.
Because their whole slogan, I just learned this the other day. Their whole slogan was that you get double the pizza for the same cost as other pizzas.
Because they do the thick crust.
No, because it's so cheap.
Yeah.
So
it's
like
$5
like a
full
normal
pizza.
a normal pizza is $10, but at Little Caesars you can get a pizza for $10. It's double the pizza for the cost. That's why their slogan is pizza.
Like real, like actually though.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah, like that's how it originated, is because their pizza was half the cost of others, so you could get 2 for the price of 1.
My roommate used to deliver for them. He said their flour was like disgustingly healthy, just like the flour. Like, but also he was like, I fucking hate these greasy people that come in and get like multiple deep dish pizzas for themselves.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, because
Fuck these people.
I work at
greasy
Domino's.
shit.
Sometimes you can tell when like people are ordering like $50 worth of food just for them,
Yeah.
and they'll
Like,
do it multiple times a
doing like,
week.
hey guys,
Damn.
what flavor do you want? Pet mushroom? Okay, I'll get it. And it's like, it's just the dude.
Yeah, yeah. Or like you'll get there and it'll be just like one sad, because I do delivery mostly. It'll be just like one sad guy and like taking like fucking $60 worth of pizza into his house alone with all the lights off.
But you know what the thing is? Like, I know like dentists that have done this too, where you just get like, okay, like the Sunday deal, like you get $30 for like 3 extra large pizzas on Sunday. They will get that, and then they'll just like fucking refrigerate it all, meal planning. They're like, that's like breakfast, lunch, dinner, like for a week.
If you're gonna meal plan, do it like healthy though, right?
Like, yeah, like cook
don't
chicken and
fucking-
rice or something.
Yeah, do some chicken and rice and broccoli.
guys
Not
never ate
fucking
pizza?
Domino's.
I ate
Like
pizza for
Domino's
a
is
year
not
in
meal
college.
planning.
And it's not cheap either.
I ate pizza for a year in college, and I thought I was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
The doctor. I was like,
One of my
having. They're like, you're probably fine. You're like 22. I'm like, you don't understand. I've eaten nothing but pizza for 5 months. I'm ashamed to admit I haven't exercised either. He's like, you're probably okay.
That face when you're the sad guy. You're not buying $60
Or
worth of pizza
pizzas for myself.
multiple times a week. That's if you buy a lot of food like once a week. Yeah, that's it's whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like when that's your habit
Right,
of like
right. And it's like a $60 order and you do it 3 times a week.
too much.
Just buy groceries.
Because you know that that's all they're eating.
Yeah,
you know that they're buying
absolutely.
it for leftovers, and
Yes.
then I'm out of leftovers. Now I need to restock.
Right.
It's like
and like of course those are also the people that don't tip. The people,
goddamn
that
sons of bitches.
God, it's like they order it 3 times a week. They're spending $120 on pizza, but they can't tip the driver.
What do you do when you get just like a real, just like middle finger tip?
So
Like if somebody gives you like 70 cents as a tip or something.
the worst tip, honestly, I just say have a nice day.
Okay, you don't blow up at them and be like,
No,
"What the fuck is this?"
no, I can't. What the worst tip I ever got was one time, dude gave me less than what he owed, and then said keep the tip, or keep the change. I was like,
You didn't
and then
buy it.
and then
There's
he,
no change.
and then he closed the door. So it's like I can't like fight him on it. Like I have to just take. It came out of my fucking like paycheck or something.
Really?
Yeah, but
Bullshit is that?
dude, I'm telling. I only deliver pizza to like white trailer trash and broke college kids. So like I get it. You know what? I'm the one who chose to work here. I can't really complain that much. But like, goddamn.
But also, when you order pizza, with the delivery, you know that you have to tip afterwards. You know that.
Yeah, actually, this is a PSA. When you do the $3 delivery cost at Domino's, that does not go to your driver. That is the delivery, like the $3 delivery cost.
A fee?
That's a fee. That's not a tip for the driver.
So they're like, I already
Damn.
tipped.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people, I think they just don't tip because they think they already did.
Oh.
Fucking Domino's.
Bucks.
Yeah, like what even is the $3 cost? Who is that? Like the
Yeah, who's
driver.
that benefiting?
Right. I
Because
mean, it's
you-
just going straight to Domino's, but the driver's taking all the cost of like driving there. I don't know.
That is
Do you
bullshit.
have to pay for your own gas?
No.
Oh,
I-
Like that would be fucking.
No, yeah, no. For DoorDash you do, but like for Domino's, that's like the one reason I'm doing Domino's instead of DoorDash right now is because they
The
pay.
economy's dog shit.
Yeah, they pay for your gas. So
you just like get a company card and you fill up on company time then? Or?
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. So it's
The
not that
economy's
bad.
dog shit. By the way, I'm looking for an editor.
Yeah, true. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's everyone wants 5 years of experience straight out of school.
You drive too, not allowed. You get nothing. Damn, that's cool. What I used to do is I have a collection of pizza delivery driver hats because I would basically just like how much for that hat.
Really?
Yeah, so I would get like pizza that I don't think is that good, and I'd like, so it's a different company. I'd be like, bro, I'll give you $20 for that hat.
That's the sickest shit I've ever heard.
So I have like Pizza Hotline, Little Caesars. Do I have a Little Caesars hat that I take golfing because it's the one that's cut out where it doesn't go on your hair?
Oh,
The visor.
oh, that's sick.
So I have a Little Caesars hat I just bust out on these like rich ass golf courses. It's like a visor.
That's amazing because like the driver's just gonna go back to their job and they're gonna be like, shit, dude, I need a new hat. And they're going to be like, no questions asked. Here's a new hat.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just get to buy one. That's a fucking
Most
good
times,
idea.
like they're like, "Fuck yeah!" Like,
yeah, I'll take $20 for this hat. Like, I don't gotta repay for it.
So I was collecting pizza delivery driver hats. I still have a bunch.
That's good.
It survived like 3 moves, a lot of them. I got like Little Pizza Heaven, Domino's.
Little Pizza Heaven.
Yeah, it's a big chain where I'm from. Like, I love how we managed to go this far. 3 hours on the. Hey, give it up for 3 hours.
Hey, that's a full stream.
And only like 37,000 drop frames.
37,273 frames have been dropped, which in context is 11.3% of all frames in this 3 hour long thing. 11% of them, and it's going up right now. It is actively dropping frames as we're talking shit.
That's okay.
Drop them.
You just watch it
motherfuckers,
go
as
up.
it's hot.
If it was like
Holy shit, it's already almost. It's going up by the hundreds. Like, it goes up by a dozen a time.
Come on,
we brought attention to
38,000
it.
drop frames. Let's go, baby.
If it was like
a second now.
If it was like a gaming stream or something, it would be noticeable. But if we're just like sitting and talk, because the audio doesn't get affected by drop frames,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
I
it
think
should be, or it shouldn't be. Not unless you're like
the other
super
thing too is
laggy.
like podcasters who get burnt out, but we're all streamers, so it's like
Yeah, dude, we could just fucking
go
go forever.
I love how we made it this far without talking about Elden Ring or DS.
Fuck though, I did that on
Everybody's
purpose.
That's all we
talked
talk
about
about,
it,
so like we don't want to, right?
That's what
Yeah.
you talk about on your actual stream, not on the
Yeah.
podcast about the,
I mean,
This is good because it's like you get to meet your creators, right? That's the nice thing about it. What I think,
yeah,
personally.
yeah.
Like, how many times do you want to be like, bro, I hate Moonrail. Oh, no way, dude. Like, you know?
You have heard me bitch enough about it.
There's
Like,
like, I feel like a dial tone at some point where it's like I just talk about the same shit over and over.
Yeah. I mean, my goal was to talk about the least. I know you kind of wanted it to. I mean, it's the after Dark Souls thing, but like, my goal was like secretly try not to talk at all about Dark Souls.
yeah,
Derail it. Absolutely.
I couldn't give a fuck about talking about Dark Souls right now.
That's
Like,
why I would do it as like a twin podcast. Like I said, I do one podcast, like let's do 20, 30 minutes. We'll just force ourselves to talk about Souls, and then we can just talk about whatever after that. And I'll basically just split it up into 2 different podcasts, essentially. That's kind of like my genius.
Okay.
But now, I feel like every time I get a good idea, people yoink it. Like they crawl into my brain and steal my intellectual property. So like, for example, when me and Mook did a fucking Dark Souls 3 weapon tier list, it was a 4.5 hour stream.
Jeez.
Before I could upload it, fucking G9 and Gabri made one like the next week. And I was like, motherfucker, you got like 20K views. And then
just it invalidates yours. Like,
so yeah, I bought some microphones. I'm like, I would love to do podcast content. Fucking Steelovsky, G.
Oh yeah, I just saw that, dude.
I'm like, bro, what is this?
son of a bitch.
He's stealing my ideas, bro. But I would love to do it more like a video podcast because it wouldn't be obviously like a regular podcast, but I get to like go and like do vacations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Tax write-off.
There you go.
Baby. If I can write off this hotel room, that would be theft. Like the CRA is going to be breathing down my neck. Like the Canadian IRS.
I would never trust it with myself. Like, I couldn't.
I'm definitely going to write off my computer though. Like, I don't know about the trip, might be a little bit much, but I'm definitely going to write off my computer.
That makes sense. I mean, that's not even like a stretch, right?
No, you just claim a loss. Like, yeah, I made $1,000 in the year and I lost $10,000 plane tickets and I built like a $5,000 PC.
Yeah. Jeez.
And the microphones, these microphones, $100. Well, Canadians.
Oh yeah, I suppose. How much are those sticks?
Sticks are $50, and like, but they're not in stock anywhere, so I have to order them from Alberta, from like a camera store.
Jeez.
But I need something in my hand.
Yeah.
I like print something, man. Like, shit.
I probably will 3D.
I know,
print
it's
one of those.
literally just a fucking piece of plastic that the clip goes on, and it's just a piece of foam is nice for actually like the
Yeah. I can see it like it.
not $50.
If you were doing I mean, if you're doing like regular like man on the street type content or like any interviews, because you can use those professionally. Like
I see people use these all the time. This is the exact one, the road.
yeah. I use this for weddings and stuff. Like, you know.
Sound good.
Yeah.
I got something to say about these fucking street interviewers.
Oh yeah.
I hate every fucking one of them. No
way.
They are so brain dead content. You cannot make
Let's find a
more.
wild guy.
You cannot make more brain dead content than somebody walking up to someone on a street and being like, "Does height matter?"
Yeah, those people suck.
Bro, guess my size. No, not like my shoe size, like my dick size.
Pretty big.
Dude, but like, would you date me?
Is that sexual assault?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks for your interview. And then they upload that to TikTok, and they get like, and they get like 300,000 views.
Yeah.
And it is the most stupid fucking shit that pisses me off every fucking time that I have to see it.
But it's
Because
Jimmy
you see
Kimmel, it's
one,
gotta be good content.
because I
Jimmy
see
Kimmel
one,
does it.
and I'm like, this makes me mad, but I have to make sure that it still makes me mad, so I watch all of it. But if you watch it, that's what you get recommended. So now I keep getting all these stupid fucking people. I'm gonna go interview drunk women on the street. It's gonna be fucking content. It's not. Ever. It's the most stupid fucking shit you can do, and people are making a living off of this.
Oh yeah, they get paid to do. I feel like that would be a good like comedy skit though. Be like, hey guys, today we're gonna be interviewing drunk women off the street, and be like, hey, you want to come back to my place? You wanna...
Yeah.
just literally just trying to get laid.
Yeah, that's literally what they're trying to do anyway. They just want to get
It
fucked.
is, but it's not ironic, because that would be like ironic. Like you'd make that. That's obviously the joke, right? That I'm making fun of these people.
But people wouldn't even realize if it
They
was,
aren't,
it
like-
was trying to be ironic. They think you're just like a Chad.
Yeah.
Look at this dude picking up fucking chicks
It's in the bar in New Orleans. If she's puking, she's mine, boys.
Jesus Christ. I suppose I was thinking more like broadcast, like interviews and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Or like, what do you think about Andrew Callahan?
Yeah, like Channel
the Channel 5 News.
Sure.
Where he's like, I'll just find an insane person and I'll like try and like get them to keep going on.
Yeah.
I'll try and make them comfortable enough to like make them like say the most insane like fucking intrusive thoughts possible.
Did you see his documentary?
The
I have not
movie?
yet.
Yeah. Did you
I
see
haven't
it?
seen the movie yet.
I have it on my computer. It's good. You should watch it.
There was like some recent shit that started coming out about him, and now I'm like, oh fuck, not Andrew. Like, God damn it, bro! I thought you were all right. I know it's some like sketchy shit coming out, and then he basically confirmed it by being like, yeah, I'm just gonna go silent for a few months. I'll talk to you guys
Posted a
later.
response on his side channel.
He did?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He made a second channel.
He was like,
Andrew Callahan.
well, he was just being a pest, and he was like, I just thought that was okay to just be like, well, they say no, be like, come on, though. So he was just being like a pest, like trying to
He
be a
admitted
woman.
to doing that?
Yeah.
Literally said the word sex pest.
He called
Oh,
himself
that's what he said?
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
called
was
him.
pest.
He
He was-
called himself a sex pest, and it was like, man, you all right? So you confirmed that all this shit happened, and now
He
it's
was
like,
Lester the pest.
that's not cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. But like, he also has insane stories where like he would live in like porn mansions. So like,
Yeah,
I
he's had an
can
insane life.
see it.
He like permanently wired his brain doing too many psychedelics.
Oh yeah, he did.
Like-
He did like so many shrooms when he was younger that he said he's just like perma-fucked. So I mean, that's not an excuse for any like bad shit that he does.
that's crazy that you would rewire your brain on like fucking shrooms.
Dude, that's why I'm
Formative years.
scared of all that shit. I won't do like all my friends want me to try
Alex?
shrooms. I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never.
It's like,
I mean, it's fair because like if you are prone to being schizophrenic, like that can be a serious thing.
Yeah, and I don't even know.
our
Exactly.
demographic of early 20s, like men, are the prime candidates. Like basically, no one gets schizophrenic except like our demographic.
Really?
That's when you develop it.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I work with a lot of schizophrenics. Fry their brains on drugs, and there's
Yeah.
like different types. There's like the ones that are like really all over the place. They're just like don't remember shit that you said like a second ago, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And then there's like the zombie ones, which I can't remember. It's kind of like the difference of like flaccid paralysis and like tensile, where you're like all your muscles flex so you can't, you're paralyzed. Those are the ones where you can't move
muscle, like where you're just like a blob.
Carrare. But it's the same thing with schizophrenia. So like they're like crazy overreactive, but then there's the schizophrenics that like can't emote. Like they're just like stone faced, monotone, like
So
never feel
scary.
anything. Like
Yeah, like I
the
knew
weirder one, honestly.
like my freshman year in college, I made
you
friends.
smoke some salvia, you'd be like schizo.
Yeah, like the dude like on the dorm next to me, he was talking about how he did a lot of psychedelics in high school, and like he said that he legit just cannot process dopamine in the same way. Like he can't be happy the same way that he could before. Like he said there was one time specifically, he said he remembers like it was fine, and then like one time he did it and he was not like he was just fucked.
Not the same.
Yeah,
ever
like
since.
his brain was just rewired.
That is scary.
Yeah.
I can see it, yeah.
Like you could be fine forever and just do it forever, but like that, you know, if people are gonna say like, dude, you know, your brain doesn't work until you do shrooms, I don't want to permanently.
I've never heard that. That sounds fucked.
Dude, oh my god, all my friends are like fucking crazy about psychedelics for some reason. Everyone my age thinks it's like, Yeah, they're like,
peyote cactus.
You
I got a
don't know
peyote
what's
cactus.
going on until you've done shrooms. It changes, like you think better. It's like I don't want to I don't want to do anything that permanently like changes the chemistry of my brain ever.
Yeah, we're at the highest risk group, dude. Kind of like the worst time to try.
Yeah. Maybe when I'm like on my deathbed, I'll do every drug once.
Sure.
Honestly,
it's
like-
insane that people do that in high school to me, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's fun. How are you at the point where you're so hard to doing psychedelics in high school?
It's common.
That seems crazy.
It's so easy to get now, at least around,
I guess, yeah.
Midwest.
I'm from like small town, so it's like I just smoked fucking cigars and fucking doing shit when I was like in high school.
Yeah, all the 12-year-olds with their lip a dip. Yeah. Hacking.
Oh, I got a fat lipper, a fucking Copenhagen long, bro. Fucking
dude.
sick shit. I love the flavor, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Never getting to dip. My dad dipped ever since I was born, and I remember when I was like 2 or 3 years old, I saw a can of Sprite on the on the counter, by the couch, and I was like, I fucking love Sprite. I'm gonna drink some Sprite. It was my dad's spitter cup, and it was the nastiest fucking thing to the point where I am absolutely like I reject any sort of like tobacco at all. Like I don't even want to consider like ever taking a dip.
Yeah.
That scarred me from an early on that like I'm never gonna touch this. That was fucking disgusting. Drinking my dad's fucking spitter cup.
Oh my God.
There's a girl in my high school class. Some guys paid her $50 to do a shot of someone's dip spit. She fucking did it.
$50. Wait, she had to swallow?
Yeah,
That's
she drank
not
a
good.
shot of dip spit.
That is not good.
It's like black. It looks like tar.
Sweed okay? Weed's fucking cool, yeah. You're good, Ma.
Yeah, weed's cool. So like, would you put like tobacco? Because like it's a European thing. You do 50-50 tobacco and weed. You ever done that? It's pretty smooth.
Spliff, yeah. Yeah, I've done that.
Oh, spray spliff.
Spliff. Yep. Yes, a
I
spliff
got
is
hooked
when
on
you
that
mix
shit
it.
at uni. Like the German and French guy would always just fucking
roll like that.
and,
Like fucking way more chill.
I didn't like it. It's a good way to like stretch out.
even that
what
you would reject
have.
it from like childhood trauma.
No, so I can smoke cigars, or not even cigars, but like like tobacco leaves and stuff like that, and like I could do that. It was all like any like sort of chewing. That's what I like full reject.
Oh yeah, I can't
But
do it
like
anymore either.
like spliffs are just not worth it. It's like it's a good way to stretch out what you got, I guess, but like you just get less out of it. I don't know.
I just like a light buzz when I'm going for like a smoke, typically, because like that's what I said. Like I'll haul a J, especially when I'm at home and I got weed. I just fucking like roll a joint. I'm like, I gotta smoke this by myself now, and I do it. I'm fucking zooted, and I'm just like sitting there just stunned.
Yeah.
And like even then I watch TV, I'm just like be high for like 2 hours. I could have wrote a video script or something.
Yeah.
I could have sent an email. Like I would have been so productive. Get like this guilty feeling, but
I like to do things on like when I'm high.
it's a thing. I like to not do things.
Like I get high specifically to do things, like to be, to make things.
Yeah.
I won't do it if I'm just like watching. If I'm watching TV, nah, I don't care.
Yeah. You ever like wake and bake?
No.
Yeah, I used to do that in university and it'd fuck me up. But like, yeah, like I guess I can't like fucking smoke up and be like, I'm gonna smoke up to do like house chores.
Oh,
Which like some people like doing that. I
Yeah.
can't do that. I just like what I do is I just put on music and I drink coffee. I just bounce around the house, just do shit.
I guess
Like I have to do a job, then I'll get distracted. I'll fucking start cleaning the toilet. It's like fuck, forgot to do the counters, like that kind of shit.
yeah. I mean,
Good way to clean.
it does. Yeah, it does help you like kind of just like not like care as much about like menial tasks. Like you just do them. And you don't really doesn't feel like you're really doing them. I don't know.
I think the best way to do it is like you get your instinct to want to do something, you plan it out, this is what I'm going to do, and then you can smoke, and now you go through your list.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Yeah, you plan it out.
you can't just smoke and then decide what you're going to do.
Because then you're just gonna
because then
sit
you're just
there.
like, yeah, you're no thoughts, head empty.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, you need to make your list first, and then you can just cruise right through your list.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
won't even like.
I agree. Yeah.
I won't even
Best way.
get high before starting OBS because I want to make sure I know like my settings are fucking right and like that I actually started the stream.
Yeah. That'd be a
3-hour
mood.
stream last night. It's like, where was it?
Streaming an hour and a half to know people because you didn't start the stream.
I've done that before. It wasn't an hour and a half, but like it was like 20 minutes. I was like, damn, no one's here. What's going on? Oh,
Fucking me! I was an hour and a half into stream. I didn't have my. I had my mic muted. I had my mic
think I
muted,
remember that, actually.
And too many people like expected the
one
music
said
only stream for me, but I wasn't typing in chat at all. So people thought I was just in a really bad mood.
Yeah,
so
like
no
he's
one was
pissed.
like, yeah, there was 30 fucking people there, and an hour and a half in, and it's like, Sweed, are you there? And I'm like, I didn't fucking unmute my mic. And I'm like, I've been talking this whole time. They're like, well, you haven't been typing. And I'm like, no, because I've been talking. They're like, well, we thought you were just in a bad mood. And I'm like, no, like, what the fuck? They go an hour and a half and no one said anything.
Dangers of being a hybrid no micer, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
No one questions it. No, even if you have like blatant audio issues, people won't say shit, which is good. Like people were like
hate
sitting and
that.
talking about the echo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we know about it, so like we addressed it. But like, yeah, but people are like I'll straight up just be like, oh, mic's muted. Like fucking, oh, your mic sounds like really fucked up. Like I don't know what it is. Like sounds different right now.
Sometimes I'll get like a negative response from that. I'll be like, bro, you're like, I don't say it in a mean way, but I'll be like, hey, your controller's as loud as your voice. And I'll be like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? Like I can hear it. What do you mean? But like when I'll check my stream sometime, there'll be like some fucked shit and people just don't say a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just there's like a lot of people don't care as much about audio, but like shit to me like that is really obvious. Like, dude, like I think on a couple of your streams where I'm like, your music is clearly louder than your voice. I'm like, hey man, you might want to turn down music, and then like 3 other people will be like, no, it sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no.
I'm like, I literally have $1,400 headphones in a $300 amp. Like
And they're playing.
I don't want to be like,
speaker.
I don't want to tell them like piss off, but I'm like, okay, I'm like, well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
like,
just say my piece then.
Or like the people will be complacent and they'll say, no, it's fine. It's like, what? I can make it better. I'm asking what it, like, if it's good or not.
if it's gonna be like an insane thing where I'm gonna be like telling a streamer like, okay, you got to go into OBS, you got to add this plugin.
Then
you
you're
gotta
just
set-
being
no, I won't even
dick.
bring it up at that point,
Yeah.
right? If it's like a volume slider thing, like,
Right.
yeah, I'll tell you right away.
Yeah, exactly, Creo. Like, fucking tell me. Like, there's so many people that are just like, yeah, like, your audio is completely fucked. And someone's like, yeah, dude, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. But it's like, no, tell me that it's fucked. I don't know that it's fucked until somebody says something.
Like you plug in your webcam and like it defaults to your webcam mic and you're just like, oh, I guess he just got like a way worse microphone today. Like, no.
no, absolutely not. There's something wrong and I don't know it. Like
Like it's oh, he's going for the underwater sound.
yeah.
No.
All right.
That's the thing. But you audio monitor, don't you?
Oh, like a crazy person. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
don't do that.
obsessed with it. Like I haven't been doing it on here because I can't see. It's a good thing I can't see my audio because I would be staring at that screen the whole time.
You stare at your audio levels, eh?
Yeah, but I have my screen set up to where it kind of just looks like I'm looking at the game, or like I'm looking at chat. So no one can really tell. Like I'm not like staring
never
off to the
noticed.
side
Yeah.
because all my monitors are in a like they're stacked.
Like in a cluster.
Yeah, basically, it's actually kind of fucked up. But yeah, I'm staring. I can't. I'm so self-conscious about it. I don't know why. I don't know. It's like the one
not good
thing.
audio.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
I know. Like a video, I already have that shit down. I know what I'm doing. Audio is so weird. There's so much because you can't see what as clearly like what's happening to your audio. So
This is true.
it's scary. Audio is scary. That's
The
what.
thing is, like, I want a direct monitor, but it would fuck with my entire audio setup because,
Really?
like, the Scarlett has the fucking like direct monitor analog, so that's like the best way.
Yeah.
You can do it. Do you do it with software? Or,
No,
like,
I direct monitor and
you power through your headphone jack on the Scarlett, right? Like you plug your
It
headphone
doesn't
in.
fucking work. Oh, yeah. So I power it through it, but the monitor doesn't fucking work on the Scarlett. Like somehow,
Like if you turn on the
somehow-
button, it doesn't work.
no. So like my Scarlett audio is really fucked. Basically, I can really only use it just to power it, and it's like it's whatever. It's there. It does that consistently. But when I was trying to like adjust the different gain volumes and stuff like that, nothing would like actually make a big difference. So I have my gain all the way up on the audio interface itself.
Jeez.
But it doesn't make any difference. And like when I was trying to monitor it, I was like trying to adjust the volume of the monitor itself, and like I couldn't hear anything, and I was like, this is weird. Like,
It might be a defective unit.
I mean, because I didn't understand what was going on, so I'm like, I don't know how to use this, but
Huh? Yeah, I can. Mine works fine. Like I don't know.
maybe it's because my headphones too. Maybe I need better headphones than my just
yours-
like normal shitty USB.
You have like
ones.
590. Oh, you have USB headphones? I thought you had like
Yeah.
Sennheiser. Okay.
No, I got just cheap USB ones.
Okay, I thought you
Because it's
plug
like
into
that.
it.
That's probably the problem. But like,
Could be, yeah. Because I so basically I can plug it in directly and I get the analog direct monitor. There's a function for that. But if you do it through OBS, where you turn on direct monitor, there's a bit of lag because of the latency.
Yep.
It drives me fucking up a wall.
Can't do it.
Yeah, so that's why I don't do it but I can't also power the thing is a Scarlett is running off USB power and it's also providing 48-volt phantom power to my fucking microphone. Like also powering headphones is not going to happen. Really efficient.
Yeah.
And even then, like, yeah, it just kind of fucks with the way I have audio splitting software on my computer to like separate the tracks for the thing.
Do you have like 600 ohm headphones or something?
No, I don't have anything crazy. Like, I don't know, like 120, 150, 200 ohm.
I run that off of mic and 48 volt in my interface.
You can do it. Like, you'll hear it, but it might affect what the quality of it is because the driver's it's underpowered.
Well, when I'm streaming, I always have direct monitoring on anyway, so my audio is like fucked, or not fucked, but like it, it takes out all the high end and makes it quieter when you do direct monitoring.
What I do is when I do video essays, I do direct monitor, and I do it with IEMs so that there's gonna be no sound leak into the mic.
Yeah.
And then that way I know if I like fucking like make a big like lip smack mid sentence or like do something, I'm like fuck, and you just immediately just re-record the line. Like, that's what I do for it.
That's smart.
Like the amount of times I was like, I just lip smack when I'm up in the mic. It's gross.
I mean, well, if you're not used to using it, like if you don't use it all the time, I can't record anything without direct monitoring. I can't stream or do anything because like I feel like I'm talking with my hands over my ears, and I hate that. No, I forgot what I was saying.
I think I've gotten over it. Like I don't direct monitor, but then the odd time, I don't know why my mic has just been recently like it just lets in all my computer fan noise. I'm like, dude, this is like a PS4 streamer, just like just hearing the fan, the turbines going. I'm like, why? No one said anything, of course.
Fucking jet
So
engine.
I'm fucking around. I'm like, what changed? Like I didn't change anything, so I'm fucking with all the noise gates and stuff too. Actually, I contacted this guy who does like acoustic panels. I'm just gonna get my apartment sound treated. Like,
Oh,
acoustic
cool.
panels.
Yeah, dude.
Because I was thinking about that dynamic mic, and I'm like, well, how about I do the sound treating? My speakers and shit are gonna sound better on my TV, and then I'll see because that's gonna deaden so much noise, and also because I hear like the footsteps from the neighbors above echo in my room, kill that. I'm like, okay, I'll start with that and then see if I need a new. I probably won't.
I'm like obsessed with audio treating rooms now because I got but specific like it's expensive if you get if you buy it, but an old job that I used to work at had a bunch of like loud machinery and they were getting rid of like huge bags upon bags of like acoustic foam.
Like Rockwell.
It's like I don't even know what that is, but it's like
it's a type of insulation with it's like heavy like dead material.
it's not that heavy. It's like dedicated black
it's vinyl.
indented foam. Like it's like a pattern it goes out and in.
Waves.
Yeah.
Egg carton
And they
pattern.
gave me probably if I were to buy it on Amazon, it would have been like fucking $400 worth of foam. So it's so much that I can fill an entire bedroom, like all walls with foam. It's excessive, but like as soon as I got it, that's what I did. I was like at my parents' house and the whole room, every single inch of the wall was covered in acoustic foam.
That's amazing though.
Yeah.
Because it prevents the leakage out of the room too, right?
Yeah, so less comes in and out. But
Looking into it, there's like ways because like the foam cuts out the high end, but like if you get like acoustic panels, it cuts out like the whole sound, but it's like this thick Rockwell insulation panels that are like 6 inches thick hanging on your fucking wall.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hang them up
strategically, like
in the reflection points.
like where the speaker's aiming.
yeah.
But then if you want a sound treatment room like you're doing like a home theater, you can just get a sheet of vinyl. So like literally all you do is you take this vinyl like fucking sheet, you put it on, and then you put the drywall over it. That's all I do.
Yeah, I mean, like what I did was completely stupid and excessive. Now I use like half of that, but like
That's good though. Like just cover the whole thing, then you don't have to fucking think about it. You just cover the whole fucking. If you have it,
right,
why
yeah,
not?
exactly.
So we'll see. Maybe it's sound treated. How she goes.
I think will sound so good.
Watch more movies and shit like that. Peter, that'd be the end game. I don't watch that much movies.
It can be worth it to get like an actual big speaker setup, like a nice two big towers in front of you, and even something like that.
Yeah,
I think that'd
like
be really
7.2,
cool.
2 subwoofers, 2 big speakers, a central for like vocals, like for talking.
They use sides, then you do rears.
I would even probably just do
7.2.
like one sub in front would probably be enough because you don't
Yeah.
unless you're listening to music, you don't really need big bass, but you want that like good bass
Yeah.
when people are
Like
talking.
the thing about bass is like, yeah, you want like more full in for like music, I guess, just to fill it in. But for movies, like ever since Inception, there's so many movies that are just like, oh, like the whole movie, there's just bass rumble, like just fucking bass in all movies. That's how they do like IMAX shit your pants stuff. So like,
The brown note.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone just the brown note movie. Like
it's actually
everyone shits their
crazy.
pants in the
If you
theater.
start like thinking about it, like all the movies like are just full of bass. So like just constant bass. So you just like, yeah, it's so like a subwoofer like really it's like you're movie watching at home
Yeah.
for sure. And like, yeah, and but now also with like the surround sound, like there's music that's like Atmos Adobe, it's mixed for surround sound. Music that's literally made to be listened
in a home theater, like full surround sound
That's
setup.
it.
Yeah.
instruments coming through, side speakers and that. Say it's like
unreal. So I don't know.
I feel like bass is for me only important in like a speaker setup. Like for headphones, I don't really give a shit if there's like heavy bass or anything. Cause like if there's bass, I want to be able to feel it physically. Like when I'm in my car has decent speakers. I like to lean my leg against the speaker and
driver?
Yeah, and feel the bass because I don't. It's like tactile and
It is
satisfying.
It is something you feel. Like if you go to a concert, you feel the bass on your chest, you're just like, holy fuck.
Right.
like, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's a cool feeling.
Have you ever been in a
Yeah.
car with like a good sound system, like a system?
Probably not. No.
One of my friends had one. He built it was a single 15-inch subwoofer. He had like speakers and stuff like that too, but his bass setup was a single 15-inch woofer in this like correctly built box. I don't understand. There's a lot of math that goes into like building sub boxes to like get the right volumetric area in it and everything like that.
It's like how much air
And the
it's
right
pushing,
exits
right?
that it can push out. Yeah. But he had a very nice box and a big 15-inch speaker. He cranked it all the
That's
like
excessive for a car. 15-inch sub.
so it was a Subaru Forester, so we just had it in the back wagon part.
I would get like an
mounted
8-inch.
back there. So we had him like really test it one day, and like we were sitting in his car when he had it fully cranked up, pounding the bass. You felt it in your chest to the point where like it got more difficult to breathe. It wasn't that you couldn't breathe, but like the
The
fact
air
that
was like waving.
you had to like to get the
I think
air
I know.
into you because it was
Yeah.
pounding so fucking hard,
Holy
and like
shit.
windows were like starting to flex. It wasn't
Yeah.
like it wasn't like the serious ones that like the windows are going like this or anything.
Yeah.
But like you could see like a little bit of flex on it, and it was like, holy fuck, dude.
We did
Like-
that on my roommate's Dodge Ram where he would fucking he had a sub. It was like shitty like fucking sub like really
Not
shitty
tuned
sounding.
right, because
No.
that's a big thing with subs too, is that you have to tune them for the right hertz that you want.
Yeah.
So like a lot of music, there's some music's genres like to use a lot lower hertz subs, and you have to kind of tune for that. But yeah, like tuning is a big part of it. Like if you just throw a sub and an amp in a box, throw it in together, it's not going to sound that great. You're going to get a lot of like
Exactly. It's like,
rattles.
it sounds like shitting, like
Yeah.
shitty bass.
like instead of a boom sort of a deal.
Exactly. It's not like theatrical, but like we figured on his like Dodge 2500 HD, if we only rolled down the windows like 2 inches, it was like the maximum flex point, and we would just do that. We'd roll through town with the bass going, and his fucking like would turn into liquid. The windows, they were like water, just like fucking like really flexing. Like
Just ready to shatter.
we're like, is that an optical illusion we're looking like? It's fucking moving. Like
No.
they would just because like glass is like a non-Newtonian fluid. Like it's technically like a liquid, right? Or actually, if you look at like century-old windows, like on old buildings, the bottom is like way thicker than
Oh
the top.
yeah, yeah,
It
I've seen
flows.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, under like extreme bass, it just turns into water. So we just watched that and be like, holy shit, that's fucked up. Like, probably gonna get a hearing damage. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we take some questions from chat and then just like fucking? I kind of want to get drunk. I don't know about you guys.
I was just about to say, I'm starting to get to that point where it's like I'm ready for some food and like some more,
Some more activities.
I
What do you
I've
think?
been having a great trip.
need
so
to
far.
drive back to Menominee.
Oh,
So whenever we're ready to call it.
We're gonna be packing up, eh? It's probably gonna take us a while to pack up with all this shit. I'm actually gonna take a
suppose.
video. This is
That
fucking
is true.
ridiculous.
Oh yeah, we need to.
we should definitely
video tour.
document like the bullshit we have set up right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah, I'll take a video right now. This is
Wish I had a mirror.
ridiculous.
wish you had a mirror,
Yeah.
like a mirror,
Yeah. Yeah.
or like a mirror.
A mirror.
or like Amir, the person Amir was just
Oh,
like
like a
sitting there.
mirror guy.
Yeah.
Like a mirror, like the Dark Souls guy. Like the Dark Souls
You know
guy.
what? If I wanted to like shake somebody down from the Souls community, it would be Amir.
Like to take what? Like
Actually
take his
shake it down.
money?
Like to just get information out of somebody.
Oh, okay.
I would just like shake you down and be like, tell me your fucking secrets. Like you know something about this fucking game. Give me your fucking secrets. Like I don't know.
I would just want to like if I could shake one person down in the community, it would be I don't know who's the most stacked Dark Souls player.
Most stacked, like got the most medals, like
Or
tourney.
like built.
No, I'm talking like
physically built.
most secrets.
deepest pockets.
Oh.
Who's the richest Dark Souls
Oh.
player
Bitches.
that we know?
Honestly, Dashing has some like insane property. I think he's marrying into wealth.
Shit,
Girlfriend's
dude.
fucking loaded, bro.
Really?
But Stochastic just like dumped 10
Oh,
grand,
Stowe is
10
like a
grand out of his
programmer,
pocket
yeah.
for that donation.
For
Might be the
who?
one. Stochastic.
He did that charity event. He was matching the charity event himself.
Oh, I think I heard about
'Cause it was
that.
like through his company.
That was
Okay,
like 10
yeah.
grand. Like,
Like, it was at least 10K because it was almost 30K was raised. Actually, that event specifically, if you guys look up Stochastic GD on YouTube, no spaces, he did a stream that he uploaded and he did a retrospective where he's talking about it. It's a really good watch. But yeah, he basically showed how like that fundraiser was like the 10th highest. It was like in the top 5 or something of like all like fucking through that charity events like raised the most. Like
wow.
these like huge fucking streamers are like we were like right next with them basically for like money raised. It's actually like one of the biggest events. Like he was talking with them and stuff like that.
That guy hard carried then.
Yeah, and he was talking, he's like, you know, like we basically opened up no rules because like there was so much going on. We were like anyone can run it. I was running fucking gangs for nap and shit like that. And so he's like, everyone just kind of did their own thing. And like none of the shit that Reddit said was true. All the invaders behaved. We were just like, we had no control. Like people could just be like, I died 20 times, like add $200 to the tab or whatever, right?
Yeah.
He's like, none of that happened. No one was being a fucking asshole. No one were cheating. Like it was just anyone free reign and it was all good.
That's good shit.
Yeah.
And it was a really good message, like really fucking fantastic.
Hell yeah.
So I'd recommend watching that. He also has like, you know, Bloodborne. He did like Bloodborne New Game +7 in first person mode with the monitor.
Dude, fuck that.
Yeah, like he's an insane fucking child runner.
Oh,
Like he's pretty loaded. I would fucking rob him for sure.
okay. That's a good answer.
He can't also like say I think what he does as his job because I think it conflicts with Twitch.
I think he's like a CIA.
I think
Shadow
he's on
Gov?
Amazon. Yeah, I think he's like I don't know, dude. He's like fucking CIA. I would guess CIA. Area 51.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
probably. Oh, Chev, the invader community is so toxic.
They're actually home invaders. Yeah, but we donated $30,000 to save orphans. Curious. What have you donated, fucking dipshit Redditor?
Piece of shit PV ears. Like, would you kill Melania and made a post about it? Like,
Yeah, exactly. These high and mighty cucks, you know?
Travel up north? Never. No. I would
Manitoba.
never go north.
You
Ever.
want to come up to Peg City?
I want to go to Canada
You want
someday.
to come from
say
Minnie,
no.
go to Winnie?
Yeah.
Minnie to Winnie.
Yeah,
That's a short-
That's what I saved in my calendar. I was like, flight from Winnie to Minnie.
That's a reasonable drive for me.
Yeah.
I would do it.
Like I have a lot of Minnesota
Drive?
friends. Like,
Yeah, that's like 8 hours, dude.
Yeah.
it's like not the end. Yeah, it's long, but I mean, I've done like a lot of people do the drive around here
Like, I mean, it's like
just to avoid like $700 like plane ticket, basically.
If I could drive my
Round
car
trip.
and not my truck, I could probably do 8 hours.
I don't know about the
fucking way.
wolf truck.
No fucking way I'm doing a wolf truck for
Oh
8
yeah, yeah.
hours.
No, see, I
like,
got my CRV, so I'll go anywhere.
yeah.
You know. At
So
least.
if you want to do it in the summer, yeah, I'll
down.
drive up in the summer. I'm not. No,
Well, you
I'm
know
not
what?
sure, though.
Fucking Sleep. We're trying to set it up so that he comes visits me in the summer. This summer.
Oh,
And then I'm gonna try and go visit him also in the summer because I think I was saying like I want to go to Sweden to see him, but I'm just going. We're gonna go for midsummer.
Yeah.
I'm like that'd be sick. You're gonna like put me in a bear suit and set me on fire and shit like the movie.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm like fuck. It. But I get to fuck the cultists first, right? Before you guys fucking kill me by fire. But no, he's like, yeah, it's basically just like a fucking barbecue like holiday here. I'm like, that sounds fucking perfect. So like, We'll do that. So I'm doing that so that I can be like, I'm going to Sweden for midsummer this year, and not be like, I'm going to Sweden to get drunk for 4 days. Like, sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
Have you been to Canada?
Nope.
Really? Isn't that so stupid?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, I don't travel
How long
like
have you been in like the Midwest?
all my life.
Me too.
I have been like where I grew up, where I currently live. Like
Yeah.
I have not moved. I haven't traveled. I don't.
The thing about Winnipeg is that it's so shitty and cheap that like it's very multicultural and there's like redeeming aspects. It's got all that culture, but like it is so cheap to live that it's very easy to travel. So a lot of people live there very comfortably on like just medium jobs and they travel. They get their like 2 trips a year, something like that.
That's the way to do it, man. Live in a
think so.
low cost area and have like a decent job, and then
totally.
you just that's how you profit. Because
Like
it's
everyone
like
I know lives there. Like I have tons of friends there, so like I don't ever see myself moving away.
sure.
That's why I do trips like this. It's great. I love it. Get out, you see the world.
Trying to like travel for as cheap as possible in the next like 10 years. Like I just want to keep going everywhere.
Especially like if you do it with like with your job, like do it remote.
Technically, but would I want to? No.
I guess I see
Because,
like
like-
van lifer like programmers that they just work remotely and they just travel the United States basically.
So
Like,
yes, we have people in my company that do that. They live out of an RV. It's this girl and then her husband. They bought this big RV and they just drive around the country. They're just like, yeah, we're gonna go to the East Coast for a couple months, and they just like drive out to New Jersey and just like park their shit in a camper or like in like a they have like an RV parking lot basically where it's like
Right.
it's like a trailer community but for RV people.
Yeah.
So then they just like they park there for a few weeks. Oh yeah, we're gonna go up to New York and go visit Vermont, and then we're gonna go drive down to Florida, and then we'll drive out to Arizona, and like and she just works remote.
Yeah, that's
But like
actually
I don't know. The
sick.
thing with that job is that like she's a consultant, so it's like you don't really need more than your laptop because you're just sitting on meetings talking to different clients all day.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas my job, like I need a battle station. I need 4 monitors. I need to be able to like multitask in 2 different windows at the same time to compare shit, but then also keep an eye on my queue, but then keep an eye on my emails in case things come in there. So it's like
You can't work from your phone basically.
I need a battle station. Yeah.
Because that's the thing, like you're one fucking T-bone away from your entire fucking life getting written off. Like
Yeah.
like all your shit. Like that's the problem with like that I think with like van life shit. But it's very interesting. Look, I think the thing they don't talk about with van life is how little the space you have is. It kind of sucks. For some people, I guess they wouldn't mind, but after a while, I feel like that might get annoying that you don't have any room.
For people that like to spend their time inside like I do, it's like I would want to be in my van for a long time if I was doing a van life, but you can't do that because you can't move.
Right. I feel like being
You can
bedridden.
literally you can sit in a position this way, you could sit this way, or you could sit like this way. Is it?
It would feel like being it feel like you're bedridden, right? Where you're just in
Yeah.
your bed with your laptop.
Then
You're
just go outside.
That's true. Like, you just
I don't
Put up
know.
a hammock in a tree and just like
Personally, I would love that. Like the back of my car is still a bed because I went on a road trip like a year ago or something, and I like to sleep in my car now.
I don't think I could do it like a long time, but like I always have in my car, like it's for weight too, but like I put my tent, my sleeping bag, and my golf clubs. So whenever I want, I can just go out for the weekend, go camping.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
sick.
camping around. Yeah, that's about the extent of it. Like, I have bad luck though. I don't know. I told my friend either I'm his bad luck charm or he's mine, because every time we go, we're in a tornado watch like storm.
Oh
like we're
jeez.
tenting.
Have you ever seen a tornado?
Not personally, no.
No, we had
It's
a-
pretty rare, like where I'm from.
Yeah, we had a million warnings. Like I had to go in the basement like probably 30 times when I was a kid. Never ever seen a tornado. I don't know why.
We don't even get the warnings. It's just like it happens. People are like, I can't believe there was a touchdown. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Actually, where I live, like my cousin was in town for like the Canada's only F5 tornado, just a random ass F5 in a random town. That was the only one we've ever had. And they're like, yeah, it's like an F3 or something. And then like there was some footage that surfaced a couple days later where like an entire house got ripped off, like, and then it just disintegrated. And they're like, yeah, it's an F5. Picked up the whole house. Like,
Jesus.
no, it's an F5. But it like destroyed like only basically one block of the edge of town.
That's nuts.
like 1 or 2
I
sides.
just said like fuck these 2 people.
Yeah, it was literally just going around town. They're like, gives a fuck. And then it just came back. Like, and it was coming west, which tornadoes don't really do, I think. It just smoked like literally 4 houses, and that was it.
That's
That is
so
weird that it came
insane.
back because the whole thing about tornadoes is that it's a high pressure and low pressure system moving at each other and they hit weird, and that's when it's like whoa, and then it spins. So it should just keep following that same
that way.
direction. That's weird that it comes back for you. Like
Yeah.
God's got it out for you if a fucking tornado
pretty
comes
rare.
back for you.
That's what they used to say for like storm watchers is like they never come like southwest. They'd always just get on that side of it and be like, holy shit, croc, crazy, and they're like filming it at night and like you watch like those tornado watchers and they'll be like a thunderbolt and they'll like freeze frame it and they're like you can't see, it's like the Ohio Reaper and like a lightning bolt will crack and they'll freeze frame it and it's like a 5-mile wide like tornado that they're just driving at in the dark.
Oh, jeez.
They're like, you're fucked in the head, right? But like a lot of storm watchers died in those like fucking Tornado Valley things, and that's when they realized, oh, like tornadoes don't only go like east, like they can turn back on you.
Got to be kind of lame to die from a tornado, though.
Wouldn't you be more like hard boiled? Like this fucking dude's driving a tornado, I mean, like, yeehaw!
Did you guys see that video of it was an old man that took a video of an oncoming tornado that like nailed his house in Kansas.
No.
So okay, so
I
it was
might have.
it was an old couple. The woman ended up dying, but the man didn't.
Who recorded it?
He recorded on his cell phone. So basically, like bad tornadoes coming in, and he went up to a second story in his house, and his wife was like down in the basement, basement or first floor, one of the two. He was on like the up floor or whatever, and he basically just like had his cell phone out, like videotaping this like tornado coming in. It was just like it got darker and darker and darker, and all of a sudden, like out in the distance, you saw stuff start ripped apart, and then all of a sudden it gets closer and closer and closer, and it just kind of like blacks out, and then all of a sudden like the video cuts in again and again of like the aftermath of it. Every house in his entire like view is completely leveled, completely leveled. Like how the fuck did this guy live and get this like awesome video of it?
VFX. It was all
She
fake.
cheated it.
It was all,
Fucker
none of it was
faked
real. Tornadoes.
He killed his wife, leveled his house. Like,
For the viral vid.
yeah, what a madman! Like,
He rebuilt. First thing he rebuilt was the placebo, the fucking gazebo, to hide her body under it. Yeah, she got
Why are there
swept
two
away. She got
gazebos?
carried away.
That's a classic story. Seen it
That's what I always say about
times.
my insane fucking patient who like has 2 dead ex-husbands. She's like completely miserable, like intolerable. And I always say that she's probably got 2 gazebos in the backyard, one for each husband. Probably fucking kill him.
Say it to her face.
No, I never said that to her face. Like I can't remember. My receptionist was like, "Oh yeah, she got 2 dead ex-husbands." I'm like, I would fucking kill myself if I was married to her too.
Jeez, yeah.
Completely fucking ridiculous. See, some people are just I don't know, I can't. Some people I just can't stand. That's okay. You just don't get. You have to get along with everyone, right?
Yeah, fuck
Especially people that just talk about the Wheat Board of Canada for 30 fucking minutes without and literally refuse and pretend they don't hear you, don't answer your questions. And you have other fucking people to attend to.
At this lady.
Let's say hypothetically it is this lady. I'm like, what kind of, do you want a gold tooth or a fucking, like a tooth colored crown? You know that the Wheat Board of Canada was invented in the 30s to deal with the post like World War II like grain exports from Europe? Like I don't, and she's trying to do this on fucking crazy tangent to say that she works for the Wheat Board of Canada and has a good insurance plan.
Oh.
Like, I'm like, I have 3 patients right now. I don't have fucking time for and like, just, like, just never. It's like that's the problem when you get like a specific type of person. It's usually like these older people that are just like their family has long stopped listening to them and dealing with their bullshit.
So they pass it on to other people.
So when they go in, they're like, I have your undivided attention. I will now just complain. And like a lot of people, they just like their form of conversation is just complaining about random shit.
I think, yeah.
And they just like start whining about random unrelated shit. I'm like, I really like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, politics, haha, it's crazy. No, I haven't heard about the new bill. Like, you know, fucking, come on, I gotta go. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking, so they get that. But like the other thing too is like with the white coat, people just treat you like a therapist. Like, I cheated on my husband.
Didn't need to know.
Why'd you tell me that? I don't know. Just felt like I could trust you.
People do that.
Don't tell me that.
When I was a cashier,
Don't tell me that.
in high school, like just working at a fucking grocery store, people just like dump their shit on you, and it's like, I didn't ask, man. Like, fuck.
Exactly.
This dude was like, he was so like, they're gonna come take our guns away, and that's what they did when Hitler was coming to power. They took all the citizens' guns away, and then he came to power because they couldn't stop him. And he gets all real excited, and he starts yelling like this. And like his buddy was like, dude, we gotta go. And I was just standing there like, I didn't even ask you about this. Like, I didn't ask anything about gun control. You just
like
started
buying,
this.
a
Like,
Henry bar. Like,
yeah, like he was a tripwire that set himself off about this, and I was like,
that's the thing. These people, no one wants to fucking listen to them, so they just go up to like retail and shit, and they just like
you have to
just
listen
spew their
because I'm
bullshit.
here.
Yeah, it's just like what? This isn't my job, you fucking asshole. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid. Yeah, shit's crazy.
I do want to say one thing before it gets missed. Arcane made a really good comment. Come on, boys, we'll go gank the coop. Show up on his doorstep in all red clothes.
Holy
talking
shit.
talking about going to visit Manitoba.
Dude, his fucking daughter would probably answer the door.
Go gank the coop, like bring out the coop. Like
Get the coop.
He's a dad?
Yeah, he's got one kid for sure.
yeah.
He's got like some fantasy name like not Eleonora or something like that.
I don't really know anything about coop, honestly. But
I found out. I was like, yeah, I'm from the Murder Cap, Canada, and he was like, no way, we live in the same city, Winnipeg.
nice.
So like, yeah, but he lives in the fucking complete opposite end of the city for me. So I'm like, I'll probably do like a podcast with him at some point, just because he lives in the same city as me. There's no other YouTubers I know from Winnipeg aside from I know Too Mad used to live in Winnipeg.
Who mad?
Too Mad,
Oh,
that guy.
yeah.
The girl.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
A video. I don't think I can watch that. I guess I can't because my scene is not set up to watch it actually. Oh well, I'll just redeem points after. Maybe I'll watch that privately. Mac has looked high this entire stream. Getting High with Mac was the alternative stream title. But yeah, no, we have not smoked a shit ton of weed, unfortunately.
I'm totally sober,
If
actually.
we did, I would be literally sitting here like this.
Loopine gets real
Fucking
quiet.
Goose. Yeah, exactly. Last night, just fucking. I'm just like, I can't talk. I forgot how to talk again. I'm just sitting there completely glazed.
When you guys
I
went
was
to
just-
the bar?
Yeah, after we left, I fucking literally was like, Sweed's like, oh shit, like look, this chick's from like college, like one of my friends. I'm like, hey,
You met someone you do?
yeah.
Yeah, so I know a lot of the bartenders at the bar that we went to. And one of my friends, Chia, was there. She works there, but she was just there hanging out that night.
I wasn't even looking at her. I was like looking at her like peripherally. I was like,
She called you cute too, and you didn't even react.
I was literally like,
She came up. She's like small Asian girl. Like she's very nice though.
Yeah.
She's like, what are you up to? Or Sweed, what are you up to? Yada yada. And I'm like, yo, hey, what's up? Like, meet up with my friend from the internet, sort of thing.
was
having a good
dressed up,
time. And she's
too.
like, oh, well, he's really cute. Like, and you were just like, you were just stone faced, just like not on this planet. Like, I was like
giving her the stink eye. I'm like, I didn't know how to process the compliment. I was like, what the fuck?
You look so vulnerable. Oh my gosh.
oh, it was hilarious. But
I was interplanetary. That bar was sick though.
it was a good time though. Yeah.
I want to go back honestly. If not today, maybe tomorrow.
She works on Saturdays, so she'd be there. If
There we
wanted
go.
to
I'll
tomorrow.
reintroduce myself.
That was funny.
Shit. Oh. With Mike Swallow. That British guy, like, what do your parents say if they found out you're gay? And he's like, he just used the microphone. Yeah, well.
That's one of my favorite videos, like, at all. I love it so much.
That's so good.
Wait, I think I need to go home.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up. We
I
got,
reckon, man, we've been live for 4 hours. Like, that's a good fucking podcast.
that's insane. I might split up into 2 podcasts. Nah, fuck that.
Yeah, I think one. We did.
I
did a
was
good one.
stone cold sober the whole time, let it be known.
Make
That's
it,
true.
let it be known. We were actually, well, I wouldn't say, I don't even have a buzz, but I drank like 3 beers for this one. So had beer before, had 2 here. Also, thanks for bringing the beers. They were fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could call
that's
a
local
barley
brewer.
wine a beer, bud.
It is an ale. It's an ale. It's a barley wine ale, right?
Nice.
Talisman English barley wine ale. That was
Anyway.
good though. Yeah, that's one of those beers that it's like I can't compare this to anything. Like
Can't even spell Zymergy.
Zymergy. Yeah.
That's a crazy brand.
It's the study. Yeah, it's a word for the study of brewing. Study of
Oh,
brewing.
you told me last night, right?
And it's like that's such a cop out, but it works. Like
Zymergy. It sounds like thaumaturgy or like metallurgy, but like
Yeah.
brewing. It's kind of dope, actually. I like it.
I love that wide
fisheye?
angle, dude. You're
Dude,
not
I
even
love-
close to like the lens on us. Like on the stream, it looks like you're right next to it, but like, dude, like I can see the entire lens right here. You're not even like clipping it.
We should have maybe pulled up a little bit close to the camera in retrospect, but it's all right. Dude, I thought it was kind of a gimmick, but I'm actually in love with this lens now too. I get it now.
Yeah,
actually like it.
When you're kind of
absolutely.
close, the fisheye is very funny. It gives me like those early 2000s vibes.
Yeah, like skating videos. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'd be a good closer, honestly. Like if we just like
I was thinking that.
get right up next to it and like that's how we end it. But like we don't have a good way to stop the stream when all of us are just right in front of
No,
it.
that's just for the clip. You don't actually have to stop it right there.
Oh, I mean, like,
Oh, God. Yeah.
how are we gonna stop that?
We'll pretend. Oh, we'll just go over and say bye bye.
Come on. We're going to do
Quick close up. Thanks for coming, chat. You're probably hearing a lot of echo right now because of our microphones.
Thank you for coming to the Midwest Meetup. We'll try to talk solely into our own microphones only.
Yes, and maybe we should call it the first annual Midwest meetup. Will it happen again? Because like literally, it's literally my neighbor's city. So
I'm gonna move to Seattle and cut ties to everybody I know.
It's just gonna get
it's not
weird.
going to be in the next one.
Get real fucking weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Anyway, me and Sweed might do a snowmobiling video though, so that'd be fucking dope.
Yeah, I do plan on doing some of it.
Keep an eye for that on the side channel.
That'd be good.
That'd be cute.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Check us all out on Twitch, obviously.
Bye.
Anyway, we're gonna see you guys. We're gonna get drunk. We're gonna get drunk, get some burgers.
I'm gonna get drunk and then drive home. I'm
I'm going to do some drinking and driving, boys.
not gonna do that.
Last stream ever.
No, that's not real.
That's not,
See you guys later. God bless you, Chad.
See ya.
And yeah, it was a great time. Great time. Everyone have a great weekend. Oh my God, how do I stop the stream?
Stop stream. Stop stream.
Stop the stream. How do I stop? How do I stop? How do I stop it?